Die Europäische Zentralbank legte den Referent.
This is the Opie and Anthony channel.
And now, a show the likes of which America's never seen. So appalling, so offensive, yet so entertaining.
It's not your normal show.
Beamed from satellites in space down to you every single day.
What planet are we living on?
It's the Opie and Anthony show with Opie.
We're experts and we already know this is going to be great radio, so shut the fuck up.
And Anthony.
I live in a big house, I make a lot of money, and I fuck attractive girls.
And little Jimmy.
I don't even like in our opening. It sounds like a little...
You dang open hand and don't listen to dang open hand.
Stop with that shit.
And now, here they are. Why am I introducing these buffoons? I'm William Shatner, goddammit.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Yes. William Shatner, by the way, from Montreal. Yes.
How great was Montreal? My God.
I've been crowing about it since we got back.
It's kind of depressing to be back here.
Oh, geez.
Can't we just stay on the road?
People ask how it was, and it was the proverbial without a hitch.
Yeah.
Without a hitch, it went off.
Two perfect broadcasts.
Did it seem like a month ago that we went up there? It
Yeah.
seemed like a week ago.
I know, right?
It's been a few days.
Yeah.
A few beach days.
Yeah. It was just amazing. The show,
yeah.
technically,
Yep.
it was one of the best live broadcasts we did. There wasn't one problem. We didn't have even the smallest of issues didn't pop up technically. And then to have a room full of a cool crowd and those comics just made it
Perfect. I was kind of looking around for 2 days going, God, there must be something I can bitch about.
What?
Give me something.
I know. What the?
This is very uncomfortable to be so happy.
It's pretty goddamn cool, man.
And then they gave us headphones as we're leaving as a little...
Oh, yeah.
As a little thank you. I'm like, what do you mean? We should be thanking you.
Those headphones were
Did you
nice.
get those headphones?
No. I think they gave them to me, and I asked someone to get them, and they're gone.
Oh, boy.
Jimmy.
They're terrific headphones, too. I want to bring them in here and try them out.
I'm going to keep mine from Compound.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
why not?
fuck.
Yeah, they were good. The ones we used up there, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I liked them.
Did you like the headphones?
I remember being fine with them, but I don't remember...
I remember them being very, very good. So
Oh, okay.
Loved them. Montreal's a cool place, man. Holy fuck.
Yeah, it really is.
I did a lot of walking around. And,
Did you?
Yeah, they know how to just fucking chill up there. Every park has some little weird thing happening.
Yeah.
And the smell of pot.
A lot of the weed.
Why is Travis laughing? Pot smells wonderful.
Because I'm laughing because everybody up there smokes. It's just...
It's
That's just how it
unbelievable.
is.
Yeah, there's a lot of
everyone's just walking around, being
weed.
nice and smoking.
Right. It just makes you want to smoke pot.
I was in a cab at one point, and
The cab you were smoking?
no.
Oh, okay.
But the cab.
Are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to smoke and drive?
There was a car in front of us that stopped.
Yeah.
Which left us kind of in an intersection.
Right.
And then another car wanted to go through the intersection and was stopped there waiting for us to move, and that was waiting for the car in front. And I'm just sitting there I'm starting to boil. I'm just looking like, if I was that guy, I'd fucking be
Oh, right.
not a hunk.
No, they don't care,
They
man.
just waited.
But it was nice.
I know.
Didn't you just go with it?
Yes.
What, the restaurant you picked that one night, the steak joint, what was
Yeah.
it called? That's that
Moishes.
Moishes was
Moish.
terrific.
Very good.
And
Moishes.
we walked home from there, and I'm thinking it's going to be a really long walk. It wasn't that far from the hotel because
Yeah.
the ride up was exactly what you're talking about. It was bumper to bumper, no one making any moves.
No moves, no horns, nothing.
And I decided to go, you know what, just fucking go with it. Relax. Who cares?
It was pretty damn cool.
I didn't hear one honking of the horn.
No honking horn, no fucking yelling on a street corner, people fighting or screaming about shit. It was amazing.
Well, the one thing you're not allowed to do is cross the street, though, unless that fucking the walking sign is
Really?
illuminated.
Is that Biggie?
Yeah, a couple of our guys saw like 4 people just get yanked to the side because they attempted it.
Really?
By traffic cops or whatever the hell
Damn.
the constable or whatever the hell they're called up there. And then I made a move, and there was like two like homeless people, like, oh boy, you shouldn't be doing that.
Oh, you're a crazy rebel.
And I'm looking at them like, well, maybe you shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Oh man!
But I guess you're not. Didn't you notice no one fucking walks until it's time?
I didn't even notice that. No,
because like in New York, you look, if there's no fucking traffic, you're not waiting for any fucking time to walk signs. But up there, they hold their spots and wait it out.
That's it. You got to wait, just like it's a light.
That's the only thing that drove me a little nuts. But besides that, Montreal's a great place.
I mean, why rush, right?
Why rush? Just hang out.
Just wait for that light.
I was watching
chill.
I was watching a punk band doing it in French. I'm like, what? How do you sing in French?
That whole French thing.
We were also lucky enough to be up there during Mural Festival, so there was all sorts of street art everywhere.
I love the street art.
Really cool.
Your wife turned me on to some street art.
Yeah, she found some real cool stuff.
She told me exactly where it was, so on the way home from the steak joint, we stopped and took a whole bunch of pictures. It's on my Instagram. Some fucking great artwork. Holy shit.
Yeah, there was time to fucking, hang out.
But I
go places. It was nice.
But in this park, it's a punk band. I'm like, what are they singing about?
Wow.
But it sounded great.
In France.
I couldn't tell you one word they sang, though.
Francais.
And they're all dancing and smoking pot, and they're petting their dogs.
How right was Judah about the vagary, though? I could not notice that. I couldn't not.
Judah's a weirdo.
When Judah first started
just a weirdo.
talking about it, I'm like, all right, what the fuck is he talking about? And then I got it. And he was like, yes. And then you realized how vague everyone is up there.
His concepts are, I'm not sure if they're brilliant or if he's just a weirdo.
Brilliant. I think
he's brilliant too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But he comes up with these things. At first, you're thinking, what? And then you let it sink in. You're like, wow, that's pretty fucking smart. Yeah. That's some smart shit right there.
Yeah, he picked up on something that.
I got to ask the one question. Someone has to ask. The drop the check thing, was that a bit?
No, but he's...
see? I didn't know.
Hilarious. He just fucking went
That
off
wasn't
on
a bit.
That. No.
For a second, I thought, okay, he got us. That's a bit.
No, I don't think so.
No, I think
I went to the website when he was talking
It's not a bit.
No.
He really is trying to get comedy clubs across America to not drop the checks while the comedian's still doing his set.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sitting there the whole time. I was really confused, like a lot of people going, wait, is this a bit?
No, he has 653 signatures on his petition at dropthecheckspot.org.
All right.
Yeah.
But the vagary, cool. Why? Did you run into some of that after
the whole time about getting sets and set times and everything in stone and trying to find out when I was on the gala? They won't tell you anything. Well, no, we don't. We haven't really done that yet. I want to rip my face off.
Yeah, there's no commitment to anything.
And they wouldn't tell me anything. And the night before I did the gala, I bumped into Whitney Cummings. I'm like, did they tell you anything? She's like, yeah, I have the list. And she showed me the list, and it was fine.
Right.
But it's like, why couldn't they just do that?
Yeah.
It's so weird how they don't want to tell you things up there.
No, they don't.
They don't want to just give you information.
It is odd.
Yes or no.
Yeah. Dude, they're not definitive at all. Like, Americans are probably seen as very aggressive, like fucking ABP. They don't fucking do that.
They don't even have a fucking language commitment.
No.
It's English, it's French. Whatever.
But the brilliance of that, I was thinking about as I was walking around, because you stop for a coffee or a little lunch or something, and they all start with bonjour. Because that, I guess, is the prominent one they really are trying to push up there. And if you go hi, then they switch to English. Like, this whole city is bilingual. How cool is that?
It is amazing.
That's trying to wrap your head around that.
Yeah.
Imagine your little hometown, if everyone in your hometown spoke 2 languages.
I know.
Miami.
But there's not many places, is my point.
Bonjour. It is pretty amazing.
They go, bonjour, and you go, hi, and then, okay.
Oh, you're one of them.
A dirty American.
Hello, how may I help you?
Yeah.
Yes.
We got to go back. We got to make that an annual thing.
That was great.
I think so, right? I think everyone is on the same page. But, of course,
comics are great.
Just trying to keep the positive energy from Montreal, but I do want to say they will fuck it up, and we will not be in Montreal next year.
Oh,
I just know.
I didn't get an inkling that you guys liked it.
I just know it has to be said. It was a perfect broadcast, perfect 2 days. In general, people love the shows. I shouldn't even say in general. I think overwhelmingly,
It was, yeah.
people loved the show.
People loved it.
We should do more than 2 days next year with all the
That's
comedians
great.
that are there. Like,
Yeah, I think we could do 2-3 days easy. So
Yeah, I would definitely do 3 up there.
Yeah,
3
the
days maybe.
Comics was so much fun, man, to have there. We had like 8 comics on 2 couches. Every mic worked.
Oh, it was perfect.
and no one was really talking over each other, which is
No.
That's the tough thing when you got a room full of funny people and microphones on.
You got to take your time before you bash DeRosa.
Oh my God.
You know, everyone knew it's a stand-in line.
I think the small crowds helped. The fact that we did like 50 people, and because it's usually so crazy for these things,
Right.
we actually did like a regular show. Like I remember, like Ann was talking about something that we were it was something about the news. I'm like,
Yeah.
We normally couldn't do this during a live event.
Yeah.
Like it was just a normal
No,
chat
the
about
people
something.
were really, really respectful.
Unbelievable.
Of the fact that there was a broadcast going on, and when they when we wanted them to be involved, they were. You know, it wasn't wasn't some fucking waiting with you fucking fuck.
Jesus. Like what? What do you want?
You know.
Are you a fan?
Yeah.
I saw
I don't even know.
I saw the heads of the festival, the 2 guys that really are way in charge of it at the last night, and they were asked how it was, and I told them it was great, and they said, yeah, we heard everything went really well. So it's like, you know, people knew that the broadcast went well.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the festival was very happy with it. I know we were.
Festival was great. The fucking and what was that Friday night? We had a great time at the what the hell was the name of that place? The Secret Show.
Oh, the St. Catherine's Theater.
Yeah, St. Catherine's Theater. That was a lot of fun too, man.
Anthony
it
did
was left
stand-up.
my balls off. Oh my
You did
God.
stand up
By himself.
Did you just did stand up?
Dude, the woman comes up and she's like, okay, well, you go up and
Right.
you do 8 minutes. I'm like, fucking 8 minutes. And then she's writing all the other comics down and she's like, 8 minutes. I'm like, the fuck, are you kidding me?
See, we just did 8 minutes here. This is easy.
Oh.
For what Jimmy does, 8 minutes on a stage, that's like,
Oh my God.
oh, were you just having an anxiety
I was
attack?
like,
I had to beat it out of
what?
I had to beat it out of Montreal, and you and Jimmy did the gig.
yeah, it was fun.
So did he do well?
Crazy, though.
Yeah, it was really like
Did you do bits? What'd you do
I
for 8
just
minutes?
talked a little bit about Montreal.
I'm not saying you can't pull it off.
And
Of course you could pull it off, but wow.
I don't
Okay,
even remember.
you just went with
It was
it.
just kind of
Did he get laughs?
popping
He
up.
did definitely get laughs.
Nice.
was,
Good for you, brother.
And it was weird. It was
you should have
was
done that a
odd.
long time ago.
That's fucking weird.
because I knew you weren't there, so it was like me and Ant going up. We could have done, but it felt more like, well, if it's not Opie and Anthony, fucking Anthony can do it. Let him go up there and just talk and bullshit and fucking, you know what I mean? And it was like, it worked well. I knew it would work.
I think
it was cold, definitely.
But I think in some ways it's easier too, because like when we do these live gigs, they always want us to do like a fucking, you know, I don't know, Martin and Lewis or something.
I know, right?
It's like it almost is easier if you're just up there by yourself.
Yeah.
Not to take away from what you did by any stretch, trust me.
Not at all, but it is. It's like weird.
But sometimes it does feel a little easier when you just go up by yourself.
Just have like top hats and 2 canes and do one of those.
Right. Well, then you look at the other guy, like, oh, okay, I got to get him involved.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, it's my turn to talk. Wait, is it his or my turn? I don't fucking know.
That's funny. You guys fucking like killed though. It was so much fun. I was cracking up.
It was a good show. It was you know, but it was more. The favorite part was watching you go up there as a guy who's never done stand up before,
Right.
like ever. And just to see you riffing and what did you say about this? Someone you're like, I'll Zimmerman you. You had a couple of really funny ones. And then he was just kind of goofing on the comics as they came and went and going back and forth. But it was
Wait, you had a host?
he hosted. But I
Wait,
mean,
you had to do 8 minutes and host?
Yeah, he hosted the whole
It
show.
was crazy. That's what I was saying. I'm like, what? I got to go up
Do we have any audio of that?
between every
no,
comic.
I mean, unless somebody recorded
Oh
it.
my God!
Sam and I.
That's not the deal we made.
It was crazy.
Because that's not our strength.
I know.
Holy fuck! I'm having anxiety, and I didn't have to do
crazy.
it.
Well, you didn't have to do anything in between. Like the host, it is acceptable for the host to go, come on, how about a hand for Colin?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Your next act's are good. He literally could have just done that.
Oh,
and
wow.
you know, know.
Oh, I wish I could see video of this. Someone had to have filmed it.
It was
I
crazy.
think that somebody.
How about the guy that was filming our radio show and Gary had a fuck? The guy was so excited. Like,
oh, was he ever?
He'll never see us again because he's from that area. Maybe, I mean, if we come back next year.
Yeah.
He's filming the show from the audience. Like, it's not even going to be a good quality video. And Gary shuts him down like it's
He tweeted me. He was like, hope I didn't get you guys in trouble.
Some friends will come over. He'll be like, hey, dude, check this out. They'll watch like 2 seconds of it. That's it. That's all he has. What's he going to do with it?
I mean, whatever. The Grateful Dead made a living letting their fans film the shows. Of course, Pearl Jam's doing it. But we can't.
No.
We're so valuable, you can't film us.
Don't film us.
While we're doing a radio show? What is wrong with these people?
Oh, God.
What did he think would happen with that?
I think that it's going to go somewhere and it's going to cut into their profits.
How?
I don't know.
It's getting pay content.
I don't know.
How?
That's what they think, though.
I would almost see it if, like, we did a lot of live broadcasts, and every single live broadcast there was a guy with a high-quality setup. Then I could see their point.
Yeah, high quality. Right, exactly.
But a guy has his camera down near his crotch, hoping to catch a couple funny lines.
Yeah, that's all.
Jesus.
All that would do is make people want to listen to the show if it's funny.
Yeah.
It only does that.
Oh,
it's only good.
Especially since the material's different every day. Like, if you give away one day, it's just going to make people want more.
I think
so. If you give away music, there's only one album. There's one Metallica Black album.
Right.
This is different every day, so people aren't going to hear it and go, well, I've heard the one show.
Yeah, I heard their show.
They'll be like, I want to hear more of it. It changes every day.
Of course. Of course. We're not a band where you have, one album that comes out every 5 years, so all those songs are so valuable. I could see it. That could be a problem if, a live version of a song's online or something. But let me say hi to Jeff in Massachusetts. Jeff.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
How much did you love Brad Williams? I think he's hilarious, and he did a great job.
Yeah, that thing
funny.
That thing came about out of nowhere. Jay Moore just texted me.
You were calling him a thing. I thought you were going to say that thing was funny. Jesus.
Jay texted me and said you got to follow Brad Williams. I'm like, all right, I trust Jay. And then it turned out he was up there, and he was just sitting in on the show, and we met him. I'm like, fuck, do some time on the couch. Let's see how it goes. And he killed.
Yeah, it was good.
He was the midget comic, just so people know. Huh?
He has a great podcast about last night with Adam Ray. He's another phenomenal comedian out of Los Angeles. And I really don't care for Los Angeles-based comedians. I'm more of an East Coast guy. But those two are very funny and have a great podcast.
It depends on where they're from, too. Most LA comics are transplants, like from somewhere. Very few are born and bred in Los Angeles. It's like, like with Vegas people. Usually they come from somewhere else.
Yeah.
But Brad was at the Nasty Show, and I saw him the night before. And we said hello and everything, and I knew we didn't know each other well, but it was just casual. And he goes, yeah, Opie follows me on Twitter. That was what he said to me. I'm like, all right.
That just happened. I mean, the whole thing went down only a couple days ago.
Yeah, he might even said Opie just started following me.
He's a bit pushy.
Yeah.
He's a bit, but if you're 2.5 feet tall, I guess you gotta be.
You learn, how many times can you run through the dog door and yell, surprise!
Right.
But he said, where are you guys broadcasting? I'm gonna come by. He was really...
That's what I mean by being pushy. He went from, Jay told me to follow him because he's a funny guy, to he's starring on our show the next day. He's a bit pushy.
That's funny.
But he was a fun dude, man. He was really cool. I heard he destroyed... I saw some video of his closing. And there's him, and then there's Amy's old opener, who is, oh my God, I know her name. Bridget, who was on the show, on the Nasty Show. Wow, what a fucking... And Jimmy Carr went on right in between them. And
Holy
it's amazing to me how he just didn't give a fuck about following either one of them. He's amazing, this guy.
Let me ask you something.
He was great.
Yeah, he's very good.
Oh, Jimmy Carr?
Show, he was really good.
I wish we had him on.
Yeah,
what happened?
Come on. He just... I think
it was a time thing that happened?
I think so. But I think
he was
they
completely
drink.
confused by his publicist gave him the wrong information.
That
He was very apologetic.
I think half of them just drink and don't want to do it in the morning. Like, I think Eddie Izzard and a lot of those guys just they're out till fucking 5 in the morning at parties, and they don't want to get up at a festival.
So we should just do afternoon drive next time. Fuck.
We could do that too.
Why not? Or do a weird noon show that plays all day. I mean, with the on-demand app and our own channel, you'll get it.
I think afternoon drive would have been a good idea.
I want to ask you about Brad Williams. So obviously he's a midget. He talks about it more than anyone else. So you got to work that into your stand-up. And then when does he do the crossover where now he's just a funny fucking dude on stage?
Right.
How does that work, Jimmy?
I don't know.
I'm asking you.
I was asking him.
Oh.
I asked him that because
he would be. I'm sorry, but the second part of the question, because not a question but a statement. He would be considered a hack if he did 45 minutes on just being a midget.
Yeah, it's really hard to say because it's the first thing everybody sees. So you
got to
have
address
to
it.
address it.
Okay.
And there's a lot of you don't see that. It's like black comics you see a lot of, or fat comics, or women, or men, or you don't see that many. I think he's a dwarf. I'm not sure what technically is, but you don't see that many guys doing stand up.
No.
So for a while, people do want to hear about things from your, I hate to say point of view, but they do want to hear from you about all right, we've heard a million midget jokes and short jokes, but what's it like from that fucking side of the fence?
Right.
So I don't know what the right amount is. But he can probably do a lot more. I think for him, it would be a lot less annoying to hear him doing short jokes than it would be to hear a black comic doing the same black jokes or Irish doing the same Irish jokes, because we've seen a lot of guys doing that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've never seen him do a full set, but I'd be interested to. I've never seen him do a half hour. But for 10 minutes you can do one subject and people won't get sick of it.
People want to know if we had any problems with the language since Canada is so strict. No, I don't know how that works.
No.
There was some rape jokes on our show.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got the Montreal Gazette did not enjoy my material on the gala.
Really?
Yeah. No.
What they wrote? Yeah.
They didn't. It was a very weird.
Where's the article?
Yeah, it was the day after the gala, and some guy twittered me and he goes, "Hey man, this bitch said you were the one." He called her a cunt, the one lowlight of the evening on Whitney's gala. So I was like, "Oh fuck!" Actually, I had a really good set.
Who was the lineup?
Whitney hosted.
Right.
I can't remember the order, but it was myself, Doug Davidoff, Neil Brennan, a Canadian guy whose name I don't remember.
I have the names here.
You got him. Okay.
Jim Norton, Damian Lemon, Bridget Everett, Catherine Ryan, Derek Seguin.
Yeah, I think he's Canadian. Yeah,
pronouncing that. Dov Davidoff and Neil Brennan.
And this was the HBO thing?
No, whatever their HBO is.
Right,
but it didn't go out live like it did last year. It was shot and it was taped. And what she said about me, it wasn't like a bad review. I was like ready to get trashed. The low light was, she's like, I don't like, and is it right there? Oh, you got it. Okay.
Low lights. Call me a prude, but I am not a fan of bits that work off the words rape and rapist. I can appreciate the craft used by Jim Norton. He was talking about how most women like men with big energy, but I have rapist energy.
She's quoting me.
That's the quote. But not for me.
So it wasn't but it was like, that's almost
her cup of tea.
She's allowed to say that. She's not shitting on me. She didn't say.
She is allowed to say that.
I mean, she did say I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Not that you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah. That's all. That's perfectly legit. It's silly though to get so. What annoys me about it?
She's pushing some feminism in there though, which bothers me. Why don't you just be a fucking, a critic for comedy?
Well, it wasn't even a rape joke.
I know it, but she's putting her personal fucking feminism in there. I think
it was like it wasn't even. That's what bugs me about it. It's like it wasn't a rape joke. Like, not that I wouldn't do one, but that joke was just about. I talk about being insecure and fucking frightened of meeting women, so it comes off as menacing.
Right.
It's like I'm just saying it, but the word rape.
Yeah, that wasn't even a rape joke. You're right.
Like, come on, you got to be a big girl or a big boy when you're listening to live stand-up, because guys are talking about murder.
Of course.
Drunk driving and.
Right, that's not her cup of tea. But murder and stuff.
Yeah,
that doesn't make sense.
But the word rape sets you off, regardless of context. Unless, of course, the news is using it, then it's acceptable. Yeah. But she did say, I can appreciate the craft, and it's just not for me. So it's like you can't be mad.
It's kind of hard to bash her.
Yeah, she's not saying he shouldn't do it or be allowed to do it.
Fuck her, but,
I guess.
People want to know what happened with the two girls that we did the dating game with.
Exactly what I knew would happen. Exactly. I'm never wrong about that stuff.
Complete blow off?
No, they were both Canadian girls. I've never had amazing success with. It's kind of like it's like a foreign country. A Philly was a foreign country. Like there's so many. Yeah, hey, what's going on? Va te faire foutre? Si vous play?
That's pretty good.
But I like certain markets for me, like Boston girls I love. Philly girls I've struck out horribly with historically. Like they make you think they like it, then nothing. That's how it is in Canada. So I knew that the dating game, the girl I picked was the one who was the bigger fan.
From Toronto.
Yeah, but I knew. Remember I said to you, I'm going to go with the other girl? And Ann convinced me, and Colin in the brain. I think you did too. You got to go with the fan. Colin's like, she fucking flew here for you. I'm like, she didn't. So I picked her. Now, it turns out she had flown in to see the festival and was very happy that we were going to be there, which is okay. And we went to lunch.
Oh, she wasn't a fan?
Oh, she was a hardcore fan, but she didn't fly in for that. She was in for the festival, and then we just happened to, and she was
so
very
it all just
psyched.
worked out. Gotcha.
And then we went out to lunch, and we had a nice lunch. She was
Oh,
a
so
nice...
she at least went out to lunch.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all you want right now.
She was a nice girl.
You just want a few lunch dates.
But, yeah.
Then once you're on lunch.
Of course.
But as soon as lunch was done, she went her way, and I went up and took a nap. And
Was there a little peck, a little kiss, a little thank you for lunch kiss?
Yeah, I got a little hug goodbye, but I was ready to shake hands. But she was, again, I can't trash her because she just showed up for a live radio show.
Yeah.
She didn't show up to be sodomized. So the fact that she didn't want to be ass fucked by a guy is fair enough.
Yeah.
And she did go to lunch.
I can't shake a woman's hand ever.
No?
No. It's
How do you do? How do you do?
It's either like a little wave
Good evening.
or deep penetration. You can't.
Balls deep.
I don't know, man. Do you shake women's hands in general?
It's very rare. It's very business.
It's strange when it happens, right?
Business-like thing.
Yeah, no. But certainly not a fan of the show. I wouldn't be able to just shake their hand like that.
Yeah, then I'm fucking, leading with my balls. Hey, right. Grind against her leg.
Playing soccer today.
They're outside playing soccer now.
I don't know what happened. This is like... I've been around long enough to know that they're just doing morning zoo shit now on Fox News.
Every day.
Fox and Friends, they're just doing morning zoo crap. They're playing soccer as they wear their ties. Like,
yeah, he's got all his mic equipment on, and he's
stupid.
Like, look at me, I'm getting through.
Could you see us doing that? Like, no.
Oh, a little physical contact.
And she's in her high heels.
She's in her
that's
high
crazy.
heels.
She's playing goalie in high heels.
And he scored. He should have. Imagine if he just drilled it and right into her face.
Fucking as hard as he could kick it right into her face, she would be
broke her nose.
Devastated.
That's how we would do it.
Oh, my nose.
Just to keep it fun, you know?
Yeah, sure.
And look, no one goes there to even check it out. Like, they're playing soccer in the middle of New York, and no one cares.
I think they're trying to push that Fox 1 sports thing that's coming up.
What's that?
They got a sports channel.
Oh.
Fox is going to start.
There's not enough of those. It's
delve
good.
into that. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How does any one of these channels get an audience? There's too many.
Regis has a show on there.
Oh, does
Regis.
it?
What's he talking about sports?
Notre Dame all the time. That's all they talk about.
That's the only offer he got, huh? He doesn't want to be talking sports. He wants to talk maybe a little sports. He doesn't want to be doing a sports show.
Sports show.
That was the only offers he got after he held out, huh?
18 days.
What's going on with A-Rod?
What is going on? I don't know.
Well, A-Rod is just showing the whole world how much of a dick he is because they're about to ban him.
He's done.
And he said he's going to fight. And now they're saying that
if he fights,
Celia could just say, nope, sorry, I'm banning you.
Yeah, they could pull out that little rule that says if
what is
you're,
the rule?
If you're doing something that's detrimental to the game,
affecting the integrity of the game.
Integrity of baseball, they could throw you the fuck out permanently.
Unless you're an owner.
And Celia,
right? Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
He would be suspended under the collective bargaining agreement and not for steroids.
When was the last time that the commissioner did this?
I don't think ever.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Wow, they hate A-Rod.
They fucking hate him.
He's out to get A-Rod. Like that's all this is.
So why hasn't it happened yet?
Because they're just preparing. They're
legal wrangling.
They're just making sure that all the I's are
ducks in a row.
All the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed.
Right.
Because this is much more to do with A-Rod interfering in the investigation than it has to do with him taking drugs.
Gotcha.
What did he do in the investigation to interfere?
He allegedly...
He interfered.
Yeah, he intimidated witnesses. He tried
By
to...
how? What, did he threaten to play for their team?
He...
I'll DH for the... no!
He tried to get, evidence and destroy evidence. And so
he did what any of us would have done.
Right.
When faced with steroid.
Exactly.
From every report I've read, baseball has a mountain of evidence against
But it's taking forever.
Yeah.
That's the
I
weird
just think
part.
they're being incredibly careful.
Do they don't want to blow it?
Oh,
This is so unprecedented. At best, I've heard, he'll be suspended for the rest of this year
and next
all
year.
of next year.
Yeah, I heard he can't come back till 2015.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
then
very
he'll be a
least.
40-year-old on 2 surgically replaced hips who hasn't played baseball in 2 years.
And he can't fucking take what he took to hit home. But what's his home run thing? Because there was a shot of him breaking the record.
Oh, yeah, if he hadn't gotten injured, if he had stayed,
he would have done
the
it.
course. I definitely think he would have beaten Barry Bonds. Yeah,
but with the drugs though.
How many behind is he?
I don't know, but it's like, how much do drugs really help? You know, like you still have to hit a baseball from in a split second. You have to determine where the ball's going, how fast it's going, and
the argument to that is, and I kind of agree. I don't care what these guys take, but if you have the hand-eye coordination, most of those guys have that.
Right.
How many guys bat 280 lifetime, 260 lifetime, and you don't count deep flyouts? How many guys would have had that extra 50 feet?
Right. I'm not saying it doesn't help, but he still would have been one of the greatest ball players
Caught on
ever
the warning
if he
track.
didn't
Caught
take
on the
that.
warning track. That one to the warning track. Caught on the warning track. Like all those would have been home runs.
Yeah.
Right.
What Babe Ruth did was amazing because nobody was doing it. I mean, he was hitting more home runs than teams.
A-Rod is in 5th place right now with 647 homers all time. Yeah, he's just under, what has he got here? A little over 115 behind Barry Bonds, looks like, right?
And then fucking
115 homers. He would have done that.
Golden Boy Jeter fucking comes off the DL, steps up to the plate, first pitch, wham, out of the fucking place. Little wave. Hi, everybody.
I'm back.
There's a home run for you.
It was quite a day. Jeter hit a home run. Soriano got the game-winning RBI. Mariano Rivera saved the game. It was 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
I was going to add Ortiz, took out a phone.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
And almost his player's head.
He was
the
very
Yankees
angry.
of 2003 looked very good.
Yes.
Well, everyone knows A-Rod's in deep fucking trouble, but I'm just wondering when they're going to finally do it.
It could be today.
Oh, you think?
Oh, yeah.
It's coming down this week, you think, Travis?
Absolutely coming this
He's
week.
going to. His lawyer says he's appealing any decision, but an appeal could cost him the rest of his career.
Yeah, and that's why C-League would suspend him under the collective bargaining agreement, because you can't play while you're appealing under that suspension. If you appeal a drug suspension, you can play while the appeal is going on.
Oh, why can't you appeal play during the other one? Collective bargaining.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It's just
the rule of what they set up. I don't know.
What does it mean, the collective bargaining? Like, how are they suspending him on collective bargaining? Was it because he interfered with the integrity of the game?
I don't know the exact words to use, but somebody that is interfering with the integrity.
So if they suspend you, say for like you're a suspected pedophile, or there's good evidence that you raped somebody and you just haven't been convicted yet, you're not going to play through.
Exactly.
They could suspend you under collective bargaining. Okay.
So who has a chance at the home run record now? Because A-Rod's out.
Jesus. I thought Rod Carew had it.
That's just it.
Who's the next guy that's still playing?
I don't know, because every time you think it's going to be somebody, it ends up not being somebody. Everybody thought, Albert Pujols is going to be the greatest player ever, and he goes to Los Angeles and
without the fucking steroids, no one's doing that anymore. There's no real fucking crack McGuire and fucking Sosa just
pretty amazing,
launching balls over the wall.
It's amazing though. You take a little supplement or a little needle, next thing you know, you're hitting these fucking monster home runs.
Fucking holiday ham arms.
Of course, you still have to have the skills, but someone in a lab goes, "Okay, you got the skills now, all right." He's measuring it out just perfectly.
That's some power.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Why can't they take them, though? Part of me is like, why can't they?
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, me neither.
Made for great games.
I don't know them personally. I mean, when it's this old gag, but it's the truth. When you go to a sporting event, you want to see some shit go down. I don't give a fuck what they're doing to their bodies if you get to see a 550-foot fucking home run hitting your car in the parking lot.
And what's the difference between that and he goes to the gym and works out every day? He's eating right.
Right.
He's doing things to better his
eating better.
Go to the gym, eating better,
and
he's like, what's the difference between that and you do a few drugs?
The children, I guess. Is it about the children?
But what of the children?
Is it the children thing?
The children.
Got to worry about the children.
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you want to worry about the children, how about you make a baseball game affordable? Because that puts a lot of stress on Daddy and everybody else.
Yeah. Very, very expensive.
I think that has way more lasting effects than, a stupid fucking home run slugger, eating horse shit so he could hit home runs further.
Yeah. I had the children over my house yesterday in the pool. A lot of the children. It was a big day for the Tefts, the Teft family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good pool day.
Little Riley swam for the first time without her floaties on.
Whoa.
Yeah,
it
she
was
decided to just throw them off, and
it was so funny to watch a kid almost drowning. Like, I was so stressed out watching because she'd be swimming, but the water's going over her nose just enough though she gets her nose out and breathes a little, and her eyes are giant. She's like, ah. I was like, oh my God, the kid's dying in my pool.
It was cool.
Jesus Christ. That was crazy. We were laughing.
Everyone loves Anthony's pool.
Oh, who doesn't, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It
Very
was,
cool.
Kids made a slide.
Make my white trash slide. They take the floating mats that you just lay down on in the pool. They take those and put them from the jacuzzi down the waterfall into the pool and then slide down.
Good for them.
It's like,
Yeah, I mean, if he's not going to build a slide,
right. They'll
they're gonna have to do it
fucking
themselves.
yeah. The Lord of the Flies, fucking kids building shit.
Well, here we got John.
Oh.
John's going to explain steroids to everybody.
Steroids.
Because we don't know this.
No, we don't.
Go ahead, John and Philly.
Well, just, I mean, I've lifted weights all my life since I was 13.
Braggart.
I've had a ton of friends who have done steroids.
So do we. He's in the other room.
There it is. Welcome back.
Now that we're in our mid-40s, I have them, they're getting their hips replaced, they're having organ failure. So there's no doubt. Here's the problem. The problem is if you let other people do steroids in baseball, it's the guys who are clean who are getting affected by it. They can't make the money. It's not fair to them. It really doesn't make sense.
But it's not
fair to me.
Thank you.
Look,
it's not
I'd
fair
like
to the fans.
I'd like to play. No,
Right.
no, not even fans.
Oh.
I'd like to play. Hey, it's not fair to me that you guys are better than me.
So that should be the norm. You either take steroids or you go do something else with your life because the fans want to see it.
Stop.
I'm not. Why are you saying? Hold on, John. I'm not even fucking joking. So stop with the stop. Fans want to see some crazy shit if they're going to a game.
Yeah, what you're saying is ludicrous.
Not really, because I don't care about them.
Next thing you know, you want an amped up bat so you can see a power run. Then just go see a
Dude, if you're making $10 million a year to play, to do a job 10 minutes a day on the field, then I want to see some shit go down.
I want robot
you hung
bats.
up. Come on,
Robot
John. Let's go with
bats.
this.
Where'd he go? What did he hang up for?
He's very insulted.
I
understand, morally and all that, but I mean, as a fan, when you go to the game, you want to see the guy, if it's a basketball game, you want to see him score 60, 70, 80 fucking points. You want to see him jump completely over another guy because he's taking some shit.
Yes.
I don't need goody two-shoes athletes.
Nope.
I want world records. I want massive home runs, and I want a football player to get paralyzed every once in a while because because they're hitting so goddamn hard. So what happened, Jimmy? So this went from, believe it or not, a handshake to A-Rod somehow. I don't know.
Oh, on the
I'm back to the dates.
Oh, right.
So there was a little hand. Did you shake her hand after lunch?
Yeah, but then she said, give me a hug. So we hugged. And again, she was really nice. So then I went and I gave her a hug. And then the other girl I was texting with, and she was nice. She would have hung out.
Oh, man.
But I never wound up connecting with her. Because I napped, and again, I was so busy trying to get sets to get this gala set. I was getting 2 sets a night if I could to try to prepare.
Right.
And I actually have Leno this Friday, so I had to work out that material. Which, you know what I mean? I'm trying to. It's like I had shit I had to do.
Yeah.
So then we went out on what night did we all go out?
Oh, that was sex night.
Friday.
Right? Yeah.
That was Friday night.
Sex night. How was sex night?
Went to a strip club.
How were the strip clubs up there? Yeah. They looked a little weird. That
the
they were
girls
like
were a little chunky.
They were chunky.
Couple of them.
There were a couple of very attractive girls in there.
Yeah.
But there's some really chunky girls walking around.
Where'd you guys go?
One of them on the fucking.
Yeah.
One of them on the. They say
cool
like
name.
contact dance. The lap dances up there, honestly, are very sexy because you can touch them. It's like it's what you want an American strip club to be. But I'll say for the record, as a rule, there is nothing worse than the breath of a Canadian stripper.
Oh, wow.
Fuck,
wow.
what happened?
Fucking, it was.
That's some other guy's cum.
Oh, God.
Dude, at least I would have recognized that. This was some weird, fetid, like flu growth breath.
Jesus.
And when she's grinding on me, and she gave a great lap dance, and she's like, "You got any gum?" Like I gave her gum, and it's still
wow.
It was like throwing a Tic Tac into a pile of elephant shit.
Really?
Oh, it was.
Oh my God!
And then I got a couple other girls, the little hot one that I got, and they were sexy and their breath smelled great. But then there was another one I got who had like that. You know, it's a weird dry cigarette breath, end of the night liquor. It's not the sexy little smoky breath you can get. It was dry cigarette. It was like fucking what you think Edgar's breath should smell like. and she had a big fat puss, and she was one of the chunky ones.
Oh.
But I could only do one dance with her. She was playing with my nips, and she was really sexy.
Oh
but
man, a trooper, but you couldn't do it.
Yeah. And I interrupted one of Anthony's dances by mistake. Looking over.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
He just looks over the little boothy thing. Hi.
That's Chip.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you guys doing in there?
Yeah, what are you doing in there?
What's going on?
Fucking laughing my ass off.
That's really funny.
That's funny.
But there was only like fucking 5 girls dancing.
Yeah, there wasn't that many girls.
It was empty. For a Friday night, it was empty.
When you walk around Montreal, it's just those black doors, and then you don't know if you should go in or not.
I don't know what's going on.
And then they're on the second floor, which I found a little strange.
They go upstairs.
They looked, I don't know what they looked like.
Seedy,
right?
Yes, seedy.
Seedy could be okay, I guess, but
seedy.
It didn't feel welcoming.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you walk around New York, you got the guy out front with a top hat on. Whoa, come on in, gentlemen.
Come on, sir.
Follow me, gentlemen.
But then they want to rip you off, and they don't give you anything. And don't go near the ladies. You can wave at them across the room, but don't cross the police tape. But I tell you here,
remove your hats, gentlemen.
Yeah,
$10 a lap dance. $10.
Really?
Fucking yeah, $10, man.
Yeah, not like fucking here. 40.
Is it the same fuck? I have $120 of that dumb money because I stood on the fucking currency exchange line. And it takes hours in the airport to do. I don't know what they do.
Next time, go to the bank.
Crazy.
You can take care of it at your bank.
No, I know, but I was like the next morning, and I was like,
I threw it away because I've never seen anyone use Canadian money in America, so I just assume it's useless.
The exchange rate
as soon as
is
you get back in America.
It's not much with a couple of bucks, but boy, did they get me at that casino.
Really?
When I went to leave and at the airport, I cashed in a few dollars from the casino, and yeah, you notice it at that point.
Yeah, you did well at the casino, huh?
Oh, boy.
Did you?
Did I ever? Yes, I did. Yeah, I went to, sat down at a table and never got to the point where I had to dig in for more money because the chips were gone. What's that? I had to dig in because I had some double downs that I had to do. But then never lost the money back. Was there for a while, just kind of holding steady and a little higher, a little much, and then just went whoop. Had a few really good hands in a row. Yeah, I was at a table with a couple of Saudi guys, and we had a great table, good time. We were laughing and beheading some dealers.
Were they cool?
Yeah.
Like you guys were talking and stuff?
Yeah,
nice.
Having a great time, and yeah, I wound up doing very well. Yes, and I have a fuckload of Canadian money I have to get rid of. I gotta go exchange some, take some to the bank.
How very well?
Spread it around a little. Spread it around.
People want the number. What would you say to that question?
Yeah, about, I guess.
Oh, you're going to say the number? You usually don't say the number.
Oh, that's under.
Is it a new car?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I could buy a car with it.
Like a Rich Voss special?
Yeah, what kind of car? Exactly. That could be $1,500 if you're talking Voss language.
It's brand new to me.
I could buy a pretty good brand new car.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Look at Jimmy's face.
Fuck, man. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's a lot of cake.
It's under that. It's very close to that. People were counting the chips.
What's that?
Was it around this?
Just under that.
Wow.
Wait, how many? Let me see your hands. How many did you?
No, because I think you kind of tweeted what you did.
At one point, I had 40.
You did. So you go to Anthony's feed, you'll find it.
Exactly how much.
Yeah. I had 47.
You're up 47 G's
at one point.
Wow. No, Trav.
I was up 47 at one point, and then I dropped 10 and decided I'm leaving.
That's smart.
I am fucking leaving.
We live in such different worlds. Like, if I was up $50, I would be so happy.
Wow.
I'd say I could pay a credit card bill this month. And we just, it's so...
How about if you were up 47,000?
I would say, oh my goodness, I've just doubled my salary.
Wow. Damn.
Now I can pay rent for a couple of years.
A couple of years.
Yeah, it really is odd when you look at it.
Yeah, but you don't... I don't think Ant talks about the times he takes the hits.
No. I'm just saying that you know...
Yeah. I definitely talk about the times
it could work the other way, where
I
it's
get
like, fuck, he's in the hole for something large.
The first night out, I started with 2,000. I built it up to 12 and lost it all. So it was like... You know, I was, and then I left because we had the show to do the next day.
Right.
Thank God I left.
Let me say hi to Mike in Baltimore. Mikey.
Hey, what's up?
Welcome aboard, Mike.
Ooh.
What's up? Love the show.
What's up?
I was just going back to the baseball topic you were talking about earlier. I don't know if you guys have heard of Chris Davis.
Travis,
we've all heard of Chris Davis.
Is he an Oriole?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, number one in the league right now, home run.
Yes.
How many does he have?
37. He hasn't hit one since the All-Star break.
Oh, really?
Oh, he hasn't? Oh,
but he's been hitting a lot, right?
Yeah.
Obviously,
He hit a lot before he went to the home run derby.
37?
Yeah, 37.
All right, cool. He's just going crazy. Every game I would watch, it was a grand slam. It was crazy.
Yeah, now, you know, like, you hit 37 home runs and everybody just automatically assumes you're doing steroids, which really sucks for these guys. Like, what if Chris Davis is completely clean, you know? Like, now everybody thinks that if you ever hit, you know, more than 30 home runs before the All-Star break, well, you've got to be doing something.
Oh,
you know?
As soon as he hit 30, everybody was going crazy.
Yeah.
Writing stories about how he was going to aim for 60 by the end of the season.
Yeah, because now everybody talks about, you know, oh, well, what's the real record? Is he going to break Roger Maris's record? And then will he be the clean home run champion?
Look, man, we all loved when McGuire fucking did what he did with Sammy Sosa. No, there was no complaints.
Even if you're against steroids, you can't deny that wasn't a ton of fun when you were watching it.
It was amazing.
No
That's what I'm getting at. So I don't care that... You know, fucking McGuire's bones are probably fucking rotting away right now as we speak. I don't care. He gave us a good time.
I'm all for steroids, too. I think, in my opinion, Chris Davis is clean, but...
I think you'd have to be a real idiot to do anything in this day.
Right.
You know?
And age.
And I was going to say that.
It doesn't sound right with just day.
Yeah.
All right, Mikey, thank you. Let's go to Rob in North Carolina. Rob.
Yeah, how's it going, guys?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I'm in the Marines, and I think that everybody in all sports and the military should be given steroids for free. Because in the sports, I watch it because I want to see some fucked up shit happen. And to that sports player, because as I left for work, and as I turned on your guys' show, because I listen to you guys every fucking day. Every time I get a fucking chance, even when I was in Afghanistan, I would listen to you guys.
Wow, that's just stupid. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
And I watch sports,
yeah,
so I can see some shit happen. And if they're taking roids for our amusement, good on them.
Right, yeah.
And when that senator a couple years back was crying about it, that his favorite pastime has been ruined.
Who said that?
Well, fuck you. You guys ruined America with your politics.
Who?
Wait, who said America's pastime was ruined?
It was some senator, some fucking dickhead that was crying to McGuire and Sosa about the shit like 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
Oh, when they did the in front of Congress thing.
Cuff McGuire.
Yeah.
Well, I played baseball for a while.
What happened to him?
Right.
Where's the big guy?
Right.
And these guys are getting paid millions of dollars. If they're taking steroids under a doctor's supervision, I'm sure they'll be fine. They're not some person that goes to the gym that's taking steroids on their own without a doctor's supervision and just going by what an online forum says what to take.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to pick where, like, you know, like, but you do feel for the other guys too, like, if they don't want to take, like, I don't know.
But steroids has proven that it
helps. You're panicking.
Yeah.
Relax.
Jeez, you hear him?
We're not solving the issue, sir. We're just chatting.
If you don't want to take them, then fucking boo-hoo. Go fuck yourself.
Well,
no, because
I'm just saying I don't
Still
give.
not good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't give a fuck. Obviously, it's not going to be my way.
Yeah, if you don't want to
Of
take
course.
them, you shouldn't.
Let off the guys' back that are taking them. I don't know.
Right.
Well, I mean, if you don't want to take them, like say you don't feel it's good for you, and maybe you. It's kind of hard to go out and now compete with guys who are under the same. Financially, it's a huge advantage. That guy who said that before was right. It's a huge financial advantage.
I understand in the end, trust me, but I mean, baseball tickets are pretty expensive, so when you go to a game, you want to see some shit go down.
Exactly. It's like where I live in North Carolina, I'm in Jacksonville. I'm stationed in Camp Lejeune. I've been in the Marine Corps for almost 9 years.
Oh, right.
And Jimmy, I saw you in October of 2010 in Raleigh.
Whole life story now.
Man.
Thank you.
All right.
It's amazing. I'm surprised the Marine is being aggressive. See you, man.
All right, Rob. Thank you.
Killer.
Yeah. If you want to take him, then fucking take him. All right. Good point.
So you're
guys ready to take a hill.
So you're texting the other girl that lost the dating game, technically.
Yeah,
even though it was a close call.
Yeah, just chatting, and she was very nice too.
And you just couldn't. Because you were getting ready for the gala.
Yeah, and I didn't. We probably could have hung out, but then I'm like, I'm really gotten weird with like pursuing possible sexual like. I'm just getting older, and I'm like not as crazy about it. Like I still am a dirtbag, but it basically has to be an open mouth tumbling into my lap. I just can't fucking chase it that much.
You don't want to
anymore.
put the work in.
Nah, I'd rather jerk off. I mean, even and that's something I'm back to doing a lot of. So that addiction is kind of kicked. Like I was doing good for a while, but now it's like I'm jerking off a lot, and it's fucking my sleep. Whatever, man. I'm kind of annoyed at myself, but I'm happy I did those sets because the night before the gala, I had shit sets the whole time. Montreal's not a great comedy city for me at all. I do okay there at best. I never destroy up there. And the night before the gala, I finally found the set that I wanted to do at the Comedy Works. And then, worked. But it's like weird, like the Paula Deen bit I do, where in the bit, I'll tell you what I say in the bit is, up there, racial stuff is so much different. Because they don't have the exact same history we do up there, here.
Right.
And the bit about, the point of the joke is that I hate phony white people acting offended because people use celebrities to make ourselves feel better. So white people just can't walk up to their black friends and go, hi, I never say nigger. But if Paula Deen says it, then you can go, oh, look how terrible. That's the point of the joke.
Yeah.
But I say the word nigger in it for that reason. But I did that in Canada. Silent.
Really?
And it does well at the Comedy Cellar and everywhere else in New York because people understand the context of it. I'm not gratuitously throwing it out there. But up there, just that word. But then I'm like, maybe they just don't have the same history. So the backlash that maybe the white people up there aren't feeling this politically correct backlash and they don't care about it. And like I was talking to somebody from the festival about that, and she goes, yeah, like, racism is just so abhorrent. And I was like, I got annoyed that she said that. But then I'm like, well, she's right. like it's amazing how jaded I am to political correctness because somebody says racism is abhorrent and I want to argue with them. Yeah, of course it is. Like sometimes it's hard. I got to make sure I'm pushing back against political correctness, but not to the point of siding with something that I genuinely don't agree with. Right, like racism. It's like, I don't want to make the wrong statements either.
It's nice to be out of the race mix.
Yeah,
for a few days.
It was
up
chill.
There.
It was so chill
nice.
up there.
No bullshit.
You're talking about the mixing of races?
Yes.
Okay.
But, yeah. It was just nice to,
Right.
I didn't feel compelled to tweet every second because of it. And yeah, very cool.
All right. We'll break here.
Yes, dinner.
Just getting started. I'm sure we'll have more Montreal stuff.
Yeah.
And,
certainly.
We got Insane Clown Posse coming in.
9 o'clock, yes.
Wow. Are we ready for them?
Are you down with the clown?
I'm down with the clown.
Do we have a prep sheet for them?
Sam's making one up right now because
Sam
Sal decided
lives
to
it.
take a personal day.
What?
I don't know. I got an email.
We were gone for a week.
4:30 in the morning, taking a personal day.
What is he doing?
Right.
Didn't send a prep sheet.
He had it easy last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, why didn't he send a prep sheet?
I don't know.
Unless somebody in his family is dead.
He's just making a statement.
Well, he was here yesterday.
He's
Maybe
making
he died yesterday.
Wait, he was here yesterday.
Maybe. I don't know. Actually, maybe he took the day off.
He's making a statement because we didn't bring him to Montreal, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he's saying, fuck you guys. I did a lot of work.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, well.
Took that Zito guy.
So, Sal, yeah. Who?
Ugh, Zito. Never again.
I have to defend Mark Zito on principle because he helps me get pictures.
Oh.
He's been a trooper.
Did he?
Yeah. Boy, you didn't like him? What happened?
I don't know. I just don't like him. He works for Greenstein. We don't need Greenstein people around. I don't even know why he was there.
Do you think he was reporting back?
I don't know.
Might have been.
Why was he there?
Promotions.
What promotions?
Checked audience members in.
Who cares?
Made sure the signs were up.
Oh, boy.
We got people that could do that.
Say signage, Travis.
Why was Zito there,
Signage.
Sam?
No reason.
Right? Thank you.
He was there.
Because this place refuses to pay anyone, and then they do something stupid like that.
Yeah.
Well, they don't.
I would have rather take that and dumb money. It was probably a couple $1,000s to send him and give one of you guys a quick raise. Why was he there?
He was there because nobody from promotions wanted to go, so they made Zito go. I mean, he didn't even need to hang up the posters. He was supposed to just go and hang up posters.
Why did nobody want to go from promotion?
He gets to go to Montreal for 3 days to hang up posters. That's the truth,
And
right?
he didn't even have to do it.
Roland posted photos on his Facebook of Zito sleeping.
I saw those.
While the show was on.
Right. But the company has no money.
No, they got money.
Oh, yeah, they do.
I mean, have you seen the
stock is
stock?
through the roof.
Yeah.
375.
This company's doing very well.
375.
And over 25 million subscribers. We're doing just fine.
Damn.
Well, then why aren't they paying anybody?
Because they like having the money.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, Scott drives me nuts sometimes. I have a love-hate thing with him because I also own stock. So part of me likes the fact that there's a fucking lunatic Axeman running everything and fucking chopping everybody's heads off and keeping things flowing because the stock is going up. So I'm like...
But it's going to all collapse eventually because they're not... Oh, whatever. It's a theory I got, which I know I'm right about, but fuck it. It's going to bore the shit out of people. You gotta pump money into the actual company though to keep it going, or the whole thing will collapse.
Oh yeah, it will for sure.
There was another. Tim Sabian's gone or not? What do we know? Because now I'm hearing Jeremy's going to run Howard's channels.
Did you hear that?
So that means Jeremy is going to take on more responsibility. So they're getting rid of another job around here. Eventually, that's going to really just fucking collapse the whole thing.
Unless he's taken that job and being replaced. I don't know. Unless his old job is getting replaced. I don't know. If he's doing another
That's
job.
not how
I
they
don't know
do
what
it.
he's
They
doing.
just give people more responsibility around here.
That is generally what happens. Yeah.
And as we go to break in, Anthony's eating, which you should be. I just want to point at something.
Yeah.
My penis.
Still here. This is still here.
What is?
Yeah, I told you.
We're pointing at Eric.
It's still here. But before we left for Montreal, Steve Blatter came in here, and I go, Steve, just get rid of the clutter. He goes, it'll happen today. How long have we been talking about this clutter?
Can we get rid of it, or do they have to do something?
They have to get rid of it.
They do.
And they said they would get rid of your screens at
Those
least.
screens, yeah.
What is going on?
It looks like I gotta say, Anthony's section there with that fucking screens going up and down. It looks like a fucking construction area in the middle of the street.
For the people that don't know, we have a shitty small studio, but we're like, at least cut the console and clean up the place. It'll give it a better appearance, right?
Yep.
And one of the things we said to the guys we talked to, how long ago was the talk with the engineers? Seriously.
That had to be
a month and a half ago?
Yeah, I would say a month and a half.
A month and a half ago, they're like, we're going to get right on this. We're going to fucking redesign. We're going to push your... It's all this stuff that needs to be done without fucking totally boring the audience. And Dan has these two giant screens in front of him he doesn't even use anymore. So we're like, look, get rid of the giant screens. That'll free up a little space. There's just a bunch of keyboards in the middle of all of us that are just sitting there that none of us have ever touched in our lives. There's a huge old school fucking phone that's just sitting there. If we need the phone, that's fine, but you can put it somewhere else, tuck it away.
It doesn't need to be there, right?
So I'm like, look, I know how this place runs, and to redesign the whole studio, it's going to take a while. We're not stupid. We've been around long enough to understand how things work. I go, but at the very least, could you just clean up some of this shit? That'll really help a lot.
You got it.
They said no problem right away. That was a month and a half ago.
Right.
And then a couple weeks later, I'm like, I go to the guys, Gary, or they're all the same fucking faces to me. And I'm like, look, the clutter's still in there. Yeah, we're going to get to it. And then Steve Blatter comes in right before he left for Montreal. I go, Steve. He goes, you know what? You guys are absolutely right. There's, there's no excuse for this. This stuff should have been removed. I will make sure it's removed immediately today. That was like 4 or 5 days ago. We come back, and it's still here.
I guess that didn't happen.
And then they wonder why we beat them up.
Look, I don't know how you guys can be anything but excited today.
I'm seeing Clown Posse.
It's ICP day.
I am very happy.
But what are they going to do?
They're gonna fucking be down. Like, what do you mean? What are they gonna do?
Are they gonna perform? What are they gonna do?
No, they're not gonna perform. They're gonna sit here and be among the greatest guests you've ever had in the studio.
Why?
Because they're fucking awesome. GQ.
Nice, GQ.
GQ ranked them #1 on their worst rappers of all time.
Gentlemen's Quarterly.
You know what Shaggy 2 Dope responded with? You know what his quote was?
What?
Tell GQ to say it to my face.
Nice.
That's a great response.
He's going to beat up a magazine.
It's just.
Can they get the clutter out of here?
Shaggy 2 Dope could take care of this shit. Yes.
Are you going to get a photo?
Fuck yeah.
I should have brought mine in to get signed. Just in case I get murdered at the Juggalo's fucking gathering.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah, I think so.
Very cool.
I'm worried about that one.
I'm going to the gathering.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Had you had the plane stuff?
Troy and me are going. We were booking tickets probably today.
Okay.
Oh wow! When is the whole thing going down?
August, I'll tell you, August 9th is when I'm performing on the 11 o'clock show, which is good because it's a Friday, and by 11, no one's been drinking yet.
Wow.
JuggaloGathering.com. I'm looking forward to it and dreading it. Like, a part of me knows it's going to be a lot of fun because they're going to be maniacs, but, you know, they've seen comedy before.
I think you're going to do incredibly well there.
You never know. I mean, and my relationship with those guys is good, so that doesn't hurt, but...
You'll do great.
Juggalos are family.
Okay.
You'll do great. All right, so they're coming in, what, 9 o'clock
9
today?
p.m. 9 a.m.
Yeah.
I've never met those guys.
No, neither have I.
My first time meeting them was doing their show, and they were fucking... I was like, oh, what the fuck are these guys going to be like? And they were great.
Cool. They're awesome, right?
Yeah, they were really silly and nice and fun.
They're doing something right. They've been around a long fucking time.
20 years, I think?
Wow. 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
They know how to make fucking money, too, man. Those guys make a shitload of money.
And they do it themselves.
Yeah.
All independent now.
Oh,
they
really?
Do, right? Don't they have like their own
their own record label and their own everything? Psychopathic Records.
Like you don't rely on the industry to do it and fucking.
No, you gotta do it all
the
yourself.
industry won't have them.
But you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't just fucking wither away
No, I
and
know
die.
that.
They went and
Dude, they've been around since '89.
It's a mouse to nowhere.
That's a mouse to nowhere.
It's 24 years.
What?
It's up there on the little monitor speaker for something.
You know what they named their independent wrestling organization?
What?
Juggalo Champion Shit Wrestling.
Champion Shit Wrestling.
Do they have any names in that league?
Cactus Sack sometimes wrestles for them. It
sounds like Cactus Jack.
Oh, they love wrestlers, right?
They love wrestling.
But I mean, do they get any old school wrestlers that are a little down on their luck and need a gig?
Tons of them. They got Greg the Hammer Valentine on their show.
Oh, they did? That's what I'm asking.
I told you I didn't know who he was.
And they really get Mick Foley to be Cactus Sack.
Oh.
Like, it's not just some guy dressed as Mick Foley. It's the actual Mick Foley, and he's Cactus Sack.
No kidding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why do all their wrestlers look like WWE guys?
Like who?
Yeah, it looks like Triple H right here.
That looks like Triple H.
Yeah, look.
That guy looks sort of like The Undertaker.
Cactus Sack was the star of their film Big Money Hustlers. Not to be confused with Big Money Rustlers, their Western that they put out.
Was it good?
It was awesome. They were still in the face paint, but they were dressed like cowboys. And they were talking like ICP talks.
What the fuck is that?
Is there a clip?
It's straight to video, yeah.
But I want a clip. Can we find a clip that we can play right now?
Please find a clip
What am I
of
looking for, Sam?
Big Money Rustlers.
Sure.
Wow.
I need a clip of this.
That's
Big Money
insane.
Rustlers.
Rustlers.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Sorry. Big Money Rustlers full movie.
All right, let's watch that until I get here.
Big Money Rustlers.
We can't do that.
Sure we can.
It's only an hour and 35.
Oh, all right.
It'll be done before they get in.
Full
No.
moon.
You can't see Travis.
They
You're
put
hogging
this
on
out.
Yeah.
They put this out.
Independently.
Mudbug population 183. It's inside of a bar,
And
yeah.
instead of Jack Daniels, it's Fago. And Fago is their shit.
Guy's picking his nose.
Playing a little poker.
Yeah, guy playing poker.
They're obsessed with Fago, which is a store brand of soda in like the Midwest, like Michigan especially.
And that's theirs.
No, they don't own Fago.
Oh, they don't.
just love Fago.
Going around.
And all the Juggalos love Fago.
Poker
I've never
game,
had it.
going around the
Are you going to
table.
drink Fago when you go to the
Fuck
gathering?
yeah, I'm gonna drink Fago.
Do
Like
they have their own flavor or anything?
I don't think so,
Oh.
but they spray Fago at their audience. It's awesome.
Why is he in?
Look at Violent J.
Why is he in?
It's his turn to bet.
He's wearing a fucking clown makeup and a hat.
It's his turn to bet.
Ooh, that's pretty. That's real pretty.
He's a cowboy, but also a clown.
4 naked ladies and a one-eyed jack. You got my money, motherfuckers.
With all due respect, big baby, what the hell was that?
We're playing 5-card draw. You got 9 cards. That's some outright plain old cheating.
Shot him.
Holy shit, he just killed!
Anybody else got any issues that need discussing? I didn't fucking think so. Now let us continue this fine game of chance.
See?
Oh, hell no, big baby. Don't you know that, man? We had to rob the Mudbug 410 just to get all this money together? Hell yeah. We lost 3 men on that job. We damn sure as hell ain't just gonna roll over and let you cheat it all away from us. Are you fucking crazy?
That's some mighty big talk from Dead Man.
Oh, dude from behind shot him with a shotgun. Who's that? I don't know.
Woo!
They're changing the population sign.
179. And that's Scott Hall.
I'm going to go by each one of their homes. Pay my
Razor
respects
Ramon.
to their wives.
Razor Ramon. Okay, I thought he looked familiar. He looks a little fat these days.
It's Razor Ramon.
I've never seen him so sober.
When did this come out?
That came out probably like 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago.
That's
yeah. They just put their friends in their movies.
Did they really?
Yeah, they just put out like, you know.
That was kind of a cool little scene.
It was fucking awesome.
I'll say
I didn't mind it at all.
the shootings were very good.
See, and that's like, I think that's twisted with them.
130 or an hour and 32 minutes.
And I do like that they didn't, go with that normal period kind of speaking.
No.
He kept it gangsta and hip hop
Look what I
like,
got, motherfuckers!
even though they're in the Old West.
Yeah, they're in the Old West. Like, it's the 1800s for
And
sure.
no one's questioning why he's wearing clown makeup.
He's Violent J.
But I guess that's Shaggy Tudo with the fucking.
I don't know. He's got a bandana covering
Holding
his
a
face.
shotgun. Could be.
Nice.
That's something.
They're in at 9 a.m. today.
Shit.
Yeah, that should be fun.
When does their show come out? Do we have that?
I'm gonna watch this when I get home.
Big Money Restless?
It's such a ridiculous concept.
It's so awesome that they thought of it and then they executed it and then they accomplished it.
You know what? I'll say that fucking they have a guy in charge of all their production stuff or no?
It's probably them.
Right.
I mean, they probably hire good people, but they're the brains behind this whole thing. Like,
we gotta make a movie.
They got top billing.
Of course they got top billing.
All right, we got a break. Very good, Sam.
The Monoxide Child is in that movie.
Jason Mewes. Scott
Yay.
Hall.
Yeah, the show is already
Blaze
on.
You Dead Homies in it?
Well, of course, Blaze You Dead Homies.
Ron Jeremy.
Jeremy.
The show's already on Fuse, but it's on Wednesdays at 11.
Okay.
What's the show?
It's like it's obviously a little inspired by Beavis and Butthead. They're watching music videos because Fuse started putting out like just as viral videos. The ICP watching like Carly Rae Jepsen and Gangnam Style and those videos, and they did huge numbers on YouTube.
Oh.
And so they gave ICP a show based on that concept, and then that's what Jim did, too.
Now I want to see them doing a video.
Do Blurred Lines.
And that's what the show is. You watch the video, but then they interview you and bullshit you. And
yeah,
they were saying some things. I wanted to go, Fuse will never air this.
They don't give a fuck, right?
No, they don't care. And it was funny to hear them say certain things, and they're going to be very shocked in the editing room. Like, what do you mean I can't say faggot?
I like this dumb song, by the way, by Robin Thicke.
It's a giant song. It's the biggest song there is.
Yeah, this ended up being the song of the summer.
I don't know
guess so.
Yeah, you know it if you heard it, I think.
It's been #1.
This thing's huge.
You want to play this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see what they say about the song.
Sugar Slam! Pour some sugar on me, babe!
Their projectionist is a woman named Sugar
from
Slam.
Robin Thicke called Blurred Lines.
Hot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of pussy in this video.
I never heard this.
What? Yeah, I was watching this video.
Robin
the other
Thicke.
I'm not familiar with Thickie's body of work.
I'm familiar with his face because his dad was on growing pains.
That's that mother.
Alan Thicke. Alan Thicke.
Wow.
Alan Thicke put his to use and gave us Robin Thicke.
Is that really his dad?
Look at his face. Look at his face. It's clearly his dad. Robin Thicke.
Look at Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Go back real quick.
They call him Slick
Greg
Robin
the Hammer
Thicke. Clearly his
Valentine.
dad.
Sorry, go back just a little bit. That's the guy I was telling you about right there.
Yeah, it's Vampiro.
Thicke.
Oh, Vampiro.
They call him Slick Robin Thicke, the man with the big who attracts a lot of chicks.
Slick Robin Thicke. See, that's not good. He's promoting smoking to the children of America.
But what Robin Thicke needs to see is that commercial of that lady where she takes her face off.
This is how
And then she's like,
my You keep smoking, don't look like me.
T.I. does not have a thick. He can brag about the size of it because it's long. It goes all the way down to his knee, but it's real thin.
Why are we talking about dudes?
Pharrell, on the other hand, I happen to know, is a hermaphrodite because he's pretty in the face.
If he put a wig on, he'd be an attractive chick.
Look at how slick Robin Thicke looks with that hair, man. How can we be one of those guys, one of those GQ men?
You're going to have to lose half your body to get in that GQ club.
Why do you have to diss me all of a sudden? What the did I say? You're lucky Hammer don't put you out of commission.
Look at the Hammer.
What the fuck? How can you not watch that show? It's genius.
That is a good one.
Good for them. Jesus.
Yeah,
they got a brand.
They've successfully gone from being a joke to being cool.
Of course, people hate on the ICP, but like, look how much they've accomplished.
We're getting all the guys in.
Just Shaggy Two Dope and Violent J.
Just those guys. Yeah.
Those are them. And then they show what they're like. Everybody else, there are lots of other artists on Psychopathic Records,
Right.
but they're not the ICP.
Of course not.
How many people they get on stage though?
Oh no, I mean they'll get a ton of people on stage. Like when Woodstock '99, I think I talked about this on the after show. They came out and they were performing, and then just as part of their stage show, they had two naked men in clown masks doing jumping jacks. And you're just sitting there watching it on pay-per-view like, why'd they get two dudes naked?
What the fuck?
But it was fucking hilarious.
Woodstock '99?
Yeah. It's a little number you called Fuck the World.
I remember that.
See, and they're spraying Faygo.
How do they take off like this?
This is a big song for them.
No, but I mean, as Insane Clown Posse, how did it get to this point?
Because it got like very edgy.
Why are the curtains closing?
I don't know.
Who said to close the curtains?
Well, you said naked men jumping around, so do the curtains up.
No one wants to watch Insane Clown Posse.
That's not true. This is just fuck everyone. They put out an album called The Great Malenko, and Disney owned the record label to put it out, and it was pulled from shelves like hours after its release.
Yeah.
And Disney dropped them immediately, and it made them famous because then all the kids were like, I gotta hear this band that nobody wants us to hear.
Look at you.
If you guys want to see that record, Eric brought it for them to get signed.
That's a good idea.
How much for the charity auction?
Yeah.
And then right after that, MTV aired their shockumentary, and it made them like big because kids were like, I gotta hear this, rebellious group. And then it was just a couple clowns rapping about chopping people up with hatchets. It was fucking awesome.
Crowd fucking loves them. That's 99.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one thing with clown makeup, you never age. Like, they look exactly the same.
Well, they learned that from Kiss, I guess. You put that makeup on, all of a sudden you're the same guy.
He's just kicking bottles of Faygo into the crowd. He just said fuck Dionne Warwick.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's fucking awesome. He just said fuck both sides of the Berlin Wall.
It's insanity. There's a lot of fucking people watching them there at Woodstock '99. Damn.
That was a huge concert.
They had big beef with Eminem for a long time.
Faggot ass.
Fuck Eminem, fuck radio and MTV Live, fuck this club, trying to say you can't stage dive.
They had a big thing apparently with remember TRL? Remember that
Song
show?
Request Live.
I think it might have been. It was a video around this time, around '99, that they put out, and they had all their fans like amassed and said today, or on this day, vote for this video and let's get it on TRL. And so they had all their fans show up. There were like 400 juggalos outside TRL, and they all called up and voted for the song. But apparently, the story is that the police removed the juggalos before the show got on the air and told them that you can't be here. No. NYPD.
I thought it was. Oh.
And then MTV wouldn't acknowledge any votes that the ICP got that day.
Instead of just Juggalos, just, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. The mainstream has always been trying to shut down ICP, but they
I like
won't
the
allow
fact
it.
they did stuff themselves. I respect that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
I always thought there were more than 2 guys. I just realized there's only 2 guys.
No, it's just
for
the
some
two of
reason I really thought there were more. I'm an idiot.
You didn't do a lot of research for this one.
No, man, the waves were great yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I made you a nice prep sheet. Just get that to read during the commercial.
I'm not going to even read it.
All right. You just think about the waves?
Yep.
All right.
Which sailboat I'm going to buy.
You're going to buy a sailboat?
Yep.
Are you really?
That's pretty sick.
Whoa. Sailboat.
Can you wait until we're done?
Like a
radio?
Kennedy.
That's a disaster waiting to happen. Just sit in a fucking pond with it. Can you not go get lost at sea?
Just going to start sailing around, being Ken Stevens.
Oh, nice, right?
Yeah.
You know what
That's
my
cool.
favorite ICP lyrics is?
What?
What?
They did a song, and they said, "What is a juggalo? He's not a phony. He'll come in your house and bust a nut in your macaroni."
Nice.
All right.
I'm just like, these are the realest dudes of all time.
What?
Yeah, but who wants someone to come in their macaroni?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But a juggalo will do that shit.
I guess all this stuff was fine pre 9/11, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little goofy.
What, busting a nut in your macaroni?
I just see this is December 2000.
Oh.
All right.
And like, you
There's a
know,
lot of those fuckers outside.
It's the juggalos. I told you they're family.
Yeah, there were a lot of them.
Is that Sean William Scott?
Yeah.
Our old friend?
wow.
What happened to
Stifler.
him? What happened to Stifler?
Well, I'm sure he'll pop up in a
13
movie or
years ago.
something.
He'll be back in here. Hey,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, when he does a movie.
I love him.
Yep.
ICP sold more product than Kiss. All right, we're going to learn about Insane Clown Posse after the break. Get ready for this interview.
Oh, yeah.
Proper style.
The Opie and Anthony Show. The Opie and Anthony Show. Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show. The guys are back from the toilet.
Now, back to our show.
What is a juggalo? Let me think for a second. Well, oh, he gets butt naked, and then he walks through the streets winking at freaks with a 2-liter stuck in his butt cheek. What is a juggalo? He just don't care. He might try to put a weave in his nut head, cause he can give a fuck less what a bitch thinks. He tell him that a butt stinks and all that. What is a juggalo? He drinks like a fish, and then he starts hugging people like a drunk bitch. Next thing he's picking fights with his best friends. Then he starts with the hugging again. Fuck, what is a juggalo? A fucking lunatic. Somebody with a rope tied to his dick. Then he jumps out a 10-story window. Oh, what is a juggalo?
Yeah, huh?
Got Insane Clown Posse coming in at 9 o'clock today.
2-liter shoved in his butt cheeks.
I heard that sound.
Yeah.
I
He's a
love this
lyricist.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think they're getting to the macaroni part soon. How can you not respect? They got this vision, and they're just going for it, you know?
How about that? Like you.
How about
Yes.
that?
You have a vision, you're going for it.
You just go.
Right, right.
Fuck the haters.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, well, speaking of haters, it's very rare you get a hater on Twitter, but it happens from time to time.
What are you talking about?
And this guy writes, great listening to 3 non-baseball fans talking about how steroids should be legal. Hashtag douchey.
Ew. What are you, Mr. Baseball guy?
Yeah, what are you, a real hardcore ball fan?
It's the guy that just talks to his friends all day only about baseball. Go fuck yourself.
It's just a radio show, brah.
Yeah,
What
we're
an
just
asshole.
relax. Just giving our opinion on it. And sorry, you're the hardcore fan, and we're not.
What, are you a purist?
Yeah.
Oh,
Remember they said interleague play would be bad?
Right.
Oh, no, the Mets and the Yankees should never meet. Now it's great.
oh my God, we shouldn't be. We're
What I don't understand is, obviously the tone was us just being goofy about it.
This guy's.
Of course you can't have steroids legal in baseball, you idiot. That was our point.
I'm going to look for him later and just block him.
Yeah, I'm looking for him right now. You know what? I wouldn't even mind if they were legal, to be very, because I don't care if those guys are willing to do it. I get the argument from both sides.
And he also writes, stop, you're not a baseball fan. I've admitted that, you idiot.
And what do you?
I'm not a baseball fan. I haven't been a baseball fan in years, and it was the listeners calling me out on it. And one day I went home and went, wow, I think they're right. I'm not a baseball fan anymore. Somewhere along the line, I just gave up on the sport and didn't realize it.
You're not entitled to an opinion about baseball,
but it's not even an opinion. That's why I laugh at these idiots, because it was more of a bit than anything. But I don't care if they're taking shit. No.
And
but obviously, it's not going to be something that should be legal.
If you don't know all the stats and everything, you're not a fan. And this guy is one of the. I've seen these people at at little fucking get-togethers and whatnot. They're boring. They talk about one fucking thing, sports.
But not even understanding that we were more goofing than anything during the whole steroid conversation. That's what it boggles my mind, that people are that stupid that listen to our show.
Welcome.
Yeah, that's the only one today. It's very rare. I mean, Twitter has been pretty fucking pure lately. There's not many haters out there whatsoever. It's
idiot.
It's terrific as far as social networking goes. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful tool.
Yes, it really is. Oh my God! I finally saw the Breaking Bad season premiere. That's coming up in 3 weeks.
Wow, you got it.
You finally saw something that the rest of us won't see for 3 weeks.
I had the DVD.
Oh, who farted?
Not me. I swear.
That was not anything.
Kenny, did you bring that in?
No. That's convincing. No.
Sorry. Someone fucking let something leak out. Is it a rare fart from Anthony Cumia?
No.
A rare one?
No.
And by a rare one, you mean one that doesn't smell like cum.
That's rare.
I smell a fart. I'm the only one, though, huh? I think Kenny brought something in.
Oh.
You smell that, right?
Hit me.
What?
Yeah, it just hit me.
What is that? Was it you, Jimmy?
I think it was Jim.
I think Kenny fucking farted. What? That's not his thing to admit farts?
How would Anthony?
It smells like vegetation.
Kenny. Oh, well, you're certainly not Kenny.
Was it you? Did you drop a gasser? If Sydney dropped a gasser, it would smell like little flower petals.
Kenny, you drag one in and it's your thing not to announce it?
I said no.
Oh. I said no. No?
I don't care. I admit farting. Yeah. I love to fart. I love to shit. I love to curse.
And what else do you love?
I don't know.
That's about it? That's where the list ends?
Yeah.
You like to shit, fart, and curse.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's a great Match.com profile if you're ever single.
Yeah.
I want to shit, fart, and curse.
Yeah.
I don't like long walks in the park.
What is the so Breaking Bad?
Oh yeah. I got the first episode of the new season that comes out in a few weeks, couple weeks. Fucking that show is the best. Oh my God, it really is. Who are we having on? Hank? Is Hank coming in?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that's gonna be cool. I think Thursday, maybe. Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, good.
Very cool.
Good. Yeah, I was watching that, and of course, people. I have to tweet a picture of the actual screen on my TV and go, ha ha.
People can't wait.
I love getting those fucking episodes early.
How'd you get that one early?
Roland.
Wow, good for Roland.
Roland fucking handed it right over.
He said something during the break. Me and Aunt looked at each other and went,
oh my God.
Wow.
He said something. I had no idea.
I thought he picked up French from Montreal.
Yeah.
I don't know what language he was speaking.
I swear I heard him say something, Marie Osmond, something. And then he repeated it, and it had nothing to do with Marie Osmond.
I think he said we could go see the new Steve Jobs movie.
Oh, Jobs probably sounds.
Is that with Ashton Kutcher?
Ashton Kutcher, yeah.
Are we going to have Ashton Kutcher in?
I don't see that on the.
Then I'm not seeing the Steve Jobs fucking movie.
Wow.
Somebody said Kenny's farts smell like shoe polish and phone books. Things used to hit people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who are we going to get from that movie in?
I don't think anybody.
What?
Although, doesn't Josh Gad play Steve Wozniak?
Oh yeah, we are getting Josh, aren't we?
Are we getting Josh?
Maybe we'll get Josh.
I would see the Steve Jobs movie because of Josh. I like him.
He looks like Woz in that movie too.
He's the dude from Book of Mormon, and then he went on to do the show for, what was it, NBC, the White House show or whatever.
Is that still on?
He talked about that when he was in here.
Yeah, I saw one episode. It wasn't that bad. It was all right.
It's canceled.
Yeah. E-Rock, how was your time in Montreal?
It was great.
Yeah.
And then came home, got sick.
Oh, what's wrong, sweetie?
Oh. I have sore throat, fever, and congested.
And decided to come in here. That's cool.
Well, sorry. I decided to come to work.
Well, you're gonna get all the gals sick. I don't need a sick Jackie or a sick Sydney.
No.
Milling about coughing. Tell Jackie to get some spinach.
Oh, that was so funny. They don't have your spinach. What? Spinach.
Spinach.
The no spinach zone.
He looks like Jason Alexander, young Jason Alexander with a hairpiece, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
We're looking at Josh Gad. From the Steve Jobs movie.
As Steve Wozniak.
Yep. So Breaking Bad, obviously thumbs up. I mean,
yeah, the first.
It's tough to talk about because you can't really give away shit.
Can't give away shit.
I
But,
like the old days when we would
really
just
good.
give away shit.
Yeah, yeah.
We realized that really was starting to hurt our fucking show.
All
People
of
don't
the
appreciate spoilers.
All the Breaking Bad seasons start with some weird thing going on that you're like, what is this? I have no idea what they're doing, what they're getting at. The camera and direction looks really odd, and then like it pulls back. You finally realize what's going on. You're like, oh fuck, and then it gets really good.
Nice,
yeah. And this doesn't disappoint.
Very cool.
That's for sure. I watched that. I watched that new fucking movie with Oblivion, Tom Cruise.
Oh, about the Earth or something?
Yeah.
That didn't do well.
I guess not.
Right? That came
I guess
away.
not. If it's on demand just now.
Already?
Yeah, it was
I
like
feel like that just
early
came out.
release on demand.
What'd
or
you think
something.
of it?
I mean, it was kind of cool. Like, I didn't turn it off. That's a compliment. But Morgan Freeman is in it also.
Playing Morgan Freeman.
Did you see fucking the Frank Caliendo Morgan Freeman Vine?
No. Is it good?
Yeah. Find that one. Let me clear my throat here. Yeah. Find Frank Caliendo. I remember he was working on the Morgan Freeman like last time he was in here, and it was kind of hard to get. He fucking got it.
He nails it now.
He fucking got it. Morgan Freeman. Here it is. It's Morgan Freeman, and he's narrating himself during breakfast. Yeah.
Cereal. And soon Morgan Freeman would be leaving for the grocery store. That's when he realized he was out of milk for his cereal. And soon Morgan Freeman would be leaving for the grocery store. That's when he realized he was out of milk for his cereal. And
He
soon
just
Morgan
narrates opening the refrigerator. Yeah, it was really good.
Good for Frank. That's spot on.
Yeah. Yeah. Morgan Freeman was in it, and Tom Cruise. Effects wise, pretty cool. You know, the story was a little Matrixy. It was a little 2001: A Space Odyssey. A little Planet of the Apesy. There was like a lot of shit going on in this movie. I didn't mind it. I kind of liked it.
But it seems like there's too many of the same movies coming out. Like, there's that one, and then you get confused with the Will Smith one with his son, and then there's the other one with who do we have it? With Charlie Day. It's like, it's hard to tell thematically. It's hard to tell them apart. All these big budget things about different.
You're right.
It's like that's why they're fucking all bombing because nobody can differentiate between any of them. When Independence Day came out. That was the movie about the White House being attacked and the aliens, so you knew what it was.
Now they had that one with Morgan Freeman as president.
Why wouldn't they?
And then Jamie Foxx.
Oh,
and it was the same fucking thing.
You're a fan of Jamie Foxx, though, Anthony. So
I couldn't be more of a fan
You
of
love the Jamie
wonderful
Foxx, don't
Jamie
you?
Foxx.
Oh, really? I didn't think you liked him.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
Troy Kwan in studio. How was Montreal, Troy?
Dude, I had a blast.
Yeah.
Troy's great. Troy's fun to hang out with.
Yeah. It was
Really
really
is.
fun hanging out with all you guys, too, man. We really appreciate you taking us out to dinner and
had a good time.
Just hanging with us, man.
You're
It was
It was a blast.
Ant did it.
That was a lot of fun, man. We fucking hung out, ate, drank, went to the titty bar.
Yeah, that was cool.
Fun.
How was the titty bar?
It was okay. I mean, we only had like an hour because the comedy show went a little later. you know, it was like I was a little bummed out, honestly, though, by about Montreal's like sex industry. Because I sort of.
Oh, you wanted to find the red light district.
Well,
you were convinced there was this whole red light district. I forgot about that.
Well, everybody's like, "Oh, Montreal's insane. It's like Amsterdam, you know." And you think that you're going to go walk down and see, you know, windows with, you know, brothels with girls in it. It couldn't have been further from the truth. You know what I mean? And then even like the strip club was fun, and it is cool to be able to touch the girls, but they have them so the guys that work there can come in and look in while you're getting a lap dance.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, oh, you really, because like I've been to some clubs where it's like a room and there's just some shady shit going on, and
I'm sure some of them are like that though. Maybe this is the only one we went into.
Yeah. We didn't really dig too hard. We just kind of went to the one that was down the street, but it was still fun. There was a real tall black girl that was Oliver Anthony. That was everybody was all laughing, and I was like,
Payback's a bitch.
I was like, Anthony, I'll jump on this grenade for you, and I took her in the back.
She took his hat off. She was flirting with him.
Really?
It was so funny.
I threw her a 10 to grab Roland.
To go away.
Oh no, I took her in the back.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just like, nah, take it easy.
That's not his type.
Hey, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be PC and waste the fucking time and effort.
And she was sitting there flirting with him, and Aunt eventually got tired of being coy and just started going, no.
She wasn't that hot. If she was really hot, it would have been different. She wasn't that hot.
She was just all right.
She wasn't.
She was all right.
Hot at all.
How was the dance?
It was good. She was hotter. It was hotter than the other girl that I had there. But they open up your shirt and they're like sucking on my nipples. I'm like, all right, cool. So I kept like throwing money, like, okay, where are we gonna go with this? And it was like, oh, that's it. And I'm like, all right.
I was sucking one girl's nipples too.
Jesus.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, I was kind of doing the same thing.
Yeah, So you had fun. What did you? There was a brothel across the street. Did you wind up going to it?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you heard about that? Right.
An actual brothel.
Yeah. Who was telling me about that?
I went up and like just rang the buzzer and I looked in and I was
heard
like,
some fat girl came to the door and
I was like, yeah, no, this is not happening.
A fat girl came to the door.
I mean, it was just like, I don't know why you would
How
represent
bad, like Anthony Weiner's broad that was in the paper yesterday?
Bigger than her.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'd fuck her. I wouldn't fuck this girl.
You'd fuck the Anthony Weiner broad?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Dude, big girls.
They don't always have to be hot.
Big girls give
I understand all that, but
big girls give more. You got to remember that.
That one's rough, man. She's got a body like a pear.
You don't got to love the bitch.
Oh,
you got to marry her.
I understand they don't all have to be, smoking hot, but she's rough.
Oh, look at her right there.
Oh, she's rough. Get the fuck out of here.
That's fuckable, though. That's fuckable.
Yeah, I agree with Jim.
She's a big disaster, but she'd probably fuck you good.
No, start from the beginning, Sam. Is that the first picture? There's about 20 of them. This was in the Post yesterday.
Yeah, she's Frederica Bimmel body.
Oh, God.
Dude, that's not that bad, though. That's definitely
She's doing something.
No, she's sucking in her gut.
Yeah, I like
that picture, she said, look at that. That's a horrendous hiney, man.
It is, but you hold those hips, and that big fucking fat ass is against your stomach like that. Oh, she'd make you come so good.
And she'd be so
look at the
grateful.
huge bathing suit bottom she has on, because they know she's
covering up the gunt.
Yeah,
oh my God! Look at the gun sticking out.
Taylor Swift's another one with a giant bathing suit bottom. Those stupid bathing suits.
They're making a comeback, right?
I think she's hiding. I think Taylor Swift is hiding a giant line of pubes that goes from way down to her belly button. So she's got covered up.
Dude, that's rough, Troy. Come on.
I mean, I've been worse. I've had worse. So.
Yeah, but you wouldn't go out of your way. Is what
No,
I'm saying.
no.
If it was presented to you, like, all right, what the fuck? But that's
if it fell in my lap, no, I'd have no problem with it.
That's the one who ratted on Anthony Weiner.
Yeah.
She's a fucking fat rat.
Yeah.
You fat snitch.
Keep going.
rat.
Keep
What
going
a
with the
fat
pictures.
tattletale.
And what's up with the tattoo on the back?
She likes to have fun. You can tell.
Look at that, leaning all the way back to kind of like hide some hurt.
What is this photo shoot about? Like,
she's just one of these broads that's like, all right, I'll get famous from sexting with Anthony Weiner.
Is that what this is?
Yeah,
but where's it going to lead to? Nothing. Look at that horrendous tattoo on her back.
The bottoms are hilariously
it looks
big.
like an hourglass tattooed on her arm.
Dude, that's a rough ass.
Maybe she's a big Days of Our Lives fan.
That's the ass of it.
Oh, she's splashing, just having a little fun.
Frolicking. Yeah, it's fun.
Just having a little fun in the water.
They should show her laying there on the beach, like washed up.
and when they had her frolic like that, because they realized the water would hide a lot of shit. But water between her and her face.
Who did it? The Daily News? Post. The Post did this exclusively. It was theirs. Their photo shoot.
Yeah.
Oh, believe me, then they don't want to cover anything. They love the fact that she's a bit of a mess and got out there.
An oinker.
It was funny to hear Troy in taxi cabs with Frenchmen driving these cabs trying to say, where is les prostitutes?
Oh, you did, Troy?
Yeah.
And what do they say?
Some of them just didn't even know what I was talking about. And I took out
Pretended not to
I took
know.
out my money, and I would say money, and I'd show like tits, and then I would give the like fucking sign with my hand.
The
And I
universal
just-
sign for fucking.
and then I
Finger
just-
in the hole.
I put up my arms like, where do I go? It wasn't happening.
They can figure it out.
And then we were
for you.
fucking with all the waitresses and just having fun with them because nobody understands American slang.
No.
So you start saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, he was like, he kept flirting with this girl in Dairy Queen.
Oh.
And he'd be like, he'd be looking at her and going, I like those shoes. And she go, I don't know.
I told her shoe game was tight.
I think, your shoe game is tight, you know? And she goes, no, I don't know. And he goes, your shoe game is tight.
You're just throwing, to her, those are just alien words.
Right, it's
that
Roland
you're
talking
throwing
to her.
out. Yeah. Yes.
You like Mark Zito?
No, he rubbed me the wrong way this trip.
Why?
Oh, he rubbed
Well,
you.
yeah. As a guy walking around the hallway, he's fine. But just seeing his work ethic, seeing him there, like it was just the company just wasted their money.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah.
What was his job there? We're all trying to figure it out. Just to hang posters?
Well, he said that, and then he said, well, my job is done. He's like, he didn't even have to do his job.
No.
So I know that Sam had needed something for Colin Quinn, I think.
Well, yeah, there were a couple
He wouldn't
times.
step up and do just dumb shit.
No,
He wouldn't
like
clean
we
up
all
your
do.
oatmeal.
Yeah, but that's going to sound like I'm a diva or something. But
No, but it wasn't just that.
Well, sometimes if I'll say this.
But I ran into the back to get take a leak, and he just refused to clean it up.
Well, if there's
I
an
would clean it
on-air
up
spill-
myself, is what I'm saying. But I was
on air.
elsewhere.
If there's an on-air spill, anyone from the staff should come over and like just try to help clean. It's not being a bitch to come over
Or
and
come
clean
over
up an
with
on-air
stuff
spill. Yeah.
where I could clean it up. I didn't even have anything I could clean it up with.
He said, did you ask him to do that, or bring him?
He said no.
His quote was, I'm not doing that.
But then he wouldn't even go get something for you.
Right, and then like I think Colin
Who
or
cares
somebody
who does it?
needed
I'll
equal.
do it myself. I don't give a fuck.
I was like, I need you to go up and get equal for him. And he was just so slow moving about it. Like he would do it, but he wanted to make sure that he was doing it on his time. So he wouldn't do it now. He would do it in 30 seconds.
Good luck to you.
And then Roland needed something as well, and he was just sitting there sleeping. He wouldn't get up out of it. And every time I'd go out to the bathroom when the show was on, he's like sprawled out on the couch sleeping.
Oh, shit.
And it's like, really? Like, this is what the company's paying this jerk off to do?
Damn.
And that's just the beginning of it.
You didn't like him socially.
Well, no, because every time we went out, when we went out the first night, we're like, okay, let's go out to dinner with him, whatever, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And just every time you say something, like if it's something private between me and Sam, he'd always try to butt his nose into it. And you could just tell he's looking for information to tell the bosses. Like you could just tell he's just slimy like that.
Oh, shit, really?
And if I think you're a fucking snake like that, you're done. I'm not fucking with you at all.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No.
Yeah. So he just rubbed me the wrong way, and he wore the same goddamn clothes the entire time. He had his hat hanging off his head, and I couldn't understand why he was doing that. And then somebody said that's because John Mayer does that, and that just was like, you gotta fucking be kidding me.
No,
What do you mean,
really?
the hat hanging off the head?
Well, he's like weirdly obsessed with John Mayer.
I like John Mayer's new song, though.
Yeah, I mean, John Mayer has fine songs,
Yeah,
but to be
dressing like
obsessed
him.
with him.
No,
Wow.
I'm obsessed with John
To
Mayer.
the point where you hang your hat off your head like he does?
He had a John Mayer hoodie on the whole time. Like,
Literally every day we were in Montreal, he was wearing the same John Mayer hoodie.
Wait, does it say John Mayer on it?
Yes.
Really?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
So what is the hat hanging? I don't know what that is.
You know, it's like he kind of wears his hat on like the back of his head, so like the
Well, he
front-
has to. Mayer has a giant head.
Yeah, he doesn't have a
has
hat
to.
that fits. That's
Yeah.
all that's about.
It's a look now.
John Mayer's a rock star. Mark Zito's just a fucking asshole. You feel me on that one?
I already said it. I don't really know the guy, so
But your instinct is
I don't like him.
right.
There's something about him. He seems entitled or something. There's so many fucking people in this world that are just entitled without even doing anything yet.
Right.
And then when you do something and make something of yourself, you still shouldn't be entitled.
He's just slimy. He's a slimy dude. He's just a guy you can't be trusted. I don't think, in my opinion.
You don't trust him?
No, fuck no. Especially anything, he's always searching for something to take back to the bosses.
Really?
Yeah. That's
know
just my vibe.
Know what that gets you in prison?
What's that?
The old shank. Yep. Right out there in the yard.
Yeah.
Just shank someone like that.
So it was just my goal to completely get rid of him as quickly as possible at any time we were hanging out with him.
He's all right. He's not gonna do the bus trip, right?
God, I hope not.
No,
Maybe we'll need somebody from
No, we'll make
promotions
sure
there.
that doesn't happen. Because that's our next trip, I believe. It's going down in a couple months.
Oh, yeah. Do
Month and a half.
16th, I think it starts. September 16th.
September.
What day is that? Monday?
Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Well, and that's not the next show trip. You know, I mean, that's the next full show trip.
What?
The next trip that show members are going on.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Is to Cave and Rock, Illinois, in about a week and a half.
That is true. That's a week and a half. It's the 20th of August, right?
No.
It's the 9th.
Oh, oh my God.
Yeah, you're
I thought I had
going.
more time.
You're going soon.
It's a week from Friday.
Oh,
Week from Friday.
Jesus. A week from Friday you guys are going?
Oh, boy.
You guys should come with us.
You want to go to the gathering?
Yeah, no.
Why?
I got some waves to catch.
Maybe after you meet ICP today, I'll change your mind.
There,
Got some waves.
you know, I'm sure the ICP guys are great,
Some
you know,
cell phone stuff.
and they'll come in, we'll have fun and stuff, but the last thing I'd want to do is, you know, except for Jimmy, perhaps, but it seems like those people, I probably wouldn't want to hang out with them.
Come on.
Why would you want to hang out with them?
I bet you'd find a couple juggalettes you'd want to nail. They're probably right
I'm
up.
sure.
Juggalettes.
Probably right up your alley. I bet they're
Show me a juggalette or two.
All right.
Find
Yeah,
some
you
juggalettes.
find me a hot one.
I was looking at pictures of naked juggalettes yesterday.
They do exist.
Right?
I have seen them.
By the way, we finally have a situation that we've wished for a long time. Anthony Weiner will not drop out of this race. So
No,
we're going to
this
watch
is
this
great.
play out.
This is great.
That's his
At this-
arrogance.
At this point, politicians drop out, and he's like, well, his quote today is, well, I want to let New Yorkers decide.
Look at these messes. Oh, my God.
Come on, Ant, right?
Right?
Huh?
Those
Yeah, they're not particularly good looking.
are so gruesome.
That's
The one girl on the end looks like me. On the far right?
Yes.
She looks like me.
Look at this, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we got
all right.
there.
Wait, they hang out like this during the
That's
festival?
at the gathering.
Yeah.
They just all walk around naked?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday through Sunday. I mean, they're not going to be enclosed all the time.
They show off their nettins.
Yeah.
What's that?
That's what ICP calls vaginas.
Nettins?
Nettin.
Why?
I'm not quite sure.
So much better than, like, see, but, like, even that made-up slang is so much better than, like, Cavino and Rich's made-up slang.
Oh, yeah. Way better.
You know?
They got a couple good ones.
What do they call vaginas?
What was it?
Not nussy, is it?
I think that's like a girl, like a nussy.
There's a hussy, though. But what's a vagina?
Where's Kenny? He knows all about those guys. I love when he talks about Covino and Rich.
More pics.
Covino and Rich?
Covino, right.
Yeah, Kenny
Oh,
knows that.
Jesus. What's going on there?
And I got news for you. Those girls like to have a good time.
Oh, yeah?
Kenny, do you know what Covino and Rich calls the pussy?
No, but their big thing now is they have deep thoughts. Like they'll think of a question, they'll post it on Facebook for all their fans to answer.
Like Harvey Levin.
Yeah.
What's a deep thought?
Yeah, give us an example of one of their recent deep thoughts.
Could you go to their Facebook page and?
Well, we're looking at the juggalettes.
Kind of looking at naked
Yeah,
juggalettes.
I don't want to go from naked girls to fucking Covino and Rich's Facebook page.
Those aren't real girls; they're criminals.
Oh, E-Rock just reminded me in my ear.
What?
Pusetta.
Get some pusetta?
Oh, pusetta like my mother used to make.
Yeah.
Melt in your mouth. Yeah.
You don't like that, Troy?
No.
Troy
sucks.
Troy never disappoints.
Yeah,
You don't have a filter, do you?
I
How did these
unfortunately don't. It's
chicks
getting me
get
in
into
trouble.
this?
What?
Because they're down with the clown.
Why are they down with the clown?
Because it's fucking awesome.
That girl has great tits right there.
There's gonna be some
That
pretty
is a
girls there.
wonderful ass on that girl right there.
Those two are all right, yes.
You're gonna tell me those girls don't look like fun?
Of course they
Look
look
like
like
a
fun.
fucking riot.
That's it. That's why
I mean,
you got to
they
be
got
at the
clown-
gathering.
They got clown paint on. Of course they look like fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't gonna see any of that walking around.
You probably will. I mean, I know a porn girl, and she said she goes to the entire thing and she's naked the whole time.
Oh, that's what you'll see. Holy
Wow,
fuck.
that's rough.
That is
Yeah.
a little rough.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
All right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well,
She's all right.
okay, well.
Nothing wrong
Okay,
there.
I don't think that's
Okay, well,
That's
sure.
what happened there. Oh,
all right. I see what's going on there.
Yeah, you can tell. Even through the clown makeup.
All right. Not bad. Not bad. Yeah, sure.
Jesus. You gonna take pictures, guys? Send us pictures.
Lots of pictures.
Video. Be checking our Instagrams. We'll make sure we keep everybody up to date.
No, you're not gonna have an internet connection.
No? They don't have Wi-Fi there, you don't think?
Wi-Fi
No, they'll figure it out.
In the middle of the fucking woods.
I think
Kenny said no. Kenny asked to use my satellite phone because he got no cell service.
I think they'll have cell service. They got to figure that out now.
Maybe there. Maybe
You can just take photos and upload it the next day.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So Anthony Weiner will not drop out of the race, and even Elliot Spitzer's taking a little shot at Anthony Weiner, saying he's too much of a perv.
They're all a little more-
Weiner too pervy for mayor.
They all have their moral barometers, and they always think that they are a little more moral and a little, better than everyone else. Because apparently, Spitzer said that Weiner should drop out of the race. He wouldn't make a good mayor. He's too fucking pervy. And then Bill and Hillary are mad because Weiner is comparing him and his wife's problems that he's had running for mayor with Bill and Hillary and what they went through when Bill Clinton splooged on a fat intern in the Oval fucking office.
Right.
And then they're like, hey, well, I wasn't texting anybody.
And they're friends, I guess.
Are they?
Yeah, because Hillary, the Weiner's wife worked with Hillary.
Oh, right.
I don't know what kind of relationship they have now, but she did work for Hillary for a while.
It's just so ridiculous because they're all a bunch of fucking phonies. Bill Clinton's going to talk like he fucking, hey, I don't like that they're saying that you fucking got a blowjob in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
What else did he get done, too?
Lawsuits and fucking all this other stuff he's had with, like, Paula, who was her name? Paula Jones? and
Paula Jones.
Jennifer Flowers. It's like, dude, you were a pig, and that's fine.
Yeah, fine. Don't even worry about it.
And those are the ones that came forward. There's probably a few other hidden gems in there.
But don't start
decide to keep
hey,
their mouths closed.
Hey, I wouldn't do that. Sure.
I love that Weiner's not stepping down. I think it's hilarious.
Stay in this to the end.
He's gonna get his ass handed to him.
Could you imagine he fucking wins?
We're gonna look like assholes.
Perseverance.
New York City, we're gonna look like complete assholes if he wins.
Oh yeah. Good for him. He's all over the news. I don't even know who the other candidates are.
You got the Quinn broad, Christine Quinn.
Fuck.
She's very liberal.
Dummy.
And then who else he got? I don't even know.
Yeah,
I don't even give a fuck.
No one cares about this race at this point.
So we're gonna have a weird, shitty mayor then, right?
No, I don't think.
We're gonna wish Bloomberg stayed in there, and that's kind of strange to say.
Have any Republicans thrown their hat in the ring? I know this is all like Democratic bullshit,
right?
But
I don't know.
No.
Why do we not know?
I don't know. I don't even get to vote for it.
De Blasio and Thompson.
De Blasio.
Yeah. This broad.
Maturity and responsibility. And you see that in me through all the work that I've done. When New Yorkers look at my record over the past 8 years as Speaker, 8 budgets balanced on time. When there was a threat of 4,100 teachers being laid off, I didn't just have press conferences say this can't happen. I stopped it by bringing the teachers union and the Department of Education into a room and staying in that room until we got concessions.
Do you think when big-name New Yorkers like the former governor, Elliot Spitzer, when he jumps in and he says his piece that he's not going to vote for Anthony Weiner, does that help or hurt? What's going on?
You know, I think that whatever Elliot Spitzer says is not so relevant to the mayor's race, at all. I think the mayor's race, the voices that matter are the New Yorkers who are going to vote. And trust me, every day out there, they're asking me what I can do to make their lives better.
No, they're
and then
not.
because they're New Yorkers, they say, yeah, that's a promise. Tell me what you did.
Just like
and
everyone else.
And when I told them the record of having delivered...
She's a liar.
They're all liars.
She's lying right there. Stop. Come on.
They're all a bunch of fucking liars.
She has a smart hairdo.
Oh, she's very sensible. Oh, and when I go out there, people are asking me, what could I... No, they're going, how about that Weiner guy, huh? Just like on this interview. She's up there on the screen, and what's under her? Weiner slips in polls.
Get it?
Jesus.
Is that a pun?
Yeah.
The news loves a good pun.
They can't
do they
get
ever?
enough. They're punny.
They're
oh,
punny.
my God. Yeah, John Montone on 1010 Wins can't stop with the wiener puns.
Really?
Oh, my God. Support for wiener softening. Oh, we get it.
Wiener going down.
Down.
In the polls.
Yeah, it's just all about the pun. We get it. It's a big dick joke.
Right.
I agree. So this is New York City, and everybody cares about New York City because we're the greatest city in the world.
Oh, God. More blah, blah, blah.
This is amateur hour politics. Christine Quinn. Like, let me say what I think people want to hear.
Kidding it. So we matter because we're New York.
Oh, God. Every time we just pop it down, it's another just hacky fucking...
It's such...
line from a politician.
Drivel. Yes. And this is like Politician 101. It's not even clever.
Right.
Like, anyone can see through this shit.
Discussion about second chances in this race from former Congressman Weiner and the former governor. Look, for me, the question is, let's give us a first chance. You know, if I'm elected mayor, when I'm elected mayor, I'll be the first woman and the first openly gay mayor of the city of New York. Let's not have a conversation about second chances. Let's have a conversation about the potential
about
of first chances
in the
and history and what that could mean for the greatest city.
Was that mansion?
See right there what she's doing
mansion?
now?
And she said openly gay.
But you see what she
Was
did?
that a shot at Mr. Koch?
Yeah, I think so.
Where the rumors were...
He was, yeah.
no one knows for
like
sure. He never answered the question.
Kafka.
He never answered the question, which is fine if he doesn't want to answer it. But
But
well,
she's
he's now
saying-
dead, of course.
She's saying, let's have the first openly gay thing. It'd be a good thing.
Right.
Like, come on. Like she's saying, I want this to be something that you consider when you're voting for me because it will be positive. Which is fine for her to say that.
But
if the flip side, you said something like, well, I don't know if you should, all of a sudden you're a horrible fucking
it's
person.
great for her to say, vote for me because I'm gay, which she just said that.
Yeah.
You know, at least some of the people, hey, if, just vote for me because I'm gay. But how about don't vote for her because she's gay? Well, now you're in trouble.
I just don't like her politics.
Yes. What did you make when you heard the comments
Duty
that
in
Pope
my
Francis
pants.
has made when he's about homosexuality? That he says, who am I to be the judge?
I thought they were terrific. I think the Pope deserves so much credit for making those
now
statements.
She's going to turn around to her.
Enormously positive statements.
She's going to turn around to
from
her
any
and
significant
the
religious
mayor
leader,
race.
but from the Pope himself to make a statement like that, it is enormous progress. Now, look, there's more we want, changes we want in the Catholic Church. Let me be clear. It's not everything.
Kind of
She has
like...
nice cheekbones.
She's all right.
I do not like her politics at all.
This Pope is wild,
I
man.
like this guy a lot, man.
He's like he
this
doesn't...
Pope, look, he's eating baby brains right there.
He doesn't even give a fuck about security or nothing. He was driving in that car with the window down, and they got stuck in traffic. Like, that would have never happened with the past popes.
Carries his own luggage.
That's the one that you could tell really has the faith.
Yeah.
Because he's like, well, if I get shot or get killed, fucking,
Don't
I know
matter.
where I'm going.
Right, exactly.
Better place.
I just get there faster.
The other
That's such
popes,
an amazing place
the
to
other
be.
popes are just like, fuck, I'm not buying this story. Keep me alive.
Right.
Bulletproof glass.
You got a great point. Because if you have tremendous faith and it's such an amazing place to be eventually, why would you give a fuck?
God's will,
target hats.
Target hat. Right. But the other popes are like, I've seen the nightmares that go on in this church. There is no God.
Right.
Bulletproof glass. Put up the window.
I'm just the latest guy that has to push this shit forward.
Yes. No
we all
faith.
know it.
This guy actually has
But I
faith.
get a guy that washes my feet every night, so it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's a good gig.
Right.
That last guy was a hunk of shit. Pope Benedict was a hunk of shit.
Pope Benedict.
Oh, what a
He was
fucking-
a ghoul.
What a pomp and circumstance cocksucker ghoul.
Yeah.
This guy's great.
He's fun to
Yeah, look at
watch.
him.
Yeah.
I don't. What is it? He talked to 3 million people or something in
Yeah,
Brazil,
where was it?
Rio.
Brazil.
Yep.
3 million people showed up. 3 million people.
Yeah.
He's
Holy
like the
fuck.
John Paul guy, you know? He's like...
He's better than
Pope
John Paul, I think. Much
John
better.
Paul was good.
John Paul was good,
For the
especially for the
time,
time.
too.
Thank you. Yeah, I was right behind you on that one.
Ah, he was a conservative old douche, just like all these guys.
It's kind of easy to look back, but back then, you know...
Back
they
then,
really
he was
didn't go
ahead
for
of his
shit.
time, Jimmy.
Yeah.
He really was.
You wouldn't get any fucking pope saying shit like what this guy said about, hey, gays, I'm not going to judge them. should be like, that's for God to decide.
Exactly.
That's probably what he meant.
Yeah.
Sending him to hell, that's not my job. That's God's job. And it will be done.
Good for him.
Oh, does God hate the homosexuals?
Yeah, according to them, right?
Oh, yeah. You read that fucking Bible? I don't know. There's 1 or 2 lines in there that aren't really in there, I guess.
Oh, is that what that's
you
about?
talk to people, it's like,
It gets
the
confusing.
Bible says Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And then you realize there's nothing in there about anybody.
You sure? Because now we're going to get the phone call.
It says it, I think, a couple of times. There's a few references to it in the Bible, that a man laying with another man. There's a few, but it's not. There's so many more things they talk about more.
Yeah, that nobody even pays attention.
But God cared if you stuck your dick in a guy's ass. Doesn't get God busy.
Well, we did the bit recently. You're also, the Bible says you're not supposed to eat shrimp. Shellfish or whatever the fuck. Remember that? And you're not supposed to cut your hair and all this stuff that we're all doing.
You can't pick and choose.
Can't pick and choose.
Shrek.
What was that bit? Whatever. We'll play on that worse stuff someday. Well, we're getting excited. We're a little over a half hour away from Insane Clown Posse.
What? Oh, yeah.
Coming in the studio and fucking shit up.
Hope they brought some Faygo.
Do you?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
What does it taste like?
Like store brand soda. But it's very famous in like the Midwest, especially in Detroit.
Never heard of it.
They became very famous, strawberry Faygo. It's been around forever there.
Broke ass Detroit.
Broke ass Detroit.
Who could afford? Yeah, because they can't afford like Coke or Pepsi.
You know who used to drink strawberry Faygo all the time, as evident in the HBO biopic?
Kid Rock.
Dr. Jack Kevorkian.
Dr. Jack.
He was drinking
Jack Kevorkian.
strawberry Faygo the whole movie.
Give me a Faygo.
That's right. Al Pacino's portrayal.
Pacino played him. Yes, it's great. Man, I was watching HBO documentary on was that fucking like a war photographer that went to Juarez. You see that one, Jimmy? Juarez, Mexico, the fucking war photographer.
I did.
Actually, his father was a war photographer.
Yes.
And he got killed. Man, you see that guy? He's shot in the car, and he's just like, hey.
Yeah, hanging out, yeah.
And they're just, the guy's like, it's not my job to help. It's not my job to do anything but document what is happening and document it for history. He was just standing by the passenger side. This guy's shot in his car asking for help, and I'm going to die and shit. And he's just taking pictures.
I get why they do that, and yet there's a real lack of humanity in it.
Yes, you could say like, hey, I'm just here to document. If I wasn't here, he wouldn't get help, and it wouldn't be documented.
How did he not help, though?
But that's
how
just
did he not? Would he have been in danger if he helped?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
No. He just
Why can't you take a
snapped
couple
photos.
pics and then?
No.
Because him getting the shot, and what he says is documenting it for history. But the reality is,
but he can
me
change
getting
history.
He could take one picture and be done.
No,
and help him.
No, he wanted pictures of the fact that no one was helping him.
Right, I get it.
That in itself is the story.
I get it, but as a human, that's rough.
Yeah, as a human,
that's rough.
You know, he's taking the humanity out of the equation and just like, I'm just here to document this.
Let me ask you something. So would he do the same thing if he was a kid?
I don't know. I from what he
said, a kid now in that same situation.
From what I say,
I would love to ask him that question.
He doesn't care.
But does he have a line where he would finally go, "Oh fuck it, I gotta help"?
I would assume from watching this, probably not.
Well, let's just say his wife was being raped. Let's say his wife or his sister was being raped.
Yeah, she went on one of these trips with him.
And people were watching.
Of course he'd help.
No, he would. But, like, how would he feel about a photographer just watching his wife? He'd probably say, well, I understand. But would you?
Well, he was getting shit from some family members because he was taking pictures of a mother who had just found out that her son was shot. So then the guy came up and put his hand on the lens and said, hey, you know, give her time to grieve. He goes, what are you doing? How would you like if this happened? And then he started going into the story about his father. He goes, that shit did happen with his own father, who was killed in, I think, El Salvador. Yeah. He was doing some photojournalism, and he was shot.
It took today to realize I'm not an animal.
No, huh?
Oh, fuck, how do you do that?
I know.
How the fuck do you do that and not help?
I would. A rough one.
I probably wouldn't help if I knew my fucking life was in danger. To be honest with you, but if it was a safe situation, how the fuck do you not help?
Or at least comfort the guy. Like, how does your humanity go? I get taking the pictures, but how do you not just take a couple of pictures and then help?
Right.
Like, you have to just stand there and little shutter bug.
Oh my god.
Because it's more important for history to see it. And then for you to do something as a human being.
And it's not important for history to see it, you fucking douche.
I don't know. If
you
you're
want to get
documenting-
the great shots.
If you're documenting
for your
the-
own fucking career,
the
sorry.
horror of the drug lord and drug wars in Juarez, Mexico, and you want to show that this happens all the time and people don't help these people. The army was literally standing there. There's a picture of soldiers or a policeman's feet and the barrel of his gun just kind of down, and there were a few of those around in the outside of the shot. And then in the middle of the shot was the guy just kind of laying on the ground, and you could tell he was still alive, but they weren't helping him. That is what he wanted to show. How do you show that? By then helping the guy.
What?
I understand the humanity part.
Well,
but
my answer would be simple. There's plenty of other shit that you would definitely not get involved with, which would make your point.
But that's a different story. If you
then you pick
involved-
and choose your fucking stories, because there's enough unbelievable shit going on down there to document. Is my point.
I guess he wanted.
And what
that.
happened to the guy that? Why was he shot? The guy that was on the ground.
He didn't know. It was
he a
just
bad
some-
guy? Because maybe that makes it different.
No, I think it's
that
all
would
in-
make it
I
different.
think it's all in context.
Was he a bad guy, a
think there
good
are levels
guy,
of- didn't
an
really-
innocent victim of the whole drug?
Didn't really hear
war?
about it.
Huh, I'd like to
About
know that
who he
guy's
was.
story.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't want to tell you the story of the guy, because then you would understand why they didn't help him. Maybe they decide to leave that out a little bit to really play with your emotions.
He's probably just somebody in the drug game. I mean,
Yeah,
he
it
might
could have been a
runner
lower
or-
level guy.
Sure.
Just,
Right.
Yeah, because they
that's rough.
they were showing a fuckload of people just like fucking dead.
What's the name of this documentary series?
I think it's.
I forget his name. It's on HBO Go, right?
Yeah, it's Juarez is in the name of the
of that one.
Yeah, Juarez. I don't know. What is it?
Witness Juarez.
Witness Juarez.
I saw a couple of Witnesses.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Saw the one in where was it? Libya. They had one in Libya, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I was actually enjoying this documentary series, and then I tapped out a little while ago.
HBO puts together some really good shit.
Oh, great
Their
stuff.
documentaries are really fucking good.
They know what they're doing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch the Pussy Riot documentary?
Pussy Riot. I didn't see the Pussy Riot one.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that one. I was watching another one. It was like Eyewitness War, something like that.
What
It's on another
is
channel.
it good
And it
for?
showed
Absolutely nothing.
It was a bunch of guys with like fucking head cams on and shit in battle in the in Afghanistan and shit. It was pretty intense. And then they were talking with the guys, interviewing them, and you get a little insight on what was going on at the time. And then they'd go back to the camera views and the battle. Pretty fucking sick shit.
Sounds this.
Yeah, it's a first-person game.
Nothing better than documentaries.
Yeah,
Period.
good shit.
Let's go to Jay in Tampa. Jay.
Hey, Opie, how's it going, brother?
Hey, man.
Hey, man, listen, did you guys ever see that documentary called The Devil's Breath?
What's that?
It's about the fucking stripper Jimmy was with the other day.
The Devil's Breath? Yeah, it smells like fire.
Oh,
what is it about there, Jay?
It's about it's actually a flower that grows in Colombia, and it takes away all your free will whatsoever. You don't even
The
look like
Vice
you're hot.
Vice did it.
Oh, Vice
right.
did it.
Yeah.
Takes away your free will?
Yeah,
Oh, no. What's the flower called? The politically correct?
I heard about this. Did maybe Rogan or somebody was talking about this? Is this shit real?
Yes, and can you get women to take it?
Yeah. Can you put it in a woman's tea?
Yeah, you can look it up on topdocumentaries.com. Just putting down.
Is that a short clip of it there?
No,
Sam?
it's the full documentary.
Oh. What is it supposed to do, Jay? It takes away the free will, so then what happens?
So, in other words, like they'll be like, you want to go to the ATM and get all your money out, and you go take all your money out, and you just fucking give it to people, man. I mean, they show prostitutes and drug dealers using it. You know, they're basically saying there's no use for this, like to get high or anything like that. It's just strictly for drug.
How long does it last?
Apparently, only about 24 hours, Jim.
Oh, but what do you do? Crush it up and drink it, or they eat it?
There's several ways they were distributing it. It was it almost looks like cocaine when it's refined, but it literally grows on the street in these really nice looking flowers. They just pop.
Never heard of this stuff.
Like, could I put it in a girl's liverwurst sandwich? Like, say I had a girl over and I made her some liverwurst and perhaps a bit of pea soup. Could I sprinkle mind control flour?
What an awful lunch.
What? With a couple of fucking Ritz crackers or some oysterettes?
Oh.
Back in the day, we would do shrooms every once in a while, and it was always in a horrendous, you're bringing back a memory, it was always in a horrendous cheese sandwich, and it wasn't even good cheese. It was just like fucking government cheese, basically. Like, why can't we, like, fucking make this taste good? Throw it in a pasta or something. It always, I just remember it was like, all right, someone would pull out the cheese sandwich that had some shrooms in it, and it was just god awful. I forgot about that until just now.
I'm punching out your mom.
All right. Yeah, whatever. Thanks, Jay. Hey, can we, Sam, play the first couple minutes. I guarantee they'll give you they'll give you a shitload of info on this thing, even though it's the full video. Vice Rules presents Colombian Devil's Breath.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, lily pads.
Welcome to Bogota, Colombia. We're here chasing after the most dangerous drug in the world, burundanga.
What?
Burundanga is the source of scopolamine, which is basically like the worst roofie you can ever imagine, times a million. You're at the whim of suggestions like, hey, take me to your ATM. Hey, come with me to the hotel room, while you're completely conscious and articulate.
What?
I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
It's a beautiful flower right there.
God, look at that airport.
JFK.
Oh, I thought it was
Apparently there's
Bogota.
a lot of different parts of the plant that are a bit dangerous, possibly a bit fun, depending on what you're into. So we're going to be looking for the tree, talking to people who've had experience with it, and seeing if we can find some of the actual drug ourselves.
Fucking devil's
breath. A fast flight.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Usually takes a lot longer.
Bogota, Colombia. Would you go there, Jimmy? Would you do a show in Bogota?
No.
No.
Before Mexico, though, yes.
Yeah? Wow.
So the deal with burundanga is that it pretty much eliminates your free will. So you're awake and you're articulate, and to anyone else watching you, it seems like you're perfectly fine, but you've completely lost control of your own actions. So you're at the whim of suggestions, and that's how people take advantage of you.
This is like what Jeffrey Dahmer was trying to do.
Stories, really running the gamut. Some of them sound like kind of campfire horror stories you're told when you're growing up. Stuff like waking up in a bathtub with an organ cut out and a sign saying you have 5 hours to get to the hospital. We've of course also heard.
I didn't know it was 5 hours. What if you overslept?
We heard one particularly chilling story where a guy was taken back to his apartment, woke up the next morning in the empty apartment,
toothbrushing camera left,
confused as to what happened, went down and said to his doorman, you know, why is my apartment empty?
Why my ass hurt?
The doorman said, well, you brought it out with 2 of your friends last night, all your stuff, you loaded it into a van. And the guy was like, why in the hell would you let me do that?
That's a real story.
And he was like, because you told me to. So that's kind of the stuff we're dealing with here.
Well, I want to talk to that
complete
guy.
elimination
Where's
of free
that guy?
will while still acting.
Fucking Free Willy. It's like the Lalathon.
Fuck yeah, devil's breath. Smells like fucking brimstone.
It makes you play the shitty flute?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like Jethro Tull.
It's a drug like no other. Nothing can compare. Got me?
Makes you put tanks on the top of buildings?
Yeah.
For example, with this, you can be walking right here and suddenly you have your back turned, or a girl walking right here and I walk up and go, and he did a blowing motion. Just like that. With just that flash, the person is totally drugged.
Stop.
Oh, no. You know what?
That's like some kind of Men in Black shit.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that's. You wait a minute, and when you see it kick in, then you know that you own that person.
Sounds like some zombie stuff.
You can't guide. You can guide them wherever you want. It's like they're a child. Oh, you say, take me to your house. Give me your checkbook. Take out your savings. Give me your credit card numbers. Ta ta ta. Just like that. If you exceed the dose, you run the risk of the person dying.
Oh.
Colombia is basically.
Why wouldn't the military use this?
Right? Exactly. They would be dropping this by aircraft.
Of course. Maybe they are.
Fly over the enemy with a crop duster, there's shit in it, and then you just go, put down your weapons.
And then you suggest, give us your plans.
Yes. Sounds like a plot to a new Jim Norton movie.
That's what happens.
Give us your plans.
It's the military drops the fucking suggestion drug on everybody and says, tell us where your leaders are.
Oh.
And take us there. Give us your plan books.
1 gram could kill 10 to 15 people.
What?
I don't know. I got to watch this whole
Well,
thing.
it depends on what gram is. Who Graham is.
Why don't we take a break? Get ready for Insane Clown Posse.
I got to tinkle.
I'm going to have to check out this documentary.
You're going to have to check out some ICP shit first.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Should we say we'll be right back?
The Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM. The Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony Show continues.
Well, I'm headed down a southern trail. I'm going chicken hunting, chopping redneck chicken necks. I ain't saying nothing to the hillbilly. Stick my barrel in his eye. Boom shaka, hair trunks in the sky. Why? I never liked chicken pot pie or the chopped chicken on rye. Tell Mr. Billy Bob I'ma cut his neck up, slice, chop, stab, cut. What can you do with the drunken hillbilly? Cut his fucking eyes out and feed him to his head. Nearly, willy, chicken neck, chicken hunting. Gotta love it. Hit him with the 12-gauge bucket. Chicken nuggets laid out all over the grass.
15 minutes, huh?
Insane Clown Posse Day. They should be in about 10, 12 minutes. Nice. We got a chicken story in the paper today, so this is perfect.
Nice seg.
Nice seg, right?
Yeah.
Little KFC bucket on someone's front lawn.
Yeah, what was that about? I saw it on
Is
the
that a
news.
racist thing? And it made the news?
I don't know.
I don't think it's a
so.
white guy.
Oh.
I have no idea. They're trying to like fucking make a big deal out of it. It was an oversized KFC bucket, though. Where do you get one of those?
You got the audio.
Probably off
I don't want to
of,
see the video, though.
I think it's 7 feet tall.
Yeah, where did you get it from?
It's probably one of those old ones that used to be on Kentucky Fried Chicken. They had them kind of tilted on a big pole
Yeah, but
outside
how do you
the
get
place.
one of those off the
And it
roof?
would go, well, they probably was in like storage somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Like I haven't seen one of those.
Look at this fucking.
Yeah, that looks like.
So why is this a story?
Because there's that giant, like, this woman came home.
It should be a viral video, but it doesn't need to be a story.
The woman didn't know why it was there, though.
Yeah.
All right.
It's her house, and all of a sudden there's a big Colonel Sanders bucket.
Some goofy people left it.
I got a fucking great one.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Chip.
Looks like fucking King Kong went to Kentucky Fried Chicken and said, give me a bucket of something.
Can you play the video? I want to see what this is about.
If you saw this from the highway, and trust me, you
Wow, that
can
is
most
big.
definitely see this from the highway.
I guess we'll
you
have
might
to
be
trust
surprised
you.
to find out
Yeah.
this isn't KFC. This is someone's front yard.
What?
When I was driving by, I
Pause.
saw this giant Kentucky Fried
It's barely a front yard, first of all. It's a real shitty house. Jeez. What do they... I mean... It's
in the middle of nowhere.
It's in the middle of nowhere, too. You're right. It's not like suburbia.
It's like on a dirt road
Right,
that
it
turns
looks like
into
the next
grass.
house is a mile away.
Yeah,
What are
yeah.
you talking about?
This isn't a problem. This is barely a story.
Right. It's a dirt road over
Yeah.
there that just ends. You see that? Where
Yeah,
does that
where
dirt
does it
road go?
This goes into the guy's lawn.
The old dirt road.
Up the old dirt road.
chicken bucket in my yard. And I thought for sure that I was hallucinating, so I called my teenagers
Looks
who
like
were
she's
home
eating a
and
lot of
checked
fucking
to
fried
see how
chicken,
they were
by the way.
outside.
Yeah.
And I know what you're thinking.
She was
the
probably
answer is no.
got excited
There is
thinking
no
it was
chicken
filled
in
with
that 7-foot
delicious
bucket.
chicken.
Heather tells me it appeared Thursday afternoon, and she had no idea where it came from or who it belongs to. Maybe it's a
KFC.
sign. We've heard of heavenly manna, but what about original recipe?
Too often we need something
Was
to
that a
laugh
poem?
about.
Oh, yeah.
And so I put it on Facebook and told them that I would bring chicken to the next potluck.
You're a hoot with your Facebook friends.
He is.
Yuck.
Her 16 Facebook friends.
Right.
All right.
To the next potluck, which implies that she regularly goes to potlucks.
Of course she does. Look at her.
already become a popular landmark. Hedrick says people have been stopping to take pictures with it, but I don't imagine anyone can steal it easily. I know from experience, it's very hard to move.
Maybe we'll get giant mashed potatoes next to it.
And about...
She's hilarious.
She's got a lot of jokes.
She
She's
does.
just having a lot of fun with it.
This guy doesn't look as pleasant.
You know, if I woke up...
I hope it's a gang initiation. They start by putting a fucking oversized KFC bucket on your lawn. Next thing you know, you're... whatever.
Drive a truck through your front.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's all they do. They're a gang called the Good Natureds. And they just do little fun things like that. Like, you have to make at least, like, 10 prank calls in a row about refrigerators running. Just, like, innocent stuff.
You know, just keeping it fun for everyone.
Yeah. Yo, you go to toilet paper that tree, son. It's all fun stuff.
It's fun.
Yeah.
The owner, we found him. Freddie Taylor is Hedrick's landlord. He collects signs like this, and he says this bucket is quite a find.
And that bucket right there, if you'll notice it, it don't say KFC. It says Kentucky Fried Chicken. That bucket's probably 40 years old.
Taylor plans to have it mounted on a pole
Shit.
so it will be permanently.
Wow, an artifact from the 70s.
Wow, fascinating.
Exactly. If I was renting a house and my landlord unannounced decided to put a giant 7-foot bucket of KFC in my front lawn, I wouldn't say this is funny.
Wait, did he do that?
Yeah, it's his.
Oh, it is his.
She didn't even know what it was doing. She just pulled up to her house one day and there was a
missed
giant
that part.
bucket.
It's the
Wait,
landlord.
what? That landlord, the reason he's talking is because he owns it.
He found that and decided to...
He found it or he bought it. And
I'm going to put it on the road here to your house.
Well, technically, it's my house.
My house.
Oh.
It's on my
So it's not
fucking
even a
driveway.
prank.
No.
This is a dumb story.
How did your chicken bucket get there?
Right.
He's using her driveway like storage, and she's just making jokes about potlucks.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We're all to see, but Hedrick isn't mad. She says it will make her house hard to miss.
It's unusual, but it makes really good landmarks for when people come to our house. You can just say, come down to the giant, you know, the giant KFC bucket and turn right.
And for
Oh, really? Okay.
This is a story.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah.
Hey, what's this?
Uh-oh.
It's their guy.
Reconnaissance.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's like, I don't know.
Why is there a 70-year-old man with him?
He's like, can you push that chair away? What's going on out
Do I
there?
have time to piss or no?
Travis,
Well, where are they?
get him in here.
How far are they?
There seems to be a situation with that one chair. He's like, I don't know. Is there a situation with the chair, Liam?
They want to know if everything's all right. Everything's cool, yeah. We're trying to figure out where
What happened?
All right, keep playing that.
Hey, who's that?
those who come to the house looking for finger-licking good chicken, well,
Who's
they'll
that
have
girl?
to drive another 5.5 miles.
Your next victim?
No.
You don't have to show me like that. I know what you mean.
Sorry. Sorry.
It does say KFC now because they don't like the fried part of Kentucky Fried
They're trying to
Chicken.
hide that part?
Yeah, so
you wouldn't know
they
when you
changed
bite into it?
that it's fried.
I hated all the
are
people
stupid.
that said they call it KFC because they don't use real chicken. Because then you go into the restaurant and it's like, do you want chicken strips? Do you want the original recipe chicken? And
do you want our meaty strips?
They kept calling it
yeah,
chicken.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That's what they used to say when they first officially changed the name
To KFC.
just KFC.
Right.
They said, well, they're not using chicken anymore.
What are they using?
Of course they're using chicken
Yeah.
because on the menu
So
it
who
said
bought
chicken
that?
strips. Assholes, that's who.
Yeah. Asshole.
I can't even be honest that the word fried is really bad.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's pretty much
It's one
why
of
they
those
went
words in
KFC.
marketing they fucking
Yep.
ditch.
That's why they started trying to
Fried.
grill everything up.
Yeah, making
No,
an F.
they never tried.
What do you mean?
They had an item that was grilled, but everything else was fried.
I know, but they introduced grilled chicken to the menu.
Oh, that was cute.
Yeah.
How long did that last?
Precious.
Precious.
Is that the end of the story?
Yeah, that's it. Now the lady just sits there with her landlord's 7-foot bucket of chicken in her front lawn like everything's cool.
I've had
What a
asshole
bunch of
landlords,
assholes.
but
Yeah.
never one that put a 7-foot bucket.
I've had asshole landlords that wanted
Money.
rent.
Right.
Bastards.
Yeah, those fucking assholes. How
Exactly.
dare they want their rent money?
Right?
The fuck? Don't they understand I'm not making any money?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to hide a few times.
Yeah.
Or get out of Dodge.
Oh, peaches. I like a good peach. Just watching someone eat a peach. I like a peach.
Do you like peaches?
Mackinac peaches, Jerry. The Mackinac peaches. Yeah. Yummy.
The reason they changed, we're going to learn more about the KFC name, because Larry in Ohio knows. Larry?
Hi, boys.
Good morning, Larry, and how are you today?
I'm fine as frogs here, split three ways, boys, I got to tell you.
Larry.
It's my understanding, and I think if you dig, you'll find out that the state of Kentucky trademarked...
Is this your Larry?
That's Larry.
Oh, yeah. What?
They trademarked the name Kentucky. So if you use the name Kentucky, you have to pay them a royalty, hence KFC.
Really?
No. You don't think Kentucky Fried Chicken was trademarked before Kentucky?
You can't trademark like names like Kentucky.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, but the state of Kentucky has existed long before Colonel Harlan Sanders.
So what happened to New York?
Yeah, who trademarked New York?
California.
Jay-Z.
What about California Pizza Kitchen?
Oh, good point.
Huh?
That's my understanding. I think if you do some digging, you'll bear me correct, and if not, I will bear the...
How about I do some digging and throw you in the fucking hole? I hear you on the after show. I hear you say, oh, this is the best thing, better than the Opie and Anthony show.
He does say
Why
that.
don't you go fuck yourself, Larry?
Larry?
Larry, your mother, Larry.
Last I saw my appendage, since my belly's quite large these days, it wasn't big enough to do as you request. I can't help it, Sam.
Oh, he can't fuck himself.
Well, then use someone else's dick.
Yeah, what, do you get a little pecker or something?
Yeah.
If it makes you guys feel any better, I always get hate tweets about Larry. Of
course.
Oh, we got one right
Poor
here.
Larry.
Bob, you're on with Larry.
You like Larry?
Hold on.
I do.
That last guy that called Dave's a fucking idiot.
The last guy that called. Let's call him asshole.
We got to take a break before Insane Clown Posse?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do that. They're going to be here any moment, though?
Yes.
So right after a quick break, Insane Clown Posse, for the first time on the Opie and Anthony Show.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show, Sirius XM. And now back to the Opie and Anthony Show on Sirius XM.
Yeah.
Insane Clown Posse in studio for the first time.
Very fucking cool.
Wait, what mic is that one there, Sam?
Yes,
Number
Sam.
8.
Sam's very, very familiar with you guys and huge fan.
Yeah.
Turned me on to it a little while back, although I've known about you guys for
forever,
quite a while. Very fucking hilarious. And then when we were looking at pictures of the naked chicks.
Yes.
At the
endless fluff. Chicks at the gathering.
Nudity runs wild at the gathering.
Yeah, huh?
Thank God not with dudes, you know.
Right. No, we don't need that.
Just way stuff from that.
Wait, how do you get that done though? Because we used to do a lot of road shows and we get the girls to flash, but you get like totally nude women to just walk around the whole time.
Let me just say, having attended every gathering, it's top quality nudity girls too.
Top quality.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you've seen that in the photos.
We saw some top quality and saw some,
a couple of their friends that came along.
What? All I've ever seen is the highest of standards at the gathering. Naked. That's the way we like it. And nobody, on a real tip, everybody's accepted. Yeah. I mean, you can be a 600-pound dude walking with your shirt off in the heat, and nobody's even gonna double take it from me.
E-Rock's gonna love going.
I've peeled my shirt off plenty of times. And nobody's done a double take so much as said holy. Everything's always been great.
So you say nobody should be self-conscious about being not perfect physically because nobody gives a shit.
Not together.
It could be the most hideous broad in the world. You know what I'm saying? Just asshole naked. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a dude there like, what's up?
Exactly. A lot of sex going on.
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty fucking cool too.
I know a porn girl who's obsessed with you guys, and I'm obsessed with her. She only does like lesbian porn, so she won't let me near her pussy, but she's fucking sexy, and she goes every year, and she says she's totally naked, and she's like, it's really weird, like nobody touches you or does anything shitty, and she's like, one guy grabbed her, and then she's like, other people jumped in and like fucking smashed him, and like, she's like, it's oddly respectful when you're naked. People aren't fucking that big of animals. There.
That's why I walk around
That's
naked.
all their way of hoping to get some pussy.
Right. The white knight fucking guy. Hey, leave her alone. And he's fucking got his dick out.
The one that wants to save
it's
her.
already hard.
Yeah.
Shit.
But I'm just amazed that you got it to the point where they walk around naked. Like, it didn't
Yeah,
start
pretty
out
good.
that way. You had to slowly ease into that, no?
It's a badge of freedom, you know. It's
Right.
a way, even if these people aren't the type to normally do that, you know, it's a way of saying, man, we're free this weekend. We're free for these 5 days, 4 days, whatever it is. We're free, and that's why you get people who maybe not normally flaunt their titties flaunting away because, man, they just want to wave that flag. You know, they just want to take advantage of the opportunity. I can do this, so I'm doing it. You know.
And how many people will attend the festival in 4 days?
You know, we were talking about this the other day. It swings back and forth. You know, one year it'll be about 6,000. The next year it'll be 16,000, and then we'll put together a killer lineup, and we'll be like, this year it's easily going to be 20,000, and then it'll go back down to 6,000. You know what I mean?
And
it goes back down to 6,000. So it really don't. It's just wildly different all the time. You know what I mean?
And it's impossible to get an exact count because so many people sneak in.
Oh,
You know what I'm
really?
saying?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a campground in the middle of
it's kind of hard.
nothing.
You're not
you know
going
what
to
I'm saying?
fence off a whole friggin'
Right, like
area.
crazy acres. You know?
How did you choose that place? Because they say it is
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere. It's hard to get cell service. What made that the place you guys said, let's do it?
This really genuinely is the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, straight up,
I'm
man.
talking about, man, 30 miles west of nothing and 45 kilometers near bomb testing sites. It's way the middle of fucking Booney Tunes. And that's another part of the freedom, you know, because it's not even near civilization. Cell phones go out 30 miles around the gathering.
Wow.
You know? People complain about other festivals where they don't get internet. Cell phones.
Yeah, you
are
ain't using
gone
your
with
phone.
the wind at the gathering. You can't have no cell phone technology. You can't have none of that flavor. It's like primitive living. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's, in this day and age, not to have your cell phone for 4
People
or 5
freak
days.
out. Yeah.
Your fans
Some people
have to love you.
Some people freak out over it.
What are some of the events at the festival for the people that don't know?
Well, just saying one thing about the cell phones
Yeah.
thing. Strangely enough, there's this stone pig. It's like a statue
Yeah,
pig.
that's right. I forgot about
And
that.
if you stand on top of the pig and lean down and stick your finger in its butthole, you will get reception. And I'm serious about that. I'm serious. Out of all the grounds, the only place you got to go to sit on the pig or stand on it, stick your finger in the butthole.
Wow,
and
and you
your
get
phone,
a signal.
strangely enough, gets a reception.
Nice,
It's wonderful.
okay. I'd like to see that
Good
happen.
to know. In case of emergencies, you are covered.
Right,
Case of
right.
mercy, stick that finger in the butthole, and you'll be all right.
Did you guys, because you fucking do everything yourself, and at what point did you say, like, enough with worrying about record labels and the industry and the business, and we're just going to make this happen with just us? Like, what happened that got you to that point where you just kind of said, fuck it, let's do this ourselves?
Because every label we've been on, you know what I'm saying? It's the same old story. You know, they don't know how to market us. They don't know what to do with us and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, we've been on mad different labels, but we never got kicked off a label. We always found a loophole to get out or something. You know what I'm saying? So,
Where do you market something like us?
right.
though,
So,
you know?
I mean, nobody knows how to do it but us, you know? So we're just like, all right, who needs that? You know what I'm saying?
It's like, fuck it, I'm making a movie.
Done.
You're like,
Right.
fuck, let's make a Western.
Well, you know, they want to promote it. They want to promote it, but there's no, you know, why make a video? Nobody's gonna spin it. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
No channels are gonna spin it. They never have. You know,
right?
And they want to be able to support.
No radio stations are going to play it. You
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? So it's like, how do they do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
nobody understands how to do it but us, you know? Even if we have meetings and tell them, they never do it anyhow.
They wouldn't do it anyway. Right.
You know?
Right.
So you guys just do it now with being online the last 20 years. I mean, it's gotten better and better and better. So it's like, it's got to be, it's harder in 1989 to pull off viral stuff. It's like a fucking videotape.
Right.
And now you just upload it, and it's so much easier to not depend on the industry.
Let me tell you about the 1998 days. Physical work, brother. I'm serious. Physical
Live
pressing
tour,
up
man.
samplers,
Yeah,
pressing up
samplers.
samplers,
All
and
right.
physically hitting this town and looking for the strips where all the cars are bumping up and down the
Christ.
avenue and handing them them out left and right, you know what I'm saying? Going to the high schools at 3 o'clock, and when the bell rings, I have every exit covered and hitting them up with samplers, so every kid coming out of the high school is getting a sampler, and then pack those vans up and roll to the next town the next day, so you're there in the morning, you're there at night, and out of these high schools, you know, thinking of where the most people are going to be so you can hand out these samplers. That was honestly how we did it in the early days, you know, flyer and sampler. We used to look forward to New Year's Eve just because we knew the clubs would be full. You know what I mean? We could flyer more, and we can get more flyering done. You know, it was like relentless. You know, that was the way we did it. And so when bands ask today, how do you do it today? You know, it's different because a lot of the technology we used to do is gone. I mean, it's the other way around.
Right. We used to literally spend like 48 hours straight at Kinko's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'd have to go to the print places, fucking.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you need Kinko's for?
Shove shit under windshield wipers.
We lived at Kinko's, man. We had all the benefits of Kinko's.
That's fucked up, man.
You paid your dues.
Damn.
You really paid your dues and fucking did all this legwork that a lot of bands don't have to do or wouldn't be willing to do. And had you just depended on the industry, they might have let you guys go away. It's great that you didn't fucking let that happen.
We've been let go away plenty of times. You know what I'm saying? Like just sent, you know, just figured, fuck them, you know. But we always find a way to, you know, keep it moving. And truly, it's a lot of beauty to be an underground. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that. When you're underground, your destiny is in your hands.
Yeah.
Think about it. You know, not to say anything's wrong with Kid Rock, but think about being like an artist like, well, Kid Rock's different because he's at that huge level of stardom.
Right, he's at that
But think you're in a band, right? And MTV picked up your new single. You know, you just were released this year. You got a hit single. You're in effect. You're touring. You got this hit single. Everybody's looking to see who you are. It's all in effect. Then next year or the year comes after that, it's time for your new album. You better hope MTV or whoever is in the same mood they were 2 years ago.
Wow.
When your CD comes flying across their desk, because they might be like, fuck this band, you know what I'm saying? And you're done with after that.
Wow,
you have no backup plan, you know what I mean? Once somebody somewhere, some bigwig says, I don't want to fuck with it, you know, or I'm not feeling that no more, you know, my little sister used to play that shit to death, got me bored. No more of that, you know what I mean? That's it, you're done with. But at least when you're underground, when you're doing it yourself, it's all up to you how successful you want to be. Only there's a cap. You can't be too successful, but at least you can survive, and that's a definite. You know you can get out there and pound the pavement and hit the road and stay on the road and stay at work as long as you need to be relevant.
Right.
And to maintain and to be, you know, part of the industry. And it's hard work, but at least your fate is in your own hands, and it's not up to somebody else who's having a bad day and says, fuck them, you know what I mean? And then you're bummed out from there. Next thing you know, your record label drops you. It's just not happening like it was a couple years ago, you know, sorry. And it sucks because you had nothing to do with it, whether that shit was good or not. Doesn't matter, you know. So,
how often are you doing stuff for the band? Is it every day?
Yeah. We have a building.
Every day.
We have a building with 34 employees in one of them, and another building with, I believe, 6 employees. And it's all day, every day. You know, every.
What kind of stuff do they do on a regular day?
Because no one really knows the business of this, you know? It's
crazy. We got like a video department. We got like a
four guys working in the video department, and they're putting together the infomercials. They're putting together the regular commercials. You know, they're putting together our videos. They're putting together little.
We got merchandising
about us.
You know, we got a whole warehouse just for printing merchandise. You know,
not only do we have a web store that ships and orders from anywhere in the world, you know, but we also have a web store down the street that actually creates the shit, you know, the screen printing, the web embroidering, all of that shit, you know what I mean? So we do everything, and then you go upstairs, we got people who run the websites, not only of InsaneClownPosse.com, but also all the other groups on our label, you know. So we got a hard-working gang of people, and every morning we sit around this big presidential table. You should see this motherfucking table, man. I don't know where we got it, but it had to be straight out of the Oval Office. This motherfucker
presidential table,
and it's huge. And we sit. Everybody sits around it. We kind of go around the table. And everybody talks about what everybody's doing. That way, everybody can give advice to everybody, and everybody's kind of involved in everything going on. And And it's just that. It's every day, man. It's hard work, but
How long you guys been at it?
Since 1989.
Wow, over 20 years.
And you guys met in Detroit. Did you guys come up with any of the other ones we know, like Eminem? And
all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
You're all about the same age?
Well, Eminem was a little bit different. You know, Kid Rock.
I know you guys didn't really like each other.
Well, Eminem
didn't see eye to eye.
Eminem kind of came up a different.
Yeah, a whole
place.
different route. Because in Detroit, when we were coming up, that was like the big thing was, you know, pressing up your own records, going around, putting them on consignment, whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Doing it all yourself.
Right.
You know?
He was more like, you know,
looking for a record
battle
deal.
rapping in a circle and, you know, sending out his demos.
Right.
You know, he was taking the approach, which is fine. There's two different approaches. There's, you know, prove yourself that you can sell records by doing it on your own and fuck waiting for a record label. Just get out there and grind and press up, you know, get your first $500 and press up your first 500 cassettes. Sell those and try to order 1,000 cassettes, you know, that route. And then there's the other route where you're entering the freestyle battles and you're showing you got skills and talent and you're out there grinding, trying to get discovered, you know,
Right. Yeah,
which is
yeah.
another smart way to do it, obviously. And so Eminem's circle was in a circle that we weren't really a part of. You know what I mean? We didn't hang out at the places they hung out at. We didn't really do the shows with the people they were doing shows with. It was just different, you know. But Kid Rock was heavily a part of what we were doing.
Yeah.
Kid Rock was out there grinding years before, you know, he made anything happen. He was grinding. He deserves everything he's got in reality, you know. And he's not even our friend. We're just saying
Right, yeah. I mean, I don't like him. I don't like his music, but I gotta respect him. You know what I'm saying?
Like him?
No.
Why?
No,
Why?
It just, you know, even back in the day when we were all coming up, you know, he just a big head kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? But I gotta respect him like crazy because of, you know, the grind he put in before he blew up into a mega star.
No one handed it to him.
No, so exactly.
But what was the problem with Eminem?
Well, you know, like
you guys,
the first time we ever met him, he came into a club, and it was kind of like it was a hip hop night at the club, you know, and we don't normally go there anyway. And we usually be outside of the clubs.
Yeah,
flying,
we never
you
was
know?
just in clubs hanging out. You know?
But for some reason, we were up in there that night, and he came up to us and gave us a flyer, and it said,
Now, mind you, didn't nobody know who this guy was? I mean, you know, he didn't have a name out there or nothing in Detroit.
We never heard of him. We might have heard of the name or something, but that was it. But he gave us a flyer and it said, "Come to Eminem's record release party. You know, a special guest maybe." And it said ICP, Kid Rock, and Esham, who were like the three top names in Detroit at that time. And it said maybe, you know what I mean?
Had question marks after.
And I was like,
You know
why,
what I'm saying?
I was like, why do you got a name? Why do you got our name on there like we might be there? And he was like, "'Cause you might be there. I'm asking you now." And I'm like, well, fair enough. You know what I'm saying? That's not a bad way to promote it.
It's kind of ballsy.
We might be like, well, maybe Dr. Dre will be at our shit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's true. We might have been there if everything would have been. Well, maybe we would have hit it off that night and been cool, you know. But we were just like, man, don't promote our name on there without talking to us. You know, that's just kind of shitty, you know. And then next thing you know, he was blowing up and he was doing little interviews around Detroit and he was dissing us in the paper here and there and saying they don't count, clown rap don't count, which is pretty much how we've always been treated. You know, clowns. How you take this shit seriously? You know what I mean? To this day, we don't get taken seriously.
Yeah.
So I mean, why should we? You know, we love it now. We love not being taken seriously.
Was there a point where you wanted to be taken seriously, or did you always just say fuck it?
I think in the beginning we probably wanted to be taken seriously. Yeah. But you know, we have no complaints of where we're at now.
No,
I wouldn't trade this for nothing.
I wouldn't doubt
But did you ever think of, like, along that line, did you ever think of, like, kind of, all right, we should change this because they're not accepting it? Not out of artistically we don't care, but like, fuck, man, this is frustrating. Before you actually went off and did your own thing?
Nope. never thought about changing nothing.
No.
You know what I'm saying? That was just the path it was on. You know, and you know,
we were so driven, man.
Yeah, big time.
We thought what
like,
we were doing was so fucking fresh,
out.
man. It was guaranteed to hit, man. Once
and it
people
was. I mean, in
recognized it.
Detroit, it's like we were like mega stars in Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And then once it started catching everywhere else, that's where it started. You know, people were like, you know, because you gotta understand, in Detroit back in the day, you know what I'm saying, back in like the early '90s and whatnot, everybody that was coming out of Detroit had some kind of stick to him, some kind of gimmick, you know what I'm saying? One of the guys on top, his name was Isham, you know what I'm saying? He was like a satanic guy that rapped about the devil and shit, you know what I'm saying? On stage, he'd like come out of a coffin and all that shit, you know, and it'd be set up like a graveyard and all that, you know? Then you had Kid Rock, he was like the hillbilly rapper kid, you know what I'm saying?
He would be driving a tractor in his videos, you know, with a cowboy hat on.
And, I mean, everybody, even like kids that were like barely even known or whatever, you know what I'm saying, would wear pumpkin masks or, you know what I'm saying, they'd be doing whatever, you know, everybody was doing that shit in Detroit, you know what I'm saying?
Look like wrestling. They had like a gimmick, you know. That was what Detroit was doing back then, you know. And if you think about it, if you really think about it, a lot of the rap that throughout Detroit's history has been like that too, you know. Even if they weren't from Detroit and if they had a gimmick, they did well in Detroit, like Kiss, like Alice Cooper. You know what I mean? If you were doing some old outrageous, crazy shit, Detroit loved you.
Why Detroit? Doing the outrageous stuff.
Probably because it's outrageous and crazy to live there. You know what I'm saying? It's like a nuclear war zone there, man.
Yeah, there's a lot of outrageous acts that came from Detroit.
Yeah, that's Kiss's biggest market.
Sure.
And fucking, I think that was the first one.
You guys still out of Detroit, or have you moved on from living there? Or?
Well, you know, we live.
I live way out, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's still, you know, southeast
Still
of
home.
Michigan. Yeah,
Yeah,
no doubt.
we live in Detroit, but we don't live in the city. We live on the outside. But
is the city as bad as they say? It's really falling apart.
It sucks, yeah.
There's good parts.
They try like, you know, building up some of the shitty parts, but there's just too many shitty parts to stay on top of, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
My beef with Detroit is, you know, is everything's divided by races. Like one street will divide, you know, white people and black people. One street for miles, you know.
It's insane. On the east side, there's a city called Grosse Pointe, which like butts up against Detroit, and there's actually a fucking wall separating that suburb from Detroit in people's backyards. You know what I'm saying? It goes right where the fence was. A fucking like 9-foot tall wall. You know what I'm saying? It's insane.
So these rich people got this huge wall in their backyard, you know, and over that wall it's like a ghetto neighborhood, you know, and that wall runs for miles and miles. It's just fucked up, man.
Wow.
That's my beef, because once we started traveling, we started to see that, you know.
Right, you'd be like at a nice restaurant or something, you know what I'm saying, like in the middle of a neighborhood somewhere, and you'd be like, oh, we must be, and you'd be like in, say, I don't know, Dallas or something, you know what I'm saying? And you'd ask the waitress or whatever, you'd be like, where are we at? She'd be like, in Dallas. Well, I understand that, but like, what city outside of Dallas? Like, you're actually in Dallas.
Like, oh, man.
This is weird. You know what I'm saying? What?
I didn't see the wall. What happened?
You got a Fridays in Dallas? Because we didn't have shit like that in the city.
Yeah.
There wasn't no malls or Bennigan's or no shit like that in city limits.
What were you doing before
no 7-Elevens in Detroit. Like,
no, they just they'd be ravaged, I would gather. What were you doing before the band? Did you work?
Oh yeah, we were. Well, I worked over 50 jobs. I mean, you name it, I did it from car wash to dishwasher and all that shit. But our freshest job was pro wrestling. You know, we were wrestlers, and Shaggy was my manager for the most part, but he was also a wrestler.
Yeah. Did you guys come close to making it in that world?
You know, later. We went to WWE, and we had a run there as ICP.
Right.
But it wasn't because we were great wrestlers. It was because of ICP.
Right.
You know?
I remember that.
I wish I could sit here and say, yeah, we did. We made it because of our wrestling skills, you know. And we also went to WCW, too, which was a dream come true, you know. We could brag about that shit forever. But back in the day, before ICP, we were wrestling around the Midwest, you know, taking bookings, you know, for $75, get out there and only get paid $15.
$15 for taking some fucking bumps all night.
There's like 20 people, you know what I'm saying, in a high school gym or the VFW hall.
Wow.
That's the independent wrestling circuit, man.
Right.
And sitting in the dressing room with big, fat, naked dudes with
you're marinated, you're like
balls
17 years old, right? There's an 80-year-old guy with his like old dick just
80-year-old balls looking right at you. You know, just sitting there. Hey, come over here. Let me give you some advice. Come here, sit shit out. You're like, no.
Right, just conversing asshole naked. Who does that? Wrestlers do.
Yeah. Go ahead, sit right
You
here,
just can't put some underwear or something on, guy.
It's really
You know what I'm
easy to
saying?
put underpants
Right?
on. It's
Are those
really
your
not that
balls?
much of a...
I think I almost stepped on your balls.
Wow.
Don't worry about those. I can't feel them.
Fuck, man. You guys, wow.
So, but yeah, wrestling
Work
was the
fucking
shit.
hard.
Once again, man, that's no, man, we love the fact that we did wrestling. You know what I mean? We love every hardship, man. We're so happy. We're so proud. You got to understand, when you come up with nothing, it doesn't take much to make you appreciate happiness. You know, if you come up with little, it only takes little to make you feel like you made it. You know what I mean?
Well, how little did you guys come up with? What kind of families did you come from?
Pretty fucking little.
Really?
Yeah, close to nothing.
Close to nothing.
Yeah.
Food stamps, powdered milk, little. Hunger Barrel money. Hunger Barrel food used to come to our house. You know
the charity organizations.
I mean, real rock bottom.
Got one outfit for the school year. That's it.
Oh, man,
That's it, man.
When we were little, it was like, but listen, man.
You don't realize it when you're super, small kid.
It's
when
just life. Like as a kid, you're just like, oh, this is kind of.
We had the best childhood possible, though. We had the best childhood. I mean, that was going on, yes, and that was weighing on our moms' minds. You know what I mean? But we had the best fucking childhood possible. We were off exploring in the woods. We were making the best out of every situation. And honestly, man, my childhood was I wouldn't change a thing about it. Man. It was so fun and hanging with each other and each other's brothers and the four of us doing things, man. We just we conquered the world.
So you knew each other your whole life?
Yeah, pretty much.
I was like 10 years old.
Really?
Yeah,
wow. But it wasn't bad when you found some money.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That made being poor a lot easier.
But for a long, long time, though, every little bit of money that came went back into the pot. Nice. Back into the pot.
Yeah.
And
you guys just believed, because at any moment that there was a chance it wasn't going to work out for you.
Well, it was like everything was going back into the pot,
right?
And then once more and more money was coming into the pot, little things started becoming like we would be making nothing, right? But every once in a while, we'd ask our manager, "Hey man, can I get a new pair of shoes?" And once those yeses became easier, and easier,
you realize, okay.
But what was the first big thing you bought where you went, oh fuck,
pair of shoes?
those $50, those fresh ass $50 hookups were pretty fresh. We were like, this is rap money. This is fucking rap money right here, man. High fiving each other.
You got to understand, there was especially back then, there was no big lump sum of money that came in, so there was no person who was like, man, we made it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you finally get a used shitty car.
Yeah,
real
slowly it just would come in.
We had a $250 apartment with a transvestite who hung out on the front porch, and like a homeless transvestite, and we lived in an area called Cass Corridor, Detroit, and we lived in one apartment. Me and Shaggy and Billy, and then my brother somehow.
This is a one-bedroom apartment.
Across from us, and we were right next to each other. And once again, does everything suck? It's supposed to. But we were just so focused and dedicated on what we were doing. It was awesome, man.
And when you have the right people you're hanging out with, like, that you could just laugh about shit.
Doesn't matter,
it makes it that much better. Yeah.
We bring girls over to the house. We'd be like, yeah, we're broke. We try to use that as our, as
that's
our thing.
That's your in.
Yeah, we're broke. We try to spin it on them. What, you too good because we're broke? No, it's not
nice,
like that.
Guilt fuck.
Yeah, I actually remember that game.
You're too good for us.
I could spit that game today, man. I remember using that shit.
Did you guys have bad management at all? Like, did you ever have a point? Like, every artist musically seems like they go through that thing where the fucking managers steal their money. Did you have to deal with that at first, or did you? Were you able to kind of avoid that?
No, 'cause our manager was never a stranger. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just somebody we hired. You know what I'm saying? It was always, you know what I'm saying? We've only had two in our whole career. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, two managers.
And the first one was the guy that started off everything with us, and the second guy is our lifelong friend. You know what I'm saying? So,
and our first manager came at us about 10 years ago or something. We've been around 22 years, and he came around us maybe 8 years ago, and he said, look, man, We got platinum and gold albums on the wall. We pretty much accomplished everything we set out to do. When you guys came to me and asked me to be your managers, it was never my goal or dream to be a manager, you know. I agreed to do it then, and it was interesting, and we did it, and now we've done all this, came all this way. You guys are doing really good. You know, I'm going to step out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to step out because I want to do something else in my life as well. I did this. This was your guys' dream. I'm going to step out. You know what I mean? He stepped out, and then it wasn't until a couple years later when we put our friend, who's now our manager, Billy Bill, in position, that we found out he left with millions and millions.
Shit. Oh, your ex? The ex-manager?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
How did he do it?
That's all right, man. It's all good.
But how did he do it? What did he
snake?
He left us with a lot of bills he never told us about. You know what I mean? A lot of manufacturing bills and crazy shit.
See, we always knew he was a super duper, like, venomous snake. You know what I'm saying? But our whole thing was, but he's our snake. He's snaking for us.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
That's right. We knew he was filthy, but we figured he was filthy for us.
Right. He bit you a little when he was slithering away, huh?
Wow. So do you guys, now you're probably more in,
That's
like,
something.
managing your money and being, like, because you seem like a good businessman. Like, you guys know what you want and you know how to get it done. So now you're probably more focused on, let's, keep our eye on everything so no one can do that again.
Oh, yeah. Well, the guy that's with us has been with us from day one. You know, he was in our squad.
He also dropped out in 9th grade.
Right?
We all used to do when we were kids, we all used to do a paper route together, you know? And so we've been with him forever, you know? And then, like, the guy out there managing us today on the road, that's my brother, you know? He's been with us from day one, obviously, you know? So we got a very small, close-knit family. The people at the office and all those employees and stuff like that, you know, a lot of those are friends from the past. A lot of them aren't. But we don't let anybody get too close. You know what I'm saying? We keep everybody in good positions when they're happy. And we don't want anybody to grow mad or salty. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, if you guys want to shoot something, this is a question. Because I have all these ideas of these things, and it doesn't come to fruition. Say you say, let's shoot this video. I want to do this. Who do you have a guy in your camp that just will kind of put everything together, like a production guy? Like, you'll say, hey, whoever, we want to do this, make it happen, and he lines up everything and says, okay, well, if you want to do it, I got the crew and we'll do it.
Yeah. Yep. His name is Brian Kuma, and we go right to him just like you said. You know, we want to shoot a video for this
Get the
song.
Location, you know,
and he'll be like, he'll grab his pen and get all excited, and then we'll be like, he'll be like, what do you want to do? You know, do you have any ideas? And he'll get all excited and geeked up, and then we'll be like, yeah, we want to, you know, if we have any. If we don't have any ideas, we'll be like, come on, man, you start thinking about it, you know, and then he'll start thinking about it. Come back a couple days, got some flavor on the mind, you know. But that, man, we got a lot of really, really, really bomb ass employees back there, man. We were really blessed, man. Super blessed, you know.
If you get into any brawls with anybody that you work with, like, sometimes, you know, you're close like that, friends working together, kind of mix it up every so often. You ever?
No, absolutely.
Never had to punch anyone in the face?
not as far as people that, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
As a matter of fact,
psychopathic.
There's an old psychopathic rule, you know,
Yep.
If you fight
True
with
shit,
anybody,
true shit. If you're about to get into a fight with somebody, you're mad enough where you're about to fist fight,
and the other guy wants to fight too, you both have to get naked and fight butthole naked. Therefore, suddenly you're two men rolling around naked with each other. If you want to fight,
I imagine.
If you want to fight, you can fight like that. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
That way we're laughing at both of you while you're doing it.
Yeah, no shit.
Sam's a big fan. You got a question there, Sam?
Yeah, I could ask you questions all day. On the wrestling thing, where was the toughest locker room to deal with? Because I would imagine, you know, you guys said you come in not because you're great wrestlers, because you're the ICP. That probably didn't sit well.
WWF was you know, that was the most like trying for us. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that was in WWF or WWE now, whatever it's supposed to be called.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? They were like, well, you're not wrestlers, so they, you know what I'm saying? you be getting punched for real and stuff.
We had some drama in WWE.
You know, but
are you talking about?
Why they didn't like that you had some heat, so they're going to make it hurt a little bit, right?
Well, we got into it, in WWE. Like a lot of wrestlers didn't respect the fact we were there,
right? Yeah.
So they would go over backstage what we were going to do, and then when we got out there, it was fight time.
Wow.
You know, and that wasn't with everybody. That was only with the guys that were our age. The legends, like the Road Warriors or something, you get out there and it would be easy as hell.
Huh.
They would be cool as hell with you, you know? But if you were wrestling some up-and-comer group your age, that they feel like you're threatening their spot, look out, man.
Anyone you would name?
Yeah. They would give you the beatdown.
No, I mean, do you name names or no? Anyone that gave you a good beating?
There are friends now. Yeah, we're friends with them. You know, groups like for wrestling fans, the Headbangers. We went toe to toe with the Headbangers. You know,
oh man,
and they would come busting in the dressing room after the show was over and be like, "How was it, guys?" And we'd be like, "Good, man."
Wow, great. Just
because we didn't want to bitch. You know what I mean? We didn't want to sound like pussies. You know, so we'd be like, "It was great. It was great." You know?
See, the whole thing with like me and the whole wrestling thing is I can't stand being in wrestling locker rooms. They're like horrible to me. You know what I'm saying? Number one, the nudity. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I just hate the whole politics of like, you know, behind the scenes politics of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy. It's like everybody just, you know what I'm saying? Especially like when you got TV involved, you know, just backstabbing and hating on each other for like 30 seconds of TV time and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Think about this.
It's crazy, man. Huh. It's crazy.
Let's say a wrestling show is 2 hours long, right? A concert is 2 hours long. A wrestling show, you got 20 wrestlers all jockeying for position. You know what I mean? They all want that shine. They go out there, they only get the spotlight for a little bit. As for a band, goes out there and they can play by themselves for an hour. But wrestlers go out there, they got 10 minutes at the most to shine. So they want to, you know, backstage, it's all like, you know, a lot of conniving and you know, shucking and jiving and people wanting to, you know, stab somebody for that spot, man.
You know, Greg, it's funny, the show you guys have on Fuse, it's called the Insane Clown Posse Theater, and it's on Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. And they asked me to do it and to go on, and I didn't recognize Greg Valentine. I didn't realize that was the Hammer.
Oh, of course.
Until he came, I was, you know, at first I thought it was like some guy with a wig who's like, pretending to be a lady. I'm like, who is that? And then when he guides me off at the end, I'm like, this is fucking Greg. I think I even said that you're Greg the Hammer. I couldn't fucking believe you got him to just stand there in that silly fucking hat. It was unbelievable that he was a part of that show.
Hell yeah, man. He was the first guy we called, you know. He's got the perfect face. We figured, you know, we wanted the character where something funny goes off and everybody's laughing, and then you cut to the guy who doesn't find it funny at all. You know, that's stone face.
What a better face.
Greg the Hammer, you know what I mean?
He's perfect for it, right?
You know, nothing's funny about that shit. However, he's laughing all the time. You know?
Yeah.
He's not the kind of guy that, you know, that's just his nature. So that's cool, too. You know, we love him however he comes, you know.
He was very pleasant. He was surprisingly nice off the air. He's like, oh, I really enjoy your stuff. I was like, Jesus, fucking the Hammer said talk to this pleasantly. It's weird when you see people off camera how nice they are.
Sam, what are we missing here?
Well, I'm wondering about critics, because obviously you guys are saying you don't get taken seriously and you get a lot of heat in print and in radio and stuff, but these are people that don't have to deal with you face to face. Like when you meet people face to face, do you find that they're singing a different song?
Oh, no question, man.
They do.
Of course, that's everybody.
Right.
It is, right?
Yeah,
that's most critics.
The thing about critics is whatever they're critiquing and whatever, like a music critic or a movie critic, 9 times out of 10, they're somebody who failed at that profession. You know what I'm saying? Like music critics, you know, they're probably like in some stale band, you know what I'm saying? But usually they've tried to break into the business and they flopped. You know what I'm saying?
They're a little bitter.
Or they've had a record deal and they just were shitty and it fell apart. You know what I'm saying? So that's their main goal in life now is just sit there and rip other people apart because they suck.
Because they want to contribute and be a part of it somehow, and they can't do it on the artistic side, so they figure, well, I'll get the respect of the artist and be a member of this community by sitting sitting there and critiquing.
And
what's
that's not
good.
a set. That's even like movie critics. Like, what's the guy that had no fucking chin or whatever? Then
Jim Norton.
No, the Siskel and Ebert's guy. You know what I'm saying? He's got like super shitty movies he directed back in the day that are just horrible. You know what I'm saying? So what does he do later on? He becomes a movie critic. You know what I'm saying? Just disses everything. You know, boy, and his shit's the worst ever.
I remember when we were first coming up, you know, in like 1995 or something, Spin Magazine called us and they were like, we want to do a story on you guys. We were still basically local then. We were like, hell yeah, Spin Magazine, what? So then this 4-piece or 4 or 5 page comic strip about us comes out about 2 months later, and it portrays us in the most horrible light,
shit.
you know? Totally dissing the hell out of us, totally dissing the Juggalos, calling the, you know,
making us sound to be racist and stuff,
racist and all kind of ill shit. And who wrote it? 2 guys that were in a band called Big Chief back in the day that were this close to making it, from Detroit, but just didn't quite do it. So then they see ICP blowing through all the shit, blowing past them, doing better than a lot of bands, and they just had so much anger in them, they somehow worked it out, and they were the ones that wrote that story, you know? And these were our friends, man. You know what I mean?
Wow, man.
Just jealous. Just fucking jealous.
The fullest, man. I'll never forget that, because that was the first time that happened, and from there, I've seen a career full of it. You know?
Do you guys get black crowds as well as white crowd? Like, do you like? Because was there any resistance from black audiences to you guys being white and hip hop, or no?
No, not really. No resistance. Nobody's saying, you know, coming and having a beef about it. You know, but I'd say our audiences are mostly white, but it depends on where you're at in the country. You know, but I try not to. I just try not to pay attention.
Yeah.
And
it's all fine by us. You know what I mean?
And the event, the gathering
too.
of the Juggalos is August 7th through the 11th. And I am performing there on the Friday night.
Hell yeah!
Charlie Murphy is there, I think, on the Saturday in the comedy tent.
That's pretty cool, man.
JuggaloGathering.com for tickets and all the information you want. And Juggalo has 2 G's in it. But I'm actually, I was looking forward to and afraid of this gig all at the same time. Like, it could be terrible and frightening, or it could be fucking great. But I am actually.
No fear,
it'll be great.
Oh, good.
You're
You'll
gonna
love
be
it,
great.
Jimmy. Well, I want to know more about the gathering in general. Like, what goes on? You guys perform every day, obviously.
We do something every day, but we do 3 like main performances. Our set, a set for another group of ours called Dark Lotus, and another group called Psychopathic Riders.
We have
but we do like in store. You know, we do like
signings, appearances and stuff.
Like that.
Seminars.
Seminars on what?
Us, you know, like giving all the news of what we're going to be doing in the next year.
Yeah, every day we have seminars. Different people that are there will do like seminars. A lot of people just kind of do like a Q&A, you know what I'm saying, as far as the seminars go. But we like just drop news, you know what I'm saying?
Tell
just
everybody
talk about
what our
what's going
future
on.
plans are for the next year and what we're going to be up to. And then like Shaggy said, you know, there's ICP, which is me and Shaggy, of course. And then there's also super groups on our label. There's 2 of them. One of them is called Dark Lotus, which is made up of ICP and a group called Twisted, and another called Blaze Your Dead Homie. The 5 of us come together and form as Dark Lotus. We don't get the tour, but maybe once every 3 years. However, we play every year at the gathering, you know, and that's a big deal for the Juggalos.
Do you wear the makeup when you're in Lotus?
We wear masks, or we wear a different type of makeup.
Right.
You know, and then there's also Psychopathic Riders, which is the same 5 under gangwear, like, you know, like Crips and Bloods.
And we just totally jack other people's beats and just do like spit like ridiculous gangster rap over
We
it.
say fuck
Like,
copyright, and we just use everybody's beats we want. and we sell it. We sell it over the internet.
Right, it's not like a mixtape where people pull it out on the internet for free, rapping over people's shit. We sell it.
We sell it, and we put it out, and we don't where it says a label. It doesn't say Psychopathic Records, our label. It says Joe and Joey Records, you know, and it says copy wrong.
Hey, do you guys ever, because like you're listening to you, like you're really smart business guys, and like colleges or people that have these speakers come in and talk about the business or music, they should ask you to come in and talk, because I think what you do is more inspirational to an artist who is struggling and new than to have somebody who has just made it the conventional way, because your way is a way that guys can actually go out and really try to push themselves as opposed to just waiting for someone to recognize them.
Well, you know, I think there's so much you can do today, though, with the internet alone. You know, that even beyond what we could tell them. Like,
right, there's so many people that got, you know, with major deals that, like, started out from a viral video. You know what I'm saying?
Like, today, groups are blowing up off viral videos is what I'm trying to say. I think that's the quickest route. Like, if you can think of something, you know, witty and you know, attention deserving and fresh, to stick on there for 10 minutes or even 4 minutes up on YouTube, you can blow up off that shit.
Right. I mean, even if, like, you know what I'm saying, your music sucks and you got an awesome video, like, what's that rapper Soulja Boy? You know what I'm saying? It was just horrendous. You know what I'm saying? But he was so large, you know what I'm saying? Because of YouTube, you know?
And so did Justin Bieber. You know, he blew up off YouTube, and endless. And a lot of guys are doing it, you know. And even if you're not able to dance or be cute or any of that shit, you can take your music and put it to some footage that's good and put it on YouTube. Like maybe all car crashes. You know, you can't take your eyes off that. So that shit's going viral. Everybody's watching car crash after car crash, but they're listening to your shit. You see what I'm saying? I mean, the internet is really still opening doors that we're still trying to run through, man. I'd feel weird in a position trying to teach when we're still so much learning, you know?
Yeah.
But it's still a direction I think that's really, really most people wouldn't go in, and you wind up doing it and making it. Like it's instead of dropping out and listening to the labels, you went and you made it, which is amazing to me.
Because the labels don't know shit. They're no superheroes. They don't know more than any of us. You know, when you guys are sitting around and thinking about what's best for your band, you're probably right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no label knows more than you just because they're a record label.
Right, they just got a lot of money and connections. You know what I'm saying? They throw a lot of money at the radio programmers. They throw a lot of money at MTV or whatever video outlet, you know what I'm saying, to get shit spun. That's the only benefit they have over independent people. You know
get to the label, you start talking to people at the label, and you find out these guys don't really know shit, man.
Yeah.
I thought this is where this is where the geniuses were, and this is how to hold the matrix.
That's what every business you realize from everything. From your first job, maybe washing dishes in a restaurant, you realize the guy that runs the restaurant's a fucking asshole. Right. He doesn't know anything. Up to anything. And you go and you think it's like, it's got to get different at a certain point where someone's got to know what the fuck they're doing. You realize, no one knows what the fuck they're doing.
Except you.
Yes, you know what's best for you and what you want to do.
That's right.
And speaking of the viral videos, you guys have had a few. Miracles being one of them, of course. And I just checked my Twitter. Everyone's like, you got to ask them about magnets.
Yeah.
Got to ask them about the magnets.
Well, you know,
were you surprised by the success of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Super.
How big did that get?
It didn't go like, you know.
Yeah, it's no side numbers.
But you were pretty impressed by how many views.
For us, it was insane. You know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy.
I like the fact you're honest too. Like, you know, you said one year you'll have 6,000, the next year 16,000, and then next year 6,000. Like there's an honesty in that, which is great. And too many people are obsessed with self-promotion and just don't tell the truth about it. Yeah, it's great.
Especially with us, you know, people love digging into our shit and like trying to expose us for being bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, if we ain't truthful, somebody's gonna dig into it and be like, "Oh, you're liars." You know what I'm saying?
How many years have you been at it now, as far as the gatherings go?
This is the 13th.
13th.
No, 14th.
14th. Wow.
Fucking amazing.
Man, that is cool. What about the what's that shit with like fucking, what is that, the FBI saying gang?
Oh, the Juggalo gang.
That's straight bullshit is what that is.
You know, once again, you know, people fear what they don't understand, you know? And nobody knows what the hell we're doing. We don't count. You know, people don't look at us as a real band. They say, man, there's these idiots out here. Why are they here? You know? And so even the government looks at all our fans getting together and they say, they're a gang, you know? I mean, they've actually named Juggalos, our fans, a gang.
Now, meanwhile, you wouldn't get that from another band and their fans.
No.
Like you wouldn't say, "Oh, I think they're
the Beliebers.
They're a gang."
Lady Gaga's Little Monsters are a gang.
Yeah,
It's like,
a
what?
gang.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what. That just seems like
it's
unbelievable
at first
stupidity.
I thought it was funny, but then you look at it the way it affects people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
People that maybe have your charm on or this tattooed on their arm or something, and they get pulled over. Next thing you know, they get written up as a gang member. They get busted later with a little pot in their little weed in their pocket or something. They get sentenced as a gang member now.
Yeah,
You know,
wow.
Not, people try to join the army. They got this tatted on their arm. They don't get let in because they looked at as a gang member.
Where did the misunderstanding start?
Huh?
Where did it start? Where did it start? Where all of a sudden they decided to name you guys a gang or the fans?
Misunderstanding started when we came out. I'm being honest.
Right.
Like there was never a time when they were like.
But it wasn't based on some dumb little incident that happened and they blew it out of proportion or anything?
The whole thing is crazy because, like, you got a group of people that are so large, you know what I'm saying? You're going to have all walks of life. You're going to have some crazy people. You're going to have some kids that happen to be in gangs, you know what I'm saying? But, like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, some hardcore Southside Chicago kid is in a gang and happens to be a juggalo, doesn't mean that some kid in Spokane, Washington, that in the suburbs living with Leave It to Beaver style, that happens to be a juggalo, is in a gang. You know what I'm saying?
Same thing, right? Of
so
course.
it's like they put their finger like everybody's a gang because there are. You're gonna tell me that there's not people that love John Cougar Mellencamp that happen to be in a gang.
You're talking to three of them.
Oh, pink houses. It's terrific.
I love John Cougar Mellencamp. I'm not in a gang, but you know what I'm saying? I was a kid. I was.
Do you
I
love the
still love
man
him,
or his music? Because we had him in.
The music.
Yeah, we had him in. He's a little rough.
Did he come in?
Oh, a few times.
At NEW, really.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, like anybody like that, you know what I'm saying? Because Steely Dan. I'm sure his gang members listen to Steely Dan. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But we're fighting it. We're suing.
Yeah.
We're not just gonna. If we don't sue them, and the years go by with the FBI saying that Juggalos are a gang, eventually the world would just accept it that they are.
And they would be. And that's
they would be.
that's
and
it.
Take our entire legacy and shit on it,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can actually win in suing the FBI. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Can you
yeah.
actually win something like that? But we'll die fighting it.
Wow.
We'll go broke fighting it.
You still get audited every year. Oh, my
because
God.
not doing anything about it
Right.
is the worst thing.
Yeah.
What about the movies? How well do they do? We saw a clip of the Western this morning.
It's still
and it made
doing.
us laugh, man, big time.
It's still doing, like
Showtime. It plays on Showtime all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's still going. You know,
It's still
what I'm
going.
saying? Still rolling with
It's a movie's a cool thing because it's so. It doesn't have to only be hot the year it comes out. We keep looking for new deals and new places to get to play it. And so it's still going.
Did you guys?
We're happy with it.
How long did it take you guys to do that? Because the video quality, like the production value in the small clip we saw, it was really good. It wasn't like you guys did it with a home video camera.
Right.
It looked like it was professionally done.
It
And
was decent, yeah.
Yeah.
It's really decent. A lot of surprise cameos from people in it. It's a lot of fun to watch. It's laced with, funny cameos from people.
Well, that's actually what is like the inspiration originally for it was like you said, like with video cameras and stuff. Because back in the day, like Master P's movies, before he got like serious about it, just a home video. A lot of rappers were doing that, like especially like B rappers and stuff. They try to like come on the record with a a hood movie or whatever. And it's just so shitty because it was a video camera, And we used to always watch those movies and love them because they're so cheesy and shitty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like back in 1999. We did a movie called Big Money Hustlers, and it was kind of like a spoof off those kind of movies, but it was done good. You know what I'm saying?
It was done professionally.
Right. So, but it was done like just like the Big Money Hustler style or Rustler style. You know what I'm saying? Just silly shit through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And but that was like Island back in the day getting involved in it, and you know what I'm saying? They threw crazy money at it and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? And then a few years before we did Big Money Rustlers, we did a super B shitty flick called Death Racers, which was a B flick off Death Racer.
And that was as a favor to a friend,
right? Right. Well, our friend out in L.A. right? Soda, right? And we seen how he's doing it, and we were like, we don't need some company behind it. We could do this. You know what I'm saying? If he's doing this shit, we could do it. But you know what I'm saying? with a higher budget. You know what I'm saying? And then so just from learning what we learned from that shitty movie, you know what I'm saying? We were like, well, let's make a sweet movie doing the same shit, you know? And that's, you know,
we got 3 movies out. 2 of them we put out. Only Big Money Hustlers, the latest one, the Western.
That's Rustler.
Was the one fully we did. That's the one.
That's fucking hilarious. I like how the lingo has nothing to do with the Old West. It's like, wait a minute, what?
And the cowboy hats on with the makeup.
Wow. And you got 9, but he's not concerned with the makeup or anything. It's just the 9 cards that he has an issue with. Like, why are you dressed like that? It's the West.
It's fucking hilarious.
The whole movie is stupid like that.
Hey, yeah.
It's like Airplane, you know,
right.
Old school style like that.
Sure. Great movie.
Where do you guys stay when you're when you're at the campground? Do you guys just stay in tents, or do you kind of come and go? Because I
got a bus.
Oh, you do have a bus. You stay on the bus.
Yeah, and we cruise around on golf carts and check everything out. Check the comedy out. Check the wrestling out. Check the women's oil wrestling out. Check everything that's going on. You know, there's all sorts of fun activities, like they call one of them is night court, and it's where juggalos get out there and have court against each other, and there's like a celebrity judge and celebrity attorneys, you know.
And right, that's the thing about the gathering. It doesn't stop. It's 24 hours. Something's going on. You know, so there's not like a period of time where there's downtime. You know, from like 6 in the morning until like 5. No, it's 24
it's shut
hours.
Down it's basically the least effective from 6 in the morning till like 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah, that's what I said. But even then, there's still kids that do shit at their own campgrounds.
Hundreds of zombies walking around.
No shit.
Yeah, a lot of sleep deprivation going on, mixed with drugs.
There's hundreds of zombies walking around who are clearly asleep.
Right,
They're sleepwalking, you know.
Walking.
You just see the fog and the ash from fires and shit. It's crazy.
Wow. The first one, when you did the first one 14 years ago, whatever it was, was that a smaller one that's obviously blown up into something?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, the first 2 or 3, I should say, were held inside of
the first 3. The first
convention
one
centers.
Yeah, the first one was just a convention center. Then the second and third one were convention center / hotel things. You know what I'm saying?
So there was a riot one time because somebody showed their tits.
Yeah, somebody punched a police horse in the face.
Oh man!
All kinds of craziness happened, and we didn't know what we were gonna do. And then we decided to try it outdoors. And little did we know, honestly, we had no idea till we did that first one outdoors. And the police weren't allowed on the grounds because it's private property. And it was just euphoria of flavor.
And to be honest, that's like a big reason why any kind of violence whatsoever is so minimal, because there's no police there. You know what I'm saying? There's the bullies ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Like, put
There's
that
no
down.
fights.
You can't do that.
And every time that somebody writes about the violence at the gathering, they say, well, there was already a stabbing. You know, they don't write that it was between 2 hot dog vendors. You know what I'm saying?
Right, nothing to do with us juggalos, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
They're battling over prices. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man.
Yeah,
or hot dog buns or something.
That shit, man. You know, they want to make it sound like it's all violence, but to be a juggalo is not easy. Okay, to be an ICP fan, to go around waving that flag, is not a well-received thing. You know, people are not like, "Oh, you're a juggalo, cool, dude." You know, it's supposed to be like, "You listen to them fucking idiots," you know, and so it's not easy being a juggalo.
Yeah.
However, therefore, when you get to a concert or you get to somewhere like the Gathering, and you're surrounded by people who share the same interests as you, and they share the same type of, love for things, it's like the ice is immediately broken, and these people are your friends, these people are your family, and it's like, you'll see, I promise you, when you get there, you'll be like, man, the minute you walk in, you can just feel the love, man, and that's the real beauty. Everybody that follows ICP, the juggalos, so to speak, they know the real beauty in being a juggalo is not Shaggy and Violent J. We just provide the soundtrack. The real beauty is being a juggalo, man. In being around other juggalos and being a part of something and not being alone. That's the real beauty of what the Dark Carnival is. And we just make hard songs. You know what I'm saying?
And Jim, you will be part of that.
Yes, I'm performing not this Friday, but a week from this Friday on the 9th. I'll be there. It's an 11 o'clock show in the Comedy Tent. And again, if you're there the whole weekend or the whole week, Charlie Murphy is headlining the next night. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I think
it sounds like a blast, man. Guys, thanks so much for coming in.
Does my episode?
You guys are cool as fuck.
Jesus, does my episode air before that, or no? You're not sure. The episode I did with you guys, does that air yet?
This Wednesday. We're not sure about.
I hope it's the next one. I hope it's on Wednesday because it was fucking funny.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah, I'd be interested to see how it turned out.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad you guys are here, and I'm looking forward to going out and doing the gig. And go to ICP on Twitter or juggalogathering.com. And the Insane Clown Posse Theater. It's Wednesdays at 11 o'clock on Fuse. And I'm not sure if my episode airs, but it was really fun and very silly, and I had a lot more fun doing that than I thought I would. I really enjoyed doing that. That was great.
It was great, man. I mean, it was beyond good. It was just, it felt all right. You know what I mean? It felt real good. It was cool. It was just perfect, man. So make sure you check that out. Even if you can't see it live, DVR it, or fucking do something to it. Just see it, man.
I certainly wasn't worried I would say something too rude. I'll say that. That was the beauty of it. I wasn't like, oh, I'm going to piss the guys off if I say cunt. And tomorrow we got Dana White, and I guess that's it for us today.
This was great, man. Come back and see us, all right?
Thank you, guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys.
It's Insane Clown Posse, everyone.
Opie and Anthony have left the building. After O&A Live with Sam Roberts. It's next. This is After Opie and Anthony Live. Here's your host, Sam Roberts.
How great were they? It's After Opie and Anthony Live.
Hey, Sam.
Opie's still here. Jim is here.
Get your hopes up.
All right. I got so excited for a second.
Were you a little nervous because I gave you the mic there and you kind of just asked a basic question and you moved on? Well, I thought you were going to give us some inside shit that we didn't know about with the Insane Clown Posse.
Well, I kind of...
I'm not saying you did shitty. It was just, mediocre at best.
That's not cool. Well, I mean, I poured on all the information earlier, and I don't like to take over your interviews.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but,
Look what's on the wall.
It says Opie and Anthony.
So I don't give a fuck.
That's it,
In the end, people go, wow, the Opie and Anthony show was great today.
You're cemented.
Well, they were cool. I liked them a lot. Yeah, I thought we did all right for our first time with Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I told Liam if they got any more time, bring him back in like 20 minutes.
Fuck yeah.
Just hammer them about miracles.
And they like promoting, so they'll absolutely come back in. Yeah, what was Miracles about? I'm going to go check that out online.
It was just it was huge for a second. Like it was, to me, I think it kind of almost took their career in a whole different direction. Like I think that's what made them into kind of, people started appreciating them from a comedic standpoint.
Right.
Like I think that's what led to stuff like this Fuse show and the other viral videos, because people were like, what the fuck is this? Because they're dressed up almost like angels.
Right.
And they're just talking about all these crazy things that happened in the world, but like things that science has proven, like magnets is the famous line.
Right.
And all that stuff.
How do they work?
But they're attributing it to miracles of God instead of science that was proven hundreds of years ago. You know what I mean? And so people flipped out over it.
Magnets are pretty fucked up.
I mean, they're crazy.
Magnets and water are two things that are just really fucked up if you start thinking about it.
It's true, but if you really want to think about it, you just get some books, and they're very much explained by science. Like, they're not mysteries anymore.
That's good if you're a scientist.
Or somebody who can read.
But the average person is still pretty fucked up.
All you have to do is figure out...
I was looking at ocean waves all weekend.
Yeah?
It's pretty fucked up.
This thing with you and water...
What's making those fucking waves do what they do? Now, I know there's a real answer to that, but it's pretty fucked up when you're sitting there going, that's pretty fucked up.
I get that, but your brother's also a marine biologist.
And why does the water come up to almost the exact point every single fucking day? That's weird.
Well, wouldn't you ask the guy who knows?
I don't want to. I don't need the scientific reason.
You don't want the answer. You just want to be able to appreciate the world.
I just want to like look at it and go, wow, that's pretty fucked up if you just break it down to nothingness.
And that,
instead of trying to go for the explanation.
And that's what Miracles is all about.
Yeah, all right. Then
you know what I mean? Like
I could relate to that shit then.
Like I think they're on the same level as you with that. Like I understand there's a scientific explanation for magnets, but fuck it, that seems magic.
I'm at the beach, right?
Right.
And I'm looking at the ocean. When does the water stop soaking into the sand?
I guess at the end of the tide, right? What do you mean? When is the water?
Like in the middle of the ocean, if you dig, there's like water in the underneath too. It's saturated.
Right.
When does the saturation end, and why?
I don't know. You fucked me up. Okay. I don't know. You fucked me up. Now my
That's
head's
fucked
tripping.
up to me. All right.
Yeah. Is that what you do instead of smoking pot? You just think of questions.
Yeah,
that
people
make
are
your mind
convinced I'm
wander.
smoking pot again because of these weird fucking things I think about. But
You
it's
should
weird. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, it's
and
weird.
I don't want to know the answer.
You
but
just
I think
wanna
it's
be
pretty
able-
fucked up.
you wanna be able to
Some will
sit in
say
that
it's
zone.
it's the rock bed. It's this. It's that. Whatever. When does the saturation end, and why?
But you don't actually want to know.
Nah.
Like you actually went so far as to say when and why.
Right.
But neither of those two things are things you actually want to know.
No, I don't
You'd like
care.
to talk about it. You like to explore it.
Yeah. I don't really need the answer.
But when somebody comes at you with some well, it says right here, you're like, no, you're out, bro. You're
No.
not hanging out. We're at the beach.
My new thing, I dig holes in the sand until I hit water. And I go, wow, that's pretty fucked up.
That's like what a 7-year-old might do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I turn my brain off when I go to the ocean now.
And you're like, I get it. Like you and your kid are just sitting there digging holes, and you're both on that level.
And
of,
I start
wow.
And I start going, wow, the sand's getting a little wetter, a little moister.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, the water starts pouring in. I'm like, that's fucked up.
I got to tell you something.
What?
I know I try to be logical most of the time, but I was watching that Naked and Afraid show, and at some point, the guy he was trying to find water, and so he went to the greenest part of the jungle.
Sure.
And he just started digging and digging, because he goes, there's water at the greenest part of the jungle.
Right.
It's the middle of the island, though, so I'm going, no way.
Right.
He digs, and he digs like 6 feet down.
And he found the water.
There's water.
You don't find that fucked up?
I got to tell you something. When I looked at that,
was it the highest point of the island?
I was like, that's fucked up.
Thank you.
That's fucked up.
Because we're idiots. We would dig at the shallow part of the island.
Of course, then he drank it and he gave him horrible diarrhea. And he had no clothes and was stuck on an island. So
Fucking idiot. But isn't diarrhea easier if you don't have clothes on?
Yes.
Okay.
No stains on nothing.
So you just fucking blast fucking trees with your diarrhea?
The chick
Bend over and just blast?
The naked girl that he was with, because it's like Survivor, but everybody's naked.
Yeah.
And the girl that he was with on the island got super pissed at him because she stepped in a puddle of his diarrhea.
Oh, really?
Because he went right by camp.
But she's just stupid.
But you're not supposed.
You always have to be on the lookout for diarrhea.
But she also said the rule
Always.
is to go away from camp. Like when you're that close to camp, you shouldn't have to worry about diarrhea piles.
See, broads are just dumb.
You should just
I'm gonna walk home right now.
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna be on the lookout for diarrhea the entire time.
And guess
who takes their eye off the diarrhea thing?
Guess who's not going to step in diarrhea?
I can promise you I will not step in diarrhea. The only time I step in dog poo is because I get distracted by somebody.
Language. And when you do, that's your fault.
It is at that point.
You should have been on the lookout for dog, human, raccoon diarrhea.
Yes, of
Always.
course. Always. And people see they have the answer to my questions. I don't.
That's not what
Has
you're
the
looking
accurate
for.
answer for the sand question if you want it. Okay, fine. Go ahead, Charlie.
Hello.
Hey,
the
Charlie.
The same question is that sand can't hold water since it has a loading.
See,
like that's not what.
All right, but that's not what I'm getting at.
No.
Yeah, but the thing with the sand is sand will only be wet. It makes sense when you dig a hole because it's only as wet as far down as the water level.
I feel like I'm in class.
I know I'm hitting the actual water level. I'm not. I get it, but I don't. Forget it.
I feel like I'm in class.
Yeah, you're boring us.
Oh.
All right, how about this? You go out into the ocean. Let's say 100. Oh, he's gone.
Good.
100 feet.
Yeah.
So
you're swimming out from the shore about 100 feet.
All right, and then obviously there's sand.
Right.
And then that sand is pretty fucking moist, filled with water.
Fuck yeah.
How far do you go down before that ends? And it's just fucking dry.
Meaning, in the water, start digging.
Right. Well, you can't dig, obviously. So.
No. You'd have to drill.
Right. And how long? And yeah, and the drill doesn't let water into the hole you're drilling. How long would it take before you got completely dry sand?
I would think high tide, and not too far, because that's only high tide. But low tide, you're talking about some shit that gets saturated.
You're in the water.
I know, but if it's high tide, the water doesn't spend that much time saturating the sand. But if it's low tide and you're at shore, even when it's high tide, the water's still there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that sand gets saturated 24/7 at low tide.
I know what I'm saying today.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think I know what you're saying.
Fucking magnets.
I love magnets.
Me
All right,
too.
Sam, this is going nowhere.
Do you like
what?
The premise went nowhere. You said you wouldn't accept the real answer. There was no possible way for it to go anywhere. I've been struggling.
I just leave you hanging. All right, that didn't go nowhere.
No, I don't like any real answers.
It was just a ridiculous concept from the get-go.
Did you like ICP today?
Yeah, I liked them a lot.
They were awesome, right?
They worked really fucking hard. Because in this day and age, everyone, I mean, we see with our dumb fucking radio show, you get interns and shit. They come, well, I fucking showed up for a week. Where's my job?
Right. And you know,
and this is like old school. I don't see a lot of people out there working really hard at their craft anymore.
Not only
no matter
that,
what it is,
but they continued to work hard and adapt.
Right.
Like they continued when the internet started taking over. They embraced it and they start working with that, and they just keep going and going. They don't say, "Well, I worked hard for 10 years. Now this internet thing is taking off. Our audience will just find us."
Kids today, they don't understand working for 10 years.
They don't understand working for 10 minutes.
Right. It's
Zito's
sad.
sleeping while the show's on.
Oh, fuck that kid.
Right?
I don't even hate him because I don't know him, but
Troy does.
I don't, whatever. I think he was useless up there in Montreal. Oh, don't forget to click on my my homeless video from Montreal. For some reason, doing really, really fucking well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, walked out of a where did we go for steak? Moishers. Walked out after a really, really nice steak dinner with all you guys and a lot of wine because that fucking. I'm going to blame the waiter. I should blame myself. Was just kept pouring wine like it was water. And I even went into the fucking steak dinner going, I'm not going to really drink too much because we got a show the next day.
Right.
I got pretty hammered.
You should have been there the next night because
you went to the same joint.
No, we went. No, I meant at dinner the next night. We went to an Italian place.
Right.
But Roland was the wine taster.
Right.
And the way Roland tastes wine is they pour it, a little taste of wine in the glass. And Roland, he does the shaking so he can test with his eyes, and then he just chugs the whole thing back.
Jesus.
He probably drank 2 bottles of wine at dinner.
Really?
On Friday? Yeah.
Roland's fun to hang out with on the road.
Of course he is.
He's nuts.
Because he's got no self-value, so he'll just destroy himself for other people's amusement.
Right. Well, then I left the steak joint, walked out the front door, and there was a guy right in front of me with a cup, a homeless guy in Montreal, and we had a nice little chat. And for some reason, that one's doing really well, so I think E-Rock's going to put it on the Facebook page, hopefully.
I got stuck in the bathroom.
Or go to my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. It's the first video I think that pops up. It's my latest video.
Sick.
Just give it some clicks. Roland, you have fun in Montreal?
I love Montreal. It was a good time.
It was a great time. We got to hit the road more often.
Drank, snapped my napkin at the waiter.
I got to tell you.
What did you just say?
I think
snapped his napkin at the waiter.
Snapped?
Yeah, he was snapping his napkin. The waiter jizzed all over Troy's food.
Yeah. He put his balls in there.
Because Troy was making blowjob gestures while the waiter was going over the night specials.
Well, I definitely feel like there's a weird, I don't know, like the French, some of the French don't like Americans and they make it very clear.
Yeah, because Montreal's very separatist.
Yeah.
Like they don't, not only do they not speak English, they don't want anybody speaking English there.
Right.
And that's stupid for business.
And I said,
they're going to lose a lot of tourism if they go through with that.
They want all
maybe
French.
They don't give a fuck in the end.
They want to be like.
Well, what happens if you're from New York and you cross the border?
Quebec wants to.
You'll decide to go to Toronto instead because they'll accept your English.
Every 5 to 7 years, Quebec wants to secede from Canada altogether. Like they want to be a sovereign nation.
Well, I think it's dumb from a business standpoint, but
of course
what are you
it
gonna
is.
do?
That's how I say bonjour.
Buongiorno. Buongiorno. All right, enjoy the after show.
All right, man.
When Roland shows up, I know it's my cue to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. He stresses people out.
Get the fuck out of here. Don't fucks on my balls, son.
What?
That's right.
Did you say don't fucks on my balls?
That's right.
All right. I won't fucks on your balls.
All right.
All right, good show. See you guys tomorrow.
Switch seats with you.
I gotta go buy a sailboat.
Are you really doing that?
What?
You're like Louis.
Sailboat?
Buy a yacht.
Buy it.
Gonna buy a sailboat.
Make a music video. Fuck it.
Just fucking sail around.
Sick.
And think about water.
And just
magnets.
Just figure the whole thing out without actually figuring it out. That's the last thing you want to do.
What about the fucking moon?
Don't get me started on the moon.
Shit is fucked up.
What is
hanging there?
What is it? Made of cheese or what?
Just hangs there like it's nothing.
Right, but it's something.
And why the fuck does some nights it's a lot bigger than other nights? That's fucked up because the moon's not moving.
That's a big fucking rock.
Or is it moving? Or how does it move relatively speaking to Earth?
Or why
is it
didn't
the same distance all the time? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't care.
Anyway, they're telling us you got to go.
Or why didn't Gary pick up our lunch bill? I don't know.
What?
He's saying like mysteries.
Oh, I think the Insane Clown Posse is coming back in here.
Ah, nice.
Who wants the video? Somebody needs the video. Do you know how to use a video camera? All right, here you go. You can video. Sally, is that your name?
Coming right now.
You are, Eric. You must be really excited.
Yes, plus ICP's here.
Oh, cool. Here you go. That red button's the record button.
Cool. That's Troy over there.
What's up, guys? Long time no see. Insane Clown Posse is making their way back in here. How was your first Opie and Anthony experience today?
It was awesome, man.
It was good, right?
Yeah, it was real cool, man.
It was explosive.
You guys, you have no idea how excited we are to have you guys on the show. We've been talking about it on the show forever.
Yeah, the guys didn't know what to expect with you two. And Troy and me were sitting there going like, no, these are going to be the greatest dudes you have on, because like you're two of these guys who did it yourself, like we were talking about today. So you don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have these political interests to protect, and you don't want to say the wrong thing about the wrong people. You just speak your mind.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
It's refreshing.
100%. You just nailed it 100%.
We don't even have any fucks to give.
We're fresh out of fucks, man.
They're all gone.
You've been out of fucks for a long time.
And that's, yeah.
So when you're doing the show is on Fuse, Wednesdays at 11 p.m., and you're basically, we watched one of the videos today on the show, and you guys are talking about music videos, but you don't watch music videos. So most of the time, you don't even know what you're watching.
We don't know if it's new, or if it's something hidden, or if it's 10 years old. We don't have a clue.
Especially, you know what I'm saying? I don't go on the computer. You know, it's like a foreign alien to me. I'm like an 80-year-old woman when it comes to computers.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, you know, there's really no outlet to see videos nowadays, you know?
So how do you know? Do you just kind of follow everybody else's lead that's around you with, you know, we got to put this on YouTube, we got to make sure the website looks fresh like this?
I know the concept of it. I just don't go on it myself.
You can tell people what to do.
Right. I understand what's going on there, but
have any of the pop stars come back at you? Like, has Pharrell been like, you know, why are you calling me a hermaphrodite on TV, man?
Because he can't deny he has a pretty face.
Right. Why would you be mad if somebody says, hey, you got a pretty face, fella?
Right.
Especially when you're trying to look pretty.
He's too busy trying to figure out how I knew he was a hermaphrodite.
That asshole figured it out. I've been keeping this a secret. But nobody's like come back at you. Carly Rae Jepsen isn't like, why are you making fun of me, guys?
No, because she don't want none of this.
No. Yeah.
Or maybe she does.
I got to tell you guys, and I was telling O&A before, like, the way you guys handle the criticism is my favorite thing about you. Because I read the quote, because GQ, they put out like this asshole thing of like the 25 worst rappers, and of course, you know, because you guys are all over the internet now, and you guys are the thing to hate at the moment, they put you as number one.
That's right.
And I think Shaggy's quote was my favorite way anybody's ever responded to negative criticism. It was just simple. He said, tell GQ to say it to my face.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, guys, you suck. No, they'll write about it, so you ain't going to look at them.
Yeah, yeah. We were talking about the Miracles video earlier, and when you put that out, was the intention like, we're going to make this ridiculous?
No. The intention was to be just like it is, man. Heartfelt. Some of our music is heartfelt. Mm-hmm. Some of our music is just like that. Call it corny, if you will. We've been showing that side of us for years.
Right.
From the beginning. From our first album, we've been showing that side of us, you know. We've had songs like that, you know. That was just the first time we ever made a video for a song like that, you know. Mm-hmm. But sometimes we're speaking to the juggalos, and when we're speaking to juggalos, it's not always so hard, you know. Sometimes we're speaking to the world, and that's when it's fast and ruthless, and we got a lot to say. But sometimes we're speaking to our brothers and sisters in the Juggalo family, and that's what a song like Miracles is. You know what I mean?
Were you annoyed that it went viral?
No,
because it didn't go.
Happy.
But it went viral. It's like it was on every website. Like, you got to see this. This is ridiculous. Like, did that annoy you? Or
I still don't understand what's so ridiculous about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I never understood why like people bugged off that shit so hard.
Check this out. Check this out. When you hate something,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You just hate it. Mm-hmm. You don't sit there and stew over it and stare at it and write a blog about it and all kind of shit. You just hate it.
Right, like you're just sitting there like, this isn't my shit, moving on,
you move
moving
past
on.
it. But when something affects you in such a strong way, you don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what happened with Miracles. That's why there was so much like open criticism with huge people standing up and blogging and sending us shit and going crazy over it. It's because it touched them and they were embarrassed the fact that it touched them.
You think so?
I think so. I think it hit
it hit on
affected
sensitivities
them in some way, and they were so confused by that because they hate us.
Yeah,
They're like, but
yeah.
This is affecting me. This is making my stomach feel butterfly-y.
Yeah, did I just think? Did
And
they
then
just
so
make
get
me
mad
think?
And they say, "Fuck you guys,
Right.
for doing this to me." You know.
And what I think is so funny too, what's the line that caught the most flack from that song? Magnets, how do they work?
Fucking magnets.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's so pissed off over that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you tell me right now, how do magnets work?
That's what I was gonna say.
You know what I'm
Because
saying? Do you really know how?
You can look up how a magnet works, but who the fuck is reading books about magnets?
Right.
Right?
Well,
Like,
it's opposite polarity of the North Pole. It's like, all right, but how does that work?
And
that's still crazy.
Not to mention that line was written because at the time, you know what I mean. I'm looking through the eyes of my 4-year-old son,
right?
Who doesn't know how magnets work and can't look it up online, you know. And he's playing with these magnets and he's playing with them. He doesn't know what the hell's going on, you know what I mean. And he's amazed by it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm talking about. That's a miracle to him. You know what I mean? Just because you grow up and it's not a miracle to you no more. It was a miracle to him then at that time. You see what I'm saying?
Do you know when you write a lyric that's going to stick with people? Like for me, what is a juggalo? He's not a phony. He'll come in your house and bust a nut in your macaroni. It's never left my head. I heard that lyric when I was like probably 17 years old. And busting a nut in somebody's macaroni is just a picture. I can't get. I could never. It has never escaped my brain. Do you know when you're writing something like, you know, eat up Monopoly and shit out Connect 4, that like this is something that's going to stick with people?
I believe that everybody's different and something affects everybody.
I mean, when you're writing stuff, you're hoping everything will stick with everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's like
it's just always different,
right?
You know, sometimes some things like that's the first time I've ever heard that line.
What one?
That line
quoted.
Quoted.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
All my career, I've never heard anybody say, "I love that line."
Busting on your macaroni?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's like I think there's something for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Some more than others. Some we hear about a lot. You know, of course, miracles and shit.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, slingshot your nuts up your butthole. You know, things like that.
You know, it amazes me. Like, well, the one thing I love about you guys is just how much material you keep putting out, and not only do you keep putting out, but it's still funny. Like, what's your writing process? Like, how do you keep doing that?
We wonder about that all the time, especially with our new show out on Fuse. It's like we were just talking about that yesterday. It's like because we were talking about like the episode from last week and like some of the silly shit on there, and we're just like, we don't even know where the fuck that comes from. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and it's amazing to us too because like all of a sudden like you're doing another one and it's all new shit you're thinking of, just to you know what I'm saying, to school people. You know what I'm saying?
It just comes from a dying, never-ending hunger. You know, to succeed and to make this thing work. You know, these people out there, you guys, they got their entire backs tattooed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like,
is that pressure for you guys? Like, you guys know, like, your faces are tattooed on these people's bodies forever.
We just want to keep it coming for them so they don't one day say, what did I do this for? You know, we want to do better for them and keep it coming and always keep them entertained, you know, always feed them as if they're hungry, always keep feeding them and give them more and more flavor. And it's for the people who love us. You know?
Yeah.
We have a lot of love. It's not in the numbers. Like, it's not in the millions and millions of fans, but the fans that love us so much.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? That it might as well be millions and millions of fans.
Well, and that's what I was saying. Like, the people who love you guys, like, they only listen. There are a lot of people who just listen to Psychopathic Records music, and that's literally all they listen to.
Our army of 100,000 will defeat any army of 1,000,000.
Right, because they're passionate.
That's right. And they're super loyal and they're super passionate, and they'll shoot you right in the kneecap.
Right. What are the steps to suing the government? Because you said that's what you're going to do. Like, you are taking...
We're not going to do it. It's already in the process.
Because they're taking your fan base and they're turning them into criminals.
Hire a lawyer who has no balls. I mean, who has a set of balls.
Right, because I was going to say, the other one wouldn't be effective.
Some have no balls and are extremely effective because their balls are tucked up their anus. But that's another idea. That's another thing completely. Hire a lawyer whose balls are so big he sits on them and rides them in a wagon.
And that's it.
And then write him a check.
And go after Uncle Sam.
A check as big as this table.
And just hope it goes good.
Right.
Look at each other and kiss every time we've ever made goodbye.
I think Eric is starstruck. Are you starstruck?
A little bit, yeah.
Eric's a big fan.
These guys too.
Yeah.
I actually had a question about your merchandising because you guys put out all kinds of just amazing shit. And a lot of this stuff ends up on eBay, and the prices for some of this stuff just go through the roof, hundreds and thousands of dollars on some of these things. But you have this weird knack of putting out some stuff that is limited edition, but people don't know it's limited edition until it's already out. Like you put out the singles with the comic book for Pendulum, and then the different album covers, like the white Malenko is worth a lot of money. What is the most valuable, most rare piece of merchandise that you put out?
Probably the original pressing of the Shaggy 2 Dope cover of the Tunnel of Love maxi single.
Yeah, you don't
EP.
see too many of those. Because the place wouldn't print no more of them. They're like, no, we're only doing this many. We're never doing this shit again.
It's a picture
ever.
of Shaggy sitting like this with his shirt open and his dick hanging out, and there's a chick hanging onto his dick.
Right, there was like one pressing. That's it. We can't do it because we'll get put out of business.
It's so funny because all we did was steal it out of a porn somewhere.
Right, just slap my head on it.
I just photoshopped your head on it.
Yeah, it's so fucking hilarious, man. Everybody still thinks that's really a picture of his dick.
I'm just gonna be like, all right, just go ahead and take a picture.
But you were probably like, okay, yeah, you can think it's my dick, no problem.
Right, I'm just like, whatever. I don't deny nor confirm it.
When you brought Tila Tequila to the gathering, like you had to know your fan base wasn't gonna like her. Did you realize?
No, there was no setup. There was no ill intentions whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? We were doing a Juggalette night, Revenge of the Juggalettes is what that night was called. We had Foxy Brown lined up. We had her. We didn't know. You know,
so you're just trying to bring in like chick rappers.
It could have been ignorant.
She just put out a single called "I Want to Fuck the DJ."
Right. I mean, it was just pure ignorance on our part, thinking that we had something cool that we were doing, and we had no idea that shit was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I ended up saving her life that night. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was in a trailer. It was about to get lynched. You know what I'm saying? I had to go out there and help keep the crowd back so she could get in her car and go.
They were going after her trailer?
Yeah, straight up.
What did she do to get him so mad?
She was
Hold
just
his titties out.
She was just, she wouldn't leave the stage. She could have just got booed off normally, left, everything would have been cool.
That's what I ain't no one of these bitches. I ain't one of these bitches.
Right, she just started running her fucking mouth like crazy, you know what I'm saying? That's when rocks started flying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because you can't go in front of a crowd of people and be like, you think you're tough, I'm tougher. And they're like, what? There's thousands of us.
Right, especially
who are you talking
especially
to?
when it's not your crowd.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like me like going out in front of, I don't know, in front of the Goo Goo Dolls' crowd and be like, well, fuck you, you know what I'm saying? I ain't leaving the stage. You know
fuck the Goo Goo Dolls.
You're going to like me no matter what, motherfuckers.
And
you know
the Goo Goo Dolls crowd is sure killers.
Right. Well, I might get like, a round of low murmured boos, you know what I'm saying, in that situation, but,
just whispers
no
to each other.
right.
Don't you wish he'd get off stage? Yeah, I really wish he would. Plus, how do you start a fight with people with your titties out anyway?
Right.
Like, that doesn't seem like...
How do you start a fight when you're 3 feet tall?
Yeah. It was a weird thing. They're telling you, you got to get out. I guess everybody, you're in high demand now. Do you like... This is kind of like, because we were talking about this a few weeks ago, the ICP and everything it is a different thing now. I feel like, and you guys have embraced it, that you guys figured out that you're like, okay, if people are going to think we're jokes, we'll tell them some jokes then. Like, we have a sense of humor about ourselves. Let's capitalize on that. We'll still make the music that we make. Do you like that it's taken that direction?
I don't feel like there's been any real difference in the direction we're taking anything. I mean,
right, we've been doing the same thing all along, you know what I'm saying?
But now you got like the Fuse show and your videos going viral and all this, you know what I mean?
A lot of good stuff happening to us, no doubt, but we're still no most hated band in the world.
True.
You know, that's not changed. You know, we did a song with Jack White that was all amazing and fresh. But then again, why was everybody tripping on it?
I couldn't believe that because I love Jack White, and so when I heard Jack White's doing something with the ICP, I was like, that's amazing.
Right, but
And-
most people are like, "Why is Jack White fucking with those idiots?"
What's
You know what I'm
wrong
saying?
with
That's
Jack
what the
White?
real
Why is
noise
Jack
was
White
about.
crazy, you know?
But as much respect as Jack White gets, you would think that people would be like, okay, I'll fuck with this. I'll try it out. I'll see. Obviously, he sees something here. Let me take a look.
Right.
But instead,
you know, there's many ways we're still the most hated man. You know what I mean? We're getting a lot of new love, and that's cool. But you know what's happening, don't you? We've been around so long that the people that we started out with, a lot of the young juggalos, are growing up into positions of power now.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like you guys.
Right, like, yeah, I get
guys
you.
got your own show here. You know what I mean? You guys listen to us. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
That's because it's the younger generation moving in now into the positions of power, and they're like,
All
I
the-
used to bump these guys. I got respect for them. You know what I mean?
all the teenagers that were like, oh, Great Milenko got banned. I got to hear this album. Are now me doing radio
sliding in.
shows
Yeah,
and
yeah. And they don't hate, or even if it's not them, I remember them from whatever. you
Right.
know, and it's
Right, they're
it's just,
still around. Let me,
let me
give
show
it a
some
chance.
love.
Let me see what's going on. You know what
Everybody
I'm saying?
hates them. I'll show them some love. Fuck that. These guys ain't that bad. I got laid to their song. You know what I mean?
right. Well, you got to go do the next show. I guess Troy and me are going to be at the Gathering this year too.
Yeah, we'll
we're
see
going
that.
down with Jim. So,
Cool.
is there any? We're going to be going around doing interviews and stuff for the radio. Everybody's calling up, being like, "Oh, be careful." I'm saying,
Come on, man.
that's right.
Be careful. You guys are going to have fun, probably get your dick sucked. It's going to be great.
That's what's up.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for stopping by, ICP.
Yeah, really
Thank
appreciate
you,
it.
bro.
Come back
Thanks a lot.
anytime, guys.
Yeah.
No doubt, man. Thanks, fellas.
That's good. ICP taking off for the next thing. We
You
got
guys
to.
going to have a blast, man.
Thanks, man.
No doubt, man. All right,
I
fellas.
appreciate you guys coming by again, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to check it out, really. I've never been.
insane.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I've never been down to anything like what this gathering is going to be like. Are you excited about it now? Are you still? Because you were a little nervous.
Yeah. I want to see what this little fucking faggot has to say. What do you got, fucking pussy? Blowing me kisses? Fuck you, pussy. You got something
Okay.
fucking stupid to say? Say it to my face. You
I
little
will say
fucking
it to your
faggot.
face.
You little fucking
You want to take a
faggot.
moment to rub some cream on your tattoos, put on a
Yeah,
tight
yeah.
shirt? You want to do
I
that?
come over here by you, pussy. What do you
Mark
do that?
Mark Zito just
Say
walked
something
in the
fucking
room.
stupid to my face.
Well, I will,
Go
actually,
ahead.
because I
Choice
think
in his
everything you
face.
said the other day was fucking false.
Oh,
okay?
really?
And, like,
You
I
weren't
wanna
laying
report-
down? You weren't laying down? You have shitty work ethic? You weren't fucking
Oh, I have
wearing the
shitty
same
work-
stupid
what were
clothes?
you doing?
Fuck you. I was
What
working
were
the
you
show.
doing?
I was working the show. You wouldn't know. You were out on the fucking couch sleeping like a fucking
Yeah, getting
pussy.
guests and helping roll and bring them in at times.
Was I not helping fucking Roland? Was I not helping everybody? Was I not talking to the fucking crowd? Was I not getting shit for the
back to
host?
management
Mark
on
Zito
your
and-
stupid fucking wife? Why
Because-
would I give a shit about any of that?
Because you
Tell
go
me
in.
that,
Because I
Troy.
will. Shut the fuck up, you little fucking fruity faggot.
Oh,
Whoa,
wow.
whoa,
You
I
said,
heard,
wow.
yo, I
said
heard,
very-
I
you
heard
said
your
place for hate.
girlfriend's getting fucking pumped out by other dudes too while you're with her too. Heard that too. Little
Well, I
fucking
mean-
John Mayer faggot. You want to go to that road with
No
me?
place for
You
hate.
want to go to that road with me?
Yes.
Oh, fuck you, motherfucker.
Please give me your information that you have. Let me
What,
know
that
about
your
it.
girlfriend's getting pumped out by other
Yeah,
dudes?
I
don't know.
Oh,
I say
okay.
very-
I don't
yeah,
know.
like,
That's
you're
what's
just
up.
making shit up and saying it, but you have nothing to back
yeah,
it up.
making shit up. That's just what.
I mean, granted, it's not a rule in our relationship
that's
that she
the
can do
rumor
that.
around
That's
this
not how
fucking.
we
That's
work.
the rumor around this place.
Oh,
Thought it was all
Your
love when
girlfriend's
the
getting pumped the fuck
ICP
out.
was in
Yeah,
here.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I haven't heard anything
Shitty
about your
fucking
girlfriend
work
being
ethic,
pumped.
sitting around like wearing the same fucking clothes every
It's
day,
a
looking like
fucking
an
hoodie, dumbass.
Yeah, you look
have
like
to
shit.
wash it
You look like
every
shit.
day.
Show a little fucking pride, you fucking faggot.
Yeah, I wear cartoon T-shirts.
Cartoon
This looks
you know what
great.
this
The
is?
tats and the cartoon, it looks fucking
Oh
great.
yeah, you
Show
look
pride.
fucking great. You got a fucking 13-year-old, barely look like your balls drop beard. You fucking shitty, stupid hair, wearing a fucking stupid hat.
You're saying I have
Wow.
shitty, stupid hair.
Yeah, look at
That's
your
what
fucking
we're- I
hair.
understand it's a little
It looks
unkempt,
like
but
static
that,
electricity.
What the fuck is that?
What the fuck are you? You're a fucking failed
I mean, I think
radio
you're just running your
fucking
mouth.
pussy.
You're trying to seem cool
You
for Opie and Anthony today.
You never
and
got
you
your
kinda
radio
just-
show, so you got to suck management's dick, hoping that's going to pay off for you. Fuck you.
Okay.
Whoa.
Wow.
You know that. You know that. You don't have your show.
What
Where's
do you
your fucking
do?
show? Where's your show? I'm a production dude. Where's your show?
Are you a production? Because it seems like you're running your mouth a lot and not doing a lot of production.
Do you listen to the show?
No.
Okay. Well, then you wouldn't know what I do.
There is production on the
Do you
show.
watch what I do? No. So stop saying I don't do
I
work
watch you
either.
making your own fucking Wikipedia page looking like a fucking faggot. Everybody
make
knows you
that.
major. Yes, you did bullshit.
There's no
really
place for
didn't.
hate.
Sitting there like a fucking faggot on your picture. You look
There's
like
no
a hoe.
reason
You
for-
look like you suck penises.
There's no
You really
reason
do,
for
Mark.
slurs.
You look like you fucking suck penises. I
I would assume you're a faggot if I just saw you.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't have to use that word.
Well,
you said the F word
what?
here.
Well, Mark. Well, I saw you sleeping.
I'm glad
That's
that.
not really a particularly good insult when you just look at somebody and make like a
Mark,
weird
you were
fucking
sleeping
dog
like
nose.
a fucking idiot on the job.
I wasn't asleep.
Yes, you
dude.
were.
I was never
You said-
asleep.
Roland has pictures of it.
Laying down. I was laying down at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
What are you so tired for?
Because it's 6 o'clock in the fucking
Why are
morning.
we all working?
Because that's when you normally work.
That's when the party and stops. You're there to work. What are you doing? What are you there to do?
I was there to put up signs
What
and
are
check
you
the
there to
audience
do?
in. Was the audience in?
Yeah, Roland
Were the
did
signs
it.
up? Yeah. Oh, no, we didn't. I checked in the audience.
Well,
Roland
the
did a lot of
audience
guests,
was
but not
checked
that.
in. Oh, 20 people of them.
I mean, did you have a good job
There was
holding
at
a
least
microphone?
30.
Did you do a good job with that? Did you make sure
That
everyone
was
could
my
talk?
job.
Yeah, well, you fucking killed it, and I killed it with the audience. Everyone's doing great.
You're great.
We're all killing it. You're awesome. I'm awesome. Everyone's
You're
great.
not awesome. You're a fucking faggot. You're a pussy. You're a little fucking faggot pussy. That seems harsh.
That seems. So if I just call you a faggot with no, can I do that? Can I say
You
you're
can
a
do whatever
faggot,
you
Troy?
want.
Well, you're a
Shouldn't.
faggot,
It's not-
Troy. That's what I think.
It's not PC.
Cool. Right.
A lot of people would not appreciate it. Special interest groups. But I'm glad we got to the bottom of this and we're all okay now.
I mean, I fucking hate him.
You do?
Yeah.
Why?
I honestly
Kiss
do.
me
And
on
I love
my
how I
lips.
did the thing like, oh, I'm going to get in your face. I'll talk like I'm going to
I'll
be fucking
stand
afraid.
by. I'm not afraid. You're a little fucking twerp.
I'm not afraid of you,
You're a
but
little
you
twerp.
tried
Did your
to
balls drop, buddy? Your
Get your
balls
fucking
drop
hand
yet?
away from there.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Okay, you're right in
You're
each
just
other's
acting
face
like a
and
psycho.
shouting. You're not gonna do shit.
I'm not going to do shit. We're in a fucking office. I'm not going to like.
Let's go downstairs. Technically, it's a
You really want to
studio.
go outside and
Yes.
fight?
Yes.
This is insane.
I will fight you right now. Over what? Just because you're a fucking dick-sucking faggot.
That's a hate crime.
You shouldn't
That
fight him.
actually is a hate crime.
Well, then I'll
if,
go-
if you hit somebody because they're
I'll
a dick-sucking
fight you
faggot,
because you're a
quote, unquote.
pussy. You shouldn't fight him.
I don't know why
You wouldn't
would
win
want to
a-
do that.
a physical You wouldn't fight, want to but- do that.
No, Troy, because you're obviously
would I. Because I will fucking annihilate
you're
you.
a fucking crazy psychopath.
Yeah,
I understand
exactly.
that.
So
have
you better watch
tattoos.
what the
It
fuck
means you're
you-
hard.
you better
It means
watch
you're
what the
hard.
fuck you say.
Well, you better not run your mouth about me.
I'll run my mouth about you whatever I fucking want. I'll run my mouth about your girl getting pumped the fuck out by
You
your
don't know
dude.
shit about
I don't know
that.
if that
Fuck you.
happened. Fuck you. Fuck you. Where's the venom coming from?
Because
Where
he's
did this?
trying to sound cool on the radio. I know what he's trying to do. I get it. He's
Is
trying
it?
to.
I don't know. He sounds
he's-
very You angry. have no idea how to sound cool on the fucking radio.
I
What
don't.
happened to your show? What happened to your show? When fucking disappeared because nobody gave a fuck about it. We got out of college.
I don't have a show, dude.
Exactly. College That's radio why you're ended.
sucking
everybody's dick to try to get a show. Where is it?
I don't. I actually, my job has nothing to do with being on the radio
Right.
anymore.
You don't want to be fucking Mr. Wizard on the fucking radio.
That's
radio
not a
wizard?
thing. What?
You want your own show.
I mean,
Stop trying to act like you don't know what I'm talking about.
Dude, I mean, obviously it's nice to have a radio show. That would
Yeah,
be
it
good.
is.
But I'm not like
when
running
you
around
were
here
on there,
sucking
you
everyone's dick to get a
You
show.
sucked on the air. That's why you Sometimes don't stuff have like one. this happens. It's awesome.
Look, here's the thing.
No, there's no thing.
Yeah, there's
Fuck
the thing.
you.
I don't know where your fucking hatred's coming from. You're acting like a fucking moron, just yelling at me because I understand you think I look like an easy target in order to look cool in front of Opie and Anthony. Guys,
Where
look
does
at me.
the-
I'm gonna
no,
yell
no,
about
you
my
are
wife.
an
I'm
easy
cool.
target. Where does
I
the
got
hatred
fucking-
come from?
I got tight shirts. I'm fucking a bunch of girls. I'm the man.
Because I'll tell you why. Because he was trying to fucking butt his nose in everybody's business on that trip, trying to take back information. Remember, Sam, you and I were talking, and he'd be like, "What do you say? What was that? What were you saying?
You were sitting at the table.
Yeah, and you were like, "What are you saying? What is
But
that?"
your implication
And
that
then
I
we were
want to give
talking
it
in the
back to
van.
management
When we
is
were talking to the
fucking
van.
insane.
Bullshit. You suck management's dick. Everybody says that. Not literally.
Not literally.
No.
Well, then that means I'm not a dick sucking faggot.
Well, no, you suck dick. Maybe not their dicks.
No, I don't.
You do. You're a homosexual, bro.
I don't.
Well, I mean, whether that's here or there, you can't hate him for being a homosexual. I don't hate him for being. I hate him for being a little fucking slimy fucking worm. That you could hate him for. That, And I'm not the
I've
only
never
one that
done
thinks that.
anything slimy to you. That's why I don't understand
No,
where
I
this is
just
coming
saw
from.
you being slimy.
How did you see me being
I
slimy,
told
Troy?
you.
By
Rewind this fucking
asking
interview.
you what you said?
Yeah, 'cause
That's
you're-
not slimy, you fucking moron. That's just not being able to hear.
That's not slimy, you fucking moron. Meanwhile,
Yeah,
your
that's a
girlfriend's
great
getting
type of
pumped the
insult.
fuck out.
Yeah, you have no information on that.
Bullshit. said it I a do too. couple That's the times. rumor around here. Everybody's laughing about you, bro. Everybody laughs about
No
you.
one's fucking laughing about my girlfriend
Behind
getting
your
fucked,
back.
you goddamn
Behind
idiot.
your back. Who said that? Everybody.
Yeah, who said it? No, big man. Who said it?
Everybody's talking
Who's
behind your
everybody?
back.
No,
I'm
give
not
me,
gonna
give me. Yeah, come on, give me something. Let me know who said it.
I'm not. Get your fucking feet off, you fucking pussy ass faggot. Uh-oh, his feet are back on. Oh, he's playing with his shoelaces. He's pulling. Don't rip his shoes. I didn't rip him. I just pulled him. I gave him a fucking.
Most certainly did just rip those.
No, I didn't. Oh, if you broke it, you bought it. Are you gonna make it pay for your shoes, Mark?
No, he doesn't have the money.
Oh,
you
shit. You're fucking money bags.
Money
Doing all
bags, Mark Zito. So are we all good?
Don't stare at me like you're a tough guy. Fuck you.
I'm not trying to be a tough guy. I'm
There
just,
you are.
we're talking, so I'm staring at you.
At least he's not backing
Shave,
down.
you look like a fucking fruit. You look like your balls didn't drop. It does.
That doesn't worry me too much.
At least he's not pussying out.
Pussying out?
Zito.
Is he?
No, I said at least he's not.
Oh,
It
at
seems
least
like he's
here.
standing up to you.
That's fine. Okay. I said everything I had to say. I don't like you. I don't have to like you. End of the story.
That's good, and I think you're a fucking asshole, so I guess we'll just carry on with our lives now.
Good.
Great.
It's very strange that this all popped up without, there doesn't seem to be a direct
No,
catalyst.
you just, like, decided this.
Did you catch a direct catalyst, Jackie?
No, he just kind of came in.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Because he's sitting out there and I'm fucking blowing him kisses.
You blew him kisses?
Yeah, because somebody's like, Troy was talking a bunch of shit about you today, and I was like, oh, interesting. So I wanted to, you know, you didn't say it to my face, so I wanted to come in and tell you to fuck yourself to your face.
He's so hungry for airtime.
He is?
That
Why?
Of course he's going to stand in here. Because he thinks he's the next fucking radio god.
I don't think I've actually never commuted anything.
Are you applying for Kid Craddock's job? Because if so, it's in bad taste to do it this soon.
I understand. You're really good at mocking my actions, Troy.
You are.
You're a winner.
Yeah, so are you.
Mars, you've never, ever helped technically on the after show before. What on earth are you doing in here?
Ran across a few technical issues back here. I need to take a look at.
He's just screwing mic stands together as Zito and Troy stare off.
That's kind of gay. You're doing like some gay things. I mean, which is
back to you.
fine.
I know,
but you were
I know.
insulting me for being
He's
gay. I
sticking
just
his
don't understand
tongue
why you're
out.
blowing kisses and showing me your crotch.
I'll show you what it's like to be fucking gay.
You will?
You're gonna fuck me?
Would you?
That seems weird. That seems kind of. I'm just saying. If you want to fuck me, that seems.
You would? Like Deliverance?
You want to prove to me that I'm gay by fucking me.
I'm going to prove to you what a little fucking woman you are.
I don't understand how that's a thing.
Like a woman.
So
I'm going to prove to you that you're a little woman.
Shut up!
I'm going to prove to you that you're a little fucking woman.
You want to fuck me? That's what you said, though. You
but
want to
more like
fuck me.
not as romantic, more like a prison scenario.
No romance.
Like a prison scenario.
No romance.
Okay.
No romance.
Okay.
You're a little fucking fruit.
Like you trade him for a pack of cigarettes.
You're a little fucking faggot. And you better hope I don't run out into you outside of this place.
Oh boy.
So this is insane.
Okay, this is
I just don't understand why you decided to get so angry today, and then when I came in to say it to your face,
I'll say it to your face. I'll say it to your face here. I'll say it to your face down there. I'll say it to your face
everywhere
at your fucking apartment. What do you think of that?
Okay.
Okay.
You know where I live.
I do know where you live. As a matter of fact,
to a mouse.
I know it. I know exactly where you live.
Oh, this is threatening.
And you want me to be waiting for you by your fucking apartment?
Fucking go for it.
Don't go. You shouldn't go to his house because that's like stalking. You can get charged.
I know where he
shit.
fucking lives.
Yeah, but you can't go to his house just because you know.
Well, if he wants to fucking push me in that direction, and let's see how fucking tough he is when we're outside the building.
You can't beat Troy in a physical
No, fuck
fight.
no.
I can't either.
Of course not.
Okay.
That's insane to think such a thing.
Well, I'm glad
he's
that's
significantly larger than me.
I'm glad that's plus he's.
But I don't like his intimidation tactics.
He's got a little crazy in him.
Oh, definitely.
Not that that's a bad thing, buddy. You know me and you are bros. Don't look at me like you want to fight me. 'Cause I see some anger coming over here, and I'm saying today's ICP day. It's all about love.
Whoop whoop.
But then Zito came in, and it turned south very, very quickly. I didn't even know he was out there. You just started getting very upset, and I go, "Why is Troy screaming?"
Yeah, it's fine. I'm good.
But are we back on you two? You guys are back on good terms then?
No.
From you either, Zito?
No.
Does this come as a surprise to you after Montreal?
No, I mean I never thought we were close.
Were you picking up on
friends.
these vibes there, or maybe not to this extent?
Not to this extent,
Yes.
but like.
See, the second I thought you were a snake in the grass, that's when I thought we're not cool.
Okay. But like, I don't understand why you would think that.
I told you that.
I get it, but what I'm saying is I don't understand.
You're digging too hard for little information that you know you can take back to the bosses and present as fucking.
What would I be? Hey, bosses, Troy likes to fuck a lot of girls. That's weird. Like, what the fuck would I go and tell them? I don't understand.
Fuck a lot of girls.
What I can glean from what you said
lots of
and bring
dudes
that
like to fuck
anyone.
my girl.
Like, you have something,
Is that true?
You
I
have
don't
something to
know.
say.
Lots of dudes like fucking my girl.
Yeah, you have.
We have to actually make room for Ron and Fez. But I'm going to do the responsible thing as a professional broadcaster and have you guys leave the room separately. So
that's necessary.
I do. I'm not going to be responsible.
Do you have a live read or no?
No, I do not have a live read. Would you like to leave first, or Troy? I can't have you guys in the room at the same time and then sign off.
Well, this is Troy's home base, so I will leave first.
Very classy. Thank you for stopping by, Mark Zito. Always a pleasure.
Good time.
Yes. Oh, you bet it was. All right, don't start this thing again, Troy. We're on a great positive note. Liam, things didn't go well. Things did not go well.
Fuck you, Troy.
Oh, he snuck in one. Troy?
Yeah.
Always a good time with you, buddy.
It's all in good fun.
It is all in good fun. Ron and Fez are coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.
The Opie and Anthony Show is now over. For real this time. Check out the O&A Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Opie and Anthony. And catch Opie and Anthony live Monday through Friday from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. Ron and Fez are next.
Hey!